Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran and now I'm here with River Brown, Andrew Velez, and Joe Dehls. And this is now episode 338. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Knicks and Raptors OG Anunoby trade, our NBA New Year's resolutions, and picking our early All-Star starters for the East and the West. First time back in the studio. It feels like forever.
We got 1080p on here, by the way.
It's 1080p?
1080p.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, 1080p.
Let's go. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing
Nice glasses, Riff.
I'm glad that we addressed the elephant in the room. Riv's glasses.
Oh, facts. Had to.
You need them to see, or strictly?
You know, when I was on the boat, you know, the vision of the sea was fucking my eyesight up, so I had to buy some glasses for sure.
What's the
He's
prescription?
fucking lying.
What's the prescription?
Prescription.
The prescription's prescription.
Yeah, just prescription, man. So I'm back. You know, new energy. I'm glad to, you know, New Year coming up. Glad to share it with my brothers. Happy to give y'all some content. Let's have some fun, man.
You look cute, bro.
Comments asking where's Riv Academy.
What?
Comments asking where's Riv Academy.
You know, it's so funny you say that actually, because Riv was talking about like our fall off, I fell off, you fell off. How about his fall off?
When was he talking about the fall off?
I don't know what he's talking. He's a liar. So
I feel like you've been posting. No?
I haven't.
No. He's saying I fell off, just like in
Joel said he fell off.
Like
I definitely said he fell off. I said you fell
No,
off.
you just
I
said he
don't
fell
know.
off right now, talking about basketball. But now let's talk about your fall
What did he
off.
say though? For me to say that,
It was about.
he had to say something.
Ah,
egregious for me to
damn! I
say.
forgot.
See?
I'm
Captain.
folding.
I knew you did fall off though. I'm telling you that you did fall off.
Oh man, but I'm gonna need you to lock back in, bro.
New Year 2024.
So right now we're on OBS. We're using that to stream. We're not using StreamYard. So the difference with that is we can't see the super chats on the screen, but we can see them here and read them. So Santos goes, Drew, as the real Knicks fan, how do you feel about this trade? And we don't have to get into it right now because that is going to be the first topic of the show. So we'll answer that question later, Santos. And Santos goes, River Brown, what about your job in making Riv Academy videos?
Yeah, do your job.
How many episodes of Riv Academy have we gotten?
3.
Christ.
4.
We're averaging one episode a month.
Yeah, I'll come back for the playoffs, man.
You were on a cruise, to be fair.
God
We had
damn.
Thanksgiving. We had the
It's in
holidays.
It's in what?
April?
April?
Nah, I'll come back. I'll come back at the New Year's. I've just been so busy. I got like 5 jobs.
That should be your New Year's resolution right there.
For sure.
On a
You know,
week.
I got a lot of jobs, man. So, you know, I'm a busy man. You know, I do a lot of shit.
Just saw your comment saying Drew was late. Bro is honestly terrible at his job. Show me some respect, yo. You lack respect, and it's really fucking egregious.
Oh, man. Here we go, though. We're here, man. We had some great things. How was Phoenix, man?
Yeah.
Tell everybody about that.
So I just want to correct something. I wasn't in Phoenix. I was in Arizona.
Yeah.
It's two very different things.
It is.
So I don't know if you guys knew this, but
You got to be particular, Riv, okay?
true.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but Phoenix is actually the hood in Arizona.
No.
Phoenix is the hood.
I thought it was
yeah.
like nice.
Well, most areas of Phoenix are very much the hood,
Correct.
and there are areas that you don't want to go into.
I never knew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always
So
imagined bigger
Didn't get that
cities.
vibe from Arizona at all.
I didn't get that vibe either. I mean, there's a hood everywhere. I think there's a hood in Alaska too. I saw a video about it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's like a real, like, I think our hood and their hood is like, you know, I don't think it's like what we're thinking.
Well, I don't think I'd want to walk around in either one.
I would never go to
not
Alaska.
Alaska,
Yeah,
no chance,
no
actually.
shot. They probably got like muskets and shit.
But yeah, in Arizona, I stayed in this town called Gold Canyon.
Muskets is hilarious.
Muskets. I stayed in this town called Gold Canyon, and it's a town full of like old people or retired people. But the major cities in Arizona are cities like Mesa, Tempe, Gilbert. Gilbert, Arizona is where Brock Purdy's from. So when I was out there, the Cardinals faced the 49ers. It was a home game. The tickets were crazy, bro. They were like $150 to sit all the way at the top, and that's because Brock Purdy's from there. So a lot of Cardinals fans are Brock Purdy fans because he's from Arizona.
With Arizona
So
State.
yeah, those are like the great towns in Arizona. But yeah, Phoenix is the hood, bro. Like I went there for the Suns game, and I had a park like a couple blocks away from
It was
the
a little
arena.
shaky?
The walk back to the car.
Bro was looking over his shoulder.
The walk back to the car.
Babe,
I was,
walk a little
I was
faster,
a little
you know?
spooked. I heard something drop on the floor. I'm like, oh. Now I'm looking over my shoulder. I don't know.
Keys
What's
in
the
his fist.
city in Arizona? It's like a couple city or like a couples retreat out there that I heard about. That's nice out in Arizona. Do you know where that is?
I don't know where it probably is Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, Arizona is like the very rich part of Arizona. And when people don't know about Arizona is that it gets cold, bro. Like over there, it was not 70 80 degrees. Like right now over there, it's like 50, 40. So it does get cold. And especially if you live up on the northern part, which is closer to Utah, it snows out there. Damn. So depending on where you live in Arizona, you can experience like all 4 seasons. But my Arizona stay was pretty nice. It wasn't much of a vacation for me. I was just out there and I was doing the same thing I was doing. The Wi-Fi was terrible though. So I had to use my hotspot.
How was the cruise, bro?
Shit was lit, man. Yeah, I saw my story. Every day, almost every day was a viral moment, man. I was drunk. I got fat.
You're not petite anymore.
Get back in the gym, bro.
Nah, yeah, I got back in there yesterday.
You're not petite no more.
I'm not.
No more size 28 jeans.
Yo, I'm no longer.
28 jeans is so crazy.
It was 30, 28. He's going way overboard. But
One size bigger.
I'm definitely not petite no more. I got a little meat on the bone, so now I gotta.
Good for you.
What you up to now? 150?
No, I'm
No, he's like 180.
Yeah, I'm like 181 right now.
150's nuts.
I used to be 150. He's not trolling.
Not gonna lie, if you're a size 28 jean,
Yeah, nah, I'm like 180 now, so I gotta get this back. I gotta get back to the 165 range. That's how.
You need to lose weight?
When are we playing
I'm
basketball?
gonna tone it.
you
I'm
don't
gonna
gotta
tone it.
lose weight, bro. You're 180.
Now you gotta see my belly.
It's getting a little.
I don't like it. I'm known as the skinny dude. I don't like being.
That's true.
When are we playing basketball?
I played yesterday. You're nowhere to be found when I
You
play.
don't text me.
Do you even have my number?
Why don't you?
You were doing fantasy reaction last night.
I was it.
Not last night, 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. That's when I went.
What
to
did
play
we do
ball.
yesterday?
And yesterday I
we
did not play
BR.
ball because I had my son yesterday, so it was Thursday.
This fucking guy doesn't even know what the
He
hell
has
he's
no clue.
doing.
He's making shit up.
Yeah, I am.
talking about fantasy, I'm in a championship in 2 leagues. I beat Dehls to get in the championship
Smoke
in
me.
one of them. You know, I did my thing.
I
And then-
choked. It should be me versus Joel.
I'm in the
sold.
championship against Drew, and I started Jared Stidham. That's who I'm rocking with this week.
Good luck, man.
Russell
Wouldn't that be
Wilson
chaotic?
just got
Poetic.
benched. Jared Stidham starting at quarterback. If I beat Drew in the championship, it's just kind of like that dagger in the heart, like Jared Stidham, the backup.
The unfortunate thing is that it's 2 weeks. I don't think he knew that. It's
Wait,
2
it's
weeks.
17
Oh, it's a 2-week
Yeah,
playoff,
it's
so
2
it's
weeks.
this
Was it
week and next
17
week.
17, 18.
Who set this up?
Who do you think?
Was it Jared?
It was this fucking
Oh.
dunce right here.
Oh, well, I don't know how to set a fantasy.
Bro, week 18, that shit's gonna be fugazi.
So how about we just count it week 17 only?
No,
Why?
because you set it up this way.
Oh, that's good because I got more like backup players.
I was gonna say
probably
and
get
my team's
Week
all
18.
superstars. My team's all superstars.
Week 18, I got more backup players.
Got
we got another
Kyron,
super chat.
JT, Justin Jefferson. I have Waddle who's hurt, which sucks.
Jettis
but
is
I have a
177.
Mon-Ra.
Well, most
yards
of them
away.
should. Oh, I don't know if I'm wrong. Most of them should be playing though next week because they're gonna be fighting for playoffs. I don't know
Jettis is
if I'm wrong,
177 away from Wayne Cat.
There's 2 players.
That's
with,
crazy.
He's
There's-
one of them ones.
There's 2 players with 8 games of 100 yards or more. Do you know who those 2 players are?
Jettis and Amara.
Say it again.
2 players, 100 yards or more,
AJ,
tied for first.
AJ Brown and Tyreek.
It's Tyreek and Amon-Ra.
I said Amara. You said
You
no.
did. No, well, you said Jettis.
Yeah.
Casual.
I'm always to say Jettis.
I respect that.
He would have been
Smitty,
superstar.
who went, today's my birthday. Thanks for the content. Grateful for you
birthday,
guys. Also, I still need a hoodie.
Yeah, we're still working on the fucking drop. Our vendor, we have to
That's his
talk to
job.
him.
I told
Shout
you.
out to
Yeah,
Smitty,
indirectly.
who happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Smitty.
brother.
Some people.
Yeah,
are,
bro, we did the order for the merch. Came in the sample ones. Ours fucked up. We had to send it back. We had to do it again.
Goddamn.
You
Yeah,
know,
it was
some
shitty.
people at this table do their job well. Joel, Dehls, and then others.
You know what,
Others
Riv?
refuse
Riv, honest question.
to
What do you do?
it. Me?
What?
Yeah,
do you,
what
I'm
do
an
you
actor,
do?
bro. I come and I perform.
You're an actor.
I perform.
Oh, so everything you do is fake. You're not authentic.
Damn.
That was a good one.
Kinda cool.
Ain't gonna lie, you cooked. I'm a performer. I perform.
There I like
I
that.
come and I perform.
Way
and I
better.
do
You
what I
do
do.
what and perform?
Huh?
You do what and perform?
I come and I perform.
Tough.
Wow. At the same time, simultaneously.
Hey man, I got many talents.
Man,
man. You know,
Talents.
I'm the humor here. But
Humorer.
you have multiple jobs and you can't seem to get it right. So we might have to take away.
One
some
day
of your
I'll
time.
figure it out, Riv.
Come on, man. Lock in, man.
We'll do.
Let's get into it, man.
So before we get into it, Prize Picks is a proud sponsor of the Pick Aside podcast. If you use code PAS, you can get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Sunday slate of NFL games is very intriguing. You can
Got
see
bowl
right here.
games, too?
I got the Mr. Jordan Love shirt jersey. I think his line this week, it's more than 226.5 passing yards. Vikings defense is elite, but I trust Jordan Love with that line. That's something that I want to go with this
That
week.
game's in Minnesota, right?
I believe so. Jordan Love, close one with the Panthers.
Very close one. He said some high highs.
what did they have
Well,
to
that's
do to make
because
the
of the
playoffs?
defense.
Close one with the
That's a
Panthers.
fact.
That's because of the
What
What do they have
defense.
to do to make the playoffs? The Packers.
Win the next two.
Just
They
straight
probably
flat out.
need help. I'm
They
assuming.
don't. They need help, but they don't control their destiny, but they need to win the next
They
two.
were supposed to win out. Man.
They were.
I heard went out
Or-
for sure. Hey,
But, you
nah,
know, versus the Giants, Jordan Love left the field winning, and the defense let him down.
Respect that.
Versus, who else did they lose to? The Bucks. I mean, Jordan Love, what better game can you ask for? Baker Mayfield had a perfect passer
You know,
rating.
Baker was unbelievable.
I can't even begin to just explain to you guys how proud I am of Jordan Love this season.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a Baker Mayfield thing.
You know,
It really
I'm
was.
proud of Jordan Love
I
this
would've liked
season
that better.
because, you know, we're looking at, I mean, just be objective about it. Look at the receivers he's playing with, no running game. The offensive line has been solid, and LaFleur's a great play caller, but Christian Watson in and out, Aaron Jones in and out. You're counting on guys like Jaden Reed and Wicks who have been good, but Wicks has been getting injured, and he's not even consistent. I mean, this guy's playing really well with the youngest wide receiver group in NFL history. He got the most 2+ touchdown games with no interceptions in the league with 7, I believe. And he's been a top 10 quarterback this year with, you know, all the injuries that have happened to quarterbacks. But I'm impressed. First year as a starter, he's
better than
doing
Baker?
this.
Listen,
He is better than Baker. Yes.
Has he been this year?
I think he's been better than Baker this year.
who, Jordan Love.
Given the supporting cast that Jordan Love has around him, I think the
Also,
numbers are similar.
first year starting too. That's pretty impressive for him to do what he's doing. He's what, top 4 in touchdowns in the league.
And he's 27 touchdowns, 11 picks. Baker's 26 and 8.
He's been better than Hurts.
Nah.
I'll tell you what.
I had to make sure.
I'm surprised when we talk about prize picks, we didn't talk about the Demons and Goblins. Talking about today's game with the Cowboys and the Lions. You see the way that CeeDee Lamb has been playing. You see the way that Amon-Ra has been playing. Now, the Demons is saying that Amon-Ra can get 109.5 receiving yards. That's a lot. But going up against Dallas, that's the one part of the game that I don't know if I want to go after. But Amon-Ra has been money. But the Demon and Goblin that's getting me the most, CeeDee Lamb, with the Goblin being 69.5, that's easy. Going up against the Lions secondary, that's going to be food. And you know Dallas needs to win this game. So I'm going more for sure. CeeDee Lamb's been on a tear, been a top 5 receiver at the absolute minimum this season. And it's just easy money right there. Prize Picks is giving us a little bit of a blessing with these Goblin picks. They've been the ones that I've really been trying to
I'm
cash out
shocked
on.
you took CeeDee Lamb over.
I really, Riv, why you bring this up like
Shit,
it's a
every
newfound
time.
hate?
Every
Shocked.
time.
I'm just shocked. That's all. So
Do we all have the Cowboys tonight?
Yeah, I got the Cowboys.
Yeah. Then you got the comments saying Drew's acting like he likes CeeDee Lamb. Like, really? This is
they're
what,
cooking. I mean,
Come on.
they're cooking. But who am
It's
I?
just something Drew and Dallas superstars. CeeDee Lamb, Luka Doncic in basketball.
He's a Dallas.
I love Ezekiel
I'll say
Elliott.
love
I have his
He's-
jersey.
he's
That was
been
'cause of
riding with
Ohio
Dak.
State. That wasn't because of Dallas. That was because of Ohio State.
No, I'm a Michigan fan.
Zeke, I thought you liked him in college.
Well, I did like him in college. He
That's
was
what I'm saying.
awesome.
Yeah,
He was lit.
you were a fan
Jersey
before
guy.
Dallas.
15. It was tough. You're not gonna pretend like his
Something
run
about
in
you in
college
Dallas
football-
just doesn't really spin the way you wanted to. I get it. I understand. So,
I don't know, man.
ain't
My
got
ties with Dallas, they're a little wishy-washy. I can definitely admit that. But at the same time, I've righted my wrongs. I've apologized. I said I was sorry.
He doesn't let you forget it.
How much more can I do?
I guess
No,
you
you
gotta
gotta
apologize
understand,
every
the
time.
disrespect was real at this table.
No, it
man.
was not. Listen,
He wasn't a true number one. Amon-Ra was better than him.
that's still
Like,
that's maybe a
What?
conversation.
It's not a
8
conversation.
games, 100 yards.
CeeDee Lamb is better.
I think
Big bad
I
guys.
think
You guys are
CD
bad guys.
CD's like top 3 in yards right
Yeah,
now.
because he's cool.
he's number
You
2.
like aura.
Oh,
You
he's
like
over
swag.
AJ now?
Last I checked,
Yeah,
he's
he
number
is
2.
too.
Wow.
Wow.
I think he
AJ
leads
had
the
his
league in
size.
receptions too.
AJ had his size.
Big aura guy. So just say you want to fuck him.
CD?
Yeah.
I don't.
Bro got disgusted at that.
I don't, bro. He's just nice.
Nah,
bro.
he's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
I
lit.
don't.
He's
I don't
lit.
know. Shout out to CD.
He's
though.
closer to being a top 3 receiver than he is to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
For sure. Easily.
Amon Ra's him. Top 5 conversation.
Who?
Amon Ra.
You're trolling.
Not even close.
Numbers lie.
He's like
no,
top 10.
they don't at all, actually.
Arguably top 10.
Say it one more time.
He's top 10.
No, he's
Amon Ra-
most definitely top 10.
No, he's top 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Until
CD
Garrett
like
And that was
Wilson gets a
my main
Garrett
argument
Wilson.
coming
CD's
into the
top
season.
5.
You could say that.
CD's top 5.
You could say that.
You think if Garrett Wilson was in the Lions offense, he's more productive than Amon-Ra?
Garrett Wilson's amazing.
I don't know. I'm just asking a
Garrett
question.
Wilson had
We
Baker
can't live in
Mayfield.
ifs
He
and
probably
buts,
had
though.
1,700
You know what I
yards.
mean? Like ifs and buts. That's just, to me, it's irrelevant.
You're cooking.
I live in what's
But,
reality.
I mean, Garrett
reality.
Wilson, 2 straight 1,000-yard seasons
Legend.
with
I'll be honest.
8
he's the-
quarterbacks.
I saw somebody tweet. He's the.
You could
modern
probably say he's the Jets'
DeAndre
best
Hopkins.
receiver ever.
He is.
Brandon Marshall's one
Respect
season.
Lavernius Coles, though.
Santana Moss also. Go.
back.
Santana Moss, too. But no, Garrett Wilson is the best receiver I've ever seen in the Jets uniform.
Brandon Marshall was pretty
That's like
electric.
Yeah,
embarrassing.
2015 Marshall was bad.
How's that embarrassing? Garrett Wilson is just...
No,
super
Brandon
Garrett-
Marshall, Santana
guys
Moss,
are
Lavernius
top 10.
Coles.
Top
Like-
10 what?
Garrett Wilson. I'm saying if he had the quarterback, he'd be easy top 10 in the league.
Easy?
He would have probably 1,500 yards this season. I'm not gonna lie. He
We
put
had
up
Keon-
1,000 with this, bro.
We got Keon Johnson. Is that
yeah.
is that how you say his
Keyshawn.
name?
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn
I see
Johnson.
what you're saying. I see what
Oh
you're
my
saying.
God, I
Okay.
can't believe I'm
Easy
blank.
top 10.
I think pretty firm.
Okay.
Keon Johnson, isn't he a basketball player?
Keyshawn Johnson.
He is.
Yeah,
No,
Keon,
Keon
yeah.
Johnson
Keon.
is.
He's on the
Keyshawn
Suns.
Johnson.
I think he's on the Suns.
Keon?
Keon, I
don't
think so.
think
He's
so.
at the bottom of the roster.
Is he Spurs? I think Keldon Johnson.
Yeah.
Keldon Spurs.
Also, if you're watching right now, just to let you guys know, we are not doing a Patreon this week for
place for
the
Brooklyn.
NFL Pick'em episode. We will do it next week, and we probably won't do Pick'em. We'll probably just do something else because the NFL season is winding down, but we're not doing Pick'em. We're just getting situated. I just came back to New Jersey, so things are kind of all over the place.
I have to share a story with y'all because it was probably the most ridiculous thing I ever experienced.
Are we gonna go over that?
I have to. We set up our Patreon every single week. We're supposed to do it on Thursday. We text, hey, 9 o'clock. This guy had something to do. I forget what it was.
engagement party.
Engagement
Yeah.
party. He
Sam
said
Burnley.
9 p.m. I'm ready to go. Get a text later that day. Yo, my bad, y'all. I thought y'all meant 9 p.m. my time.
The whole trip we've been talking EST. The whole trip Eastern time.
Like, bro could have just said, I don't want to do Patreon this week. I'm in Phoenix. It's my
That's
last
like,
day.
That's like 12 our time, 1 hour time.
It's
Yeah,
11.
facts.
It's 11.
you
He
were
wanted us to do
wildin'.
Patreon after the fantasy
Yeah.
reaction.
It's cooked.
I'm just like, come on, bro. You could have just been straight, been like, yo,
Love the dedication
Patreon.
though, for sure.
It's dead.
Hey, we went like 16 weeks basically straight with Patreon.
We did. We
No,
did.
that's valid.
And if you guys are on Spotify, you guys can also subscribe.
It's the
and-
holiday season. Even though, it never stops.
On Spotify, if you subscribe exclusively to the podcast, you will get ad-free podcasts, and you also get the extra episode that we do that we haven't done the last 2 weeks, but we will do this upcoming week. Before we start the show, I know we've been introing for like 20 minutes now, but do you guys have any New Year's resolutions for this year?
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
My New Year's resolution is to maximize my time better. I feel like I already do a decent job of it, but definitely starting to be more precise with everything, mapping it out, scheduling everything, so I can actually feel like my day has some organized structure on a consistent day-to-day basis. That's mine.
What's yours, Riff? I looked like you had one when you said.
I
well, like
did.
that. Okay.
You know what? This is gonna be the year I get my driver's license, man.
Okay.
Nice.
I thought you got the test set January.
It's in January, end of January, but I could fail.
Are you gonna ask me for
I
help?
failed my first
That
one.
was the funniest fucking
failed your
day
first
of
one?
I
all
failed
time.
my first one. Yeah.
You like that, man?
The
Now-
only
now I'm the best
in
driver I know.
hindsight, it's a funny story. In the moment,
I
it
was
was
sick.
tragic.
What'd you do?
You want to tell the story, Drew?
I
can
do.
tell how I failed.
Okay.
But I know the moment.
The thing is, we're all anticipating that he's going to get his license because a few of our guys took the test. They passed. It was lit. So then it was Joel's turn to take it. We're waiting for him to text us. We're in school. We get out of school. He's not
This is
answering.
my
now.
birthday. This is,
Yeah,
on
this
my
is
birthday.
December
I take
9th,
the day
yes.
off.
We're waiting to hear back from him. We're texting him like, yo, bro, you picking us up? What's up? He's not texting us. We finally get the message. I failed. I'm like, what? We're calling him. He's not answering. We're calling him. So we just pull up to his crib. Lights off. Dark ass
Joel
room. Joel he's on his recliner just laying back, looking up to the sky. And we're like, damn, bro, I'm sorry that this happened. It sucks. He's like, I just want to be alone, guys. That was... Thinking back on it now, it is funny. But in the moment, I knew you were hurting.
Yeah, I was
and that
sick.
was tough.
I retook it like a month later or some shit and passed. But honestly, the driving instructor, she was just a bitch.
I had the same woman. No, she was.
Did you actually?
She was. I had the same woman. But the thing was, with her, with my test, I probably should have failed too. Parallel parking, I had to do it 3 times.
Yeah, she gave me one chance. I hit the cone. She said you failed.
That's the thing. I didn't hit the cone. My first time, I just was too far off. She's like, you need to do it again. So I did it. I hit the curb. Not the cone, the curb. And I hit it and I said, can I just do it one more time? She screams at me. I don't know what's so hard about this.
Yeah, like miserable ass bitch.
You
bro.
have to
Like,
cut the
I swear
wheel.
to
You're
God.
not cutting the wheel. And I say this every single time I tell the story. Thank God to my dad and the way that he raised me. Because in that moment I got flashbacks. I felt like I was at war. I was like, all right, like I didn't park the car. Somebody like my inner subconscious did, and I just went and finessed it. But when he did it and he failed, she got out the whip. He popped the top visor and broke the visor in his car.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Remember you
Oh,
popped
yeah. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. I know we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But I'm trying not to be I don't want to be a passenger princess this year.
You're over it?
Yeah, I'm over it. So
Yeah, you
that
got
definitely.
You owe us months of rides.
Yeah, definitely getting in the gym. I'm trying to be in the gym more consistent for sure.
Okay.
And then just managing my time. Just trying to be the best Riv I could be.
Yo, Jim, on a little bit of a celebrating myself, 225 for 3 reps, incline bench.
Shit. You flat bench or you just
Just incline because I'm really trying to work the upper titty.
What's yours, Dehls?
I don't know, man. I definitely want to start reading again. I just ordered a book the other day. I don't know. I'm not really a big New Year's resolution.
So cocaine.
Like I feel like if you want to do some shit, you should just do it. I feel like I said the same thing last year. So I feel like whenever I feel like I'm slacking on some shit, I'm like, boom, all right, let me fix it. But I definitely want to get back reading just because I feel like at night, if we're not recording or something, I'm usually just wasting my time on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Like, at least let me get my like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at night, start reading or something just to give my mind a break. Because I'm always on my laptop, my phone, like always fucking on screen. So that's going to be it. I got to get back to reading every night.
I want to do 2 things. I want to sleep better, and I want to stop being fat. That's
I also want to start eating better. I got to cut off. I eat too much fried food. Man.
Why'd you? That's funny as shit.
Nah, but yeah. So I want to eat better. I want to work out at least. You know, be more consistent. I was consistent for a little bit with Drew, like 2 weeks, and then that shit dropped off.
I mean, bro, come past.
That's the hardest part, just being consistent with it.
Yeah.
Once you get in there, you feel it though. You start getting it.
Once you start seeing progress,
it's
then
like,
you're
all right,
I
Not
also
cut.
think people are too hard on themselves when it comes to going to the gym. It's like, listen, you were going 0 times.
Yep.
Get in the gym 3 times a week.
I felt that though because I was in there the other day. I tried to grab a 25.
And I feel like
Couldn't
that's.
really do it, so I had to grab the 10, 15.
Oh my God.
I feel like that's why sleeping is so important though, because when you sleep late, you wake up late, and then you have less day. You know, so.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be
Sleep
sleeping
schedule,
at
right?
like 3, 4 in the morning. I wake up like at 12, 1, and then I'm like, damn, I have little time to get what I actually want to get done. Whereas if you wake up like at 8, you know, you go to the gym for an hour, and then it's like, wow, it's only 9. I have the entire day to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why sleeping is important. So that's really my thing. I just want to sleep better, and I want to lose weight, and then I just want to start saving up for a crib. I kind of want to buy a crib. Probably not gonna do it this year, but I want to start the process of like really being serious about it.
I understand that. I'm probably looking to get engaged soon.
Here we go.
You think this the year?
Bro just put that out into the universe. I've been waiting.
We'll see.
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
I always said 27, 28 is when I want to get married because Charles kind of laid that blueprint for me.
25?
But
How old is Charles?
Charles is 29.
Ooh, what are we doing for 30?
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing for 30. But
30's tough.
I tell you what, I know she wants to get married. She's always wanted to get
Nico
married.
just proposed.
Did he?
Yeah, he's in fucking
tough.
Paris.
Congratulations. In Paris, he did that?
Yeah,
That's the thing. People thought I was going to propose in Paris. I'm just like, listen, I spent money to get here. Money to get the
Drop
ring.
another 10K on the
Come
ring.
on. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to get a Mickey Mouse ring either. I'm
Had,
trying
like,
to treat her
5
right.
friends
That's right. I'm trying to
propose,
make
bro,
sure.
back to back
I need
to
a
back to
girlfriend
back.
for your wedding.
Or
Be
you
a
pull up
plus one.
Dolo and you
That's
not
it.
it.
Find a girl there.
That can't happen.
Why?
Got to pull up with a female wedding.
You need to make sure you're leaving with some pussy.
You could just say a fly like that. I'm not even against that.
I want to.
He's right though.
Listen, bro.
That's
you,
why
you
you
were in the
bring-
wedding.
that's why you
part of,
bring
like,
a
the groomsmen and shit. That's a lot.
Nah, I want to go in there with a woman.
Because if you go in there dolo, it's a risk. You might not.
You
leave
might
with
not,
somebody.
but there's a chance that there's another girl
That's a fact.
there's looking for hers.
I'm good off that.
All right.
You think this year?
I don't know. It depends. Financial situation. It depends.
Thank God Alice listened to this.
No, that's why I know I could talk about it here. She'll never listen to this.
Yeah. We should tell her listen to this one.
Be like, yo, Al.
Yeah,
20,
said some
22
good
minutes.
things.
Nah, she's been wanting to get me. She keeps saying it over and over and over. I'm just like, listen, you keep saying it. I'm gonna keep pushing it off. You better let me do me.
Every time you say it gets delayed a month.
That's what I'm saying.
Blake Bass goes. Shout out to you guys. My goals for 2024 is to hit 600 on squat and 375 on bench.
Shit.
That's
a
a big boy.
You must be, let's go save. That's your goals. You must be already hitting some big
I'll
numbers.
break you up though.
Now everybody in the comments is dying for us to talk about this Knicks-Raptors shit. Why are they
Yeah,
talking
They don't give a fuck
about
we haven't been
anything but
together
basketball
for,
for the
like,
first
I'm
I'm gonna be
22 minutes?
honest. I miss the episodes when we used to just be here 20, 25 minutes, just chopping it up,
Well, we
talking
don't got a ton
bullshit.
to talk about today.
No, I just
We
mean
can
in
chill.
general, facts. Like every podcast, this is what we used to do. We used to talk, get into it.
These guys, they don't
And
know,
this
man.
goes
They
back
work
to
there.
Santos' super chat about, wanting to hear Drew's reaction to the trade and who won it.
I'll tell you what, man. Santos, I appreciate you acknowledging me as the true king of New York.
They know A Boogie got a block named after him.
Really?
Say that again?
Yo, that's
A
big.
Boogie got
That's
a block
huge.
named after him in New York.
That's huge.
Boogie does?
Greatest city in the world. So
Good for him.
And
I'm
Highbridge?
happy for him.
Was it? I don't know where it was exactly, but I know it happened. I was geeked.
But, at first when I saw this deal, I didn't love it on first glance for the idea that I thought that picks would be involved on top of RJ, on top of IQ, because of the conversations last season with OG Anunoby potentially being traded for 3 first-round picks. Now, IQ has been playing some insane basketball recently, but we do understand that there is a guy in front of him who also happens to be playing some insane basketball himself, and Jalen Brunson, shooting a 3-ball at an insane clip of almost 45%. But I don't know if we were going to see IQ's potential fully unlocked in New York. I feel like we just got a little bit of a trailer for it. Because, again, you're not going to get the minutes over a Jalen Brunson. So to see Jalen Brunson to see IQ go to the Raptors on top of RJ, who I feel as if in this trade, this is where you can look at it and be like, okay, I'm fine with this. OG goes to New York, you give up RJ. So now you're getting a lockdown defender, and you're getting a more consistent offensive player. That's why I look at it for the Knicks, and I think, okay, I like this a little bit more, especially with the idea you're not giving up any first-round picks. I believe it's only a second-round pick that the Raptors will be receiving. So,
which is basically a first.
With the Knicks, I feel a little bit more as I've had time to think about it. It's an all right move for the Knicks, especially because you go for fit as opposed to just the name. Because OG can fit a lot of teams that he was going to be traded to. And in the Knicks situation, they just needed a consistent, reliable wing, and that is OG Anunoby. But you look on the Raptors side, IQ, now getting opportunity. You get to move Dennis Schroeder probably to the bench, who's been a pretty solid really plus for the Raptors. Does he become expendable also at that point too? I would not mind Dennis Schroeder making a return back to LA. But let me put my Los Angeles hat aside. IQ now has an opportunity to really put his name on the map. Of course, he's in New York. We all know who IQ is. We understand the basketball player that he is, the efficient shooter that he is. But now in Toronto, there's more opportunity to be had. Both him and Scotty Barnes can now handle the ball. A little bit more spacing brought to the Toronto Raptors. Just a little bit more excitement, a little bit more pace being added to Toronto that they desperately needed. You get RJ also in that situation. Going to be interesting to see how he fits in that team because you saw the way that they were limiting OG's offensive play style. Interesting to see what happens with RJ. Seems like he always manages to get his regardless, but interesting to see how he'll fit into the Raptors. But I like this move for the Raptors because IQ now has a chance to really blossom into a high-level basketball player. But for the Knicks, you need fit. You need to do whatever you can to make this team most appealing for what can happen in this offseason, which could potentially be bringing in a star to superstar level player. And I know everyone wants it to be Donovan Mitchell. That would just be the icing on the cake. But I definitely like this move for both sides. Just at first glance, seeing IQ go was definitely tough if you're a Knicks fan.
Are we sure that Quickley is going to right away start over Dennis Schroeder?
He should.
I think Dennis Schroeder has been awesome for the Raptors this season, no doubt. But for the offensive upside, you know that Schroeder can come in off the bench and give you a boost there. Similarly with IQ, but you don't trade for IQ knowing that he's going to want his money. You're going to be in Toronto trying to give him the same situation that was over there in New York. To me, I find that a little bit wishy-washy.
I think it's hard. He's averaging 14 and 7. He's playing great defense. IQ brings in a defense, but I don't think he brings in a playmaking aspect. When I first saw this shit, I thought it was awful for the Knicks. I thought, why is it OG? Why are we trading RJ and IQ? I thought it was more picks. It was just a second-round pick. But then I saw the other pieces around it, and even if we just got OG, I probably would have been fine with it. Precious to absorb some backup center minutes. I'm not how Malachi Flynn, but he's just a waiver guy. Like, yeah, maybe he might do something off the bench because we need more juice now. If I were to rate this trade on both sides, I think the Knicks get a 9, and I would give the Raptors an 8. And the reason why I think the Raptors slightly lost this trade a little bit is because you now have more young players around Scotty Barnes. I think Emmanuel Quickley fits with Scotty Barnes, but you're tied to RJ Barrett. I think RJ Barrett is an average player. I think he's inconsistent. He can't shoot. And with Pascal Siakam being with Toronto currently and Scotty Barnes, I think that bringing in RJ into the starting lineup immediately is going to hinder their spacing. So I think from a spacing perspective, it's going to hurt them. And as long as you have RJ on your team long term, he's going to hinder your spacing if he's in the starting
I've
lineup.
been waiting on this.
It just is what it is.
Chomping at the bit.
It's not that I've been waiting on this, but it's funny because RJ Barrett was a darling for Knicks fans. When he got drafted, I was very high on him. He was the 3rd overall pick. I thought he was going to develop, but he never developed into what I thought he was going to be. And I kind of realized that his 2nd year in the league, I kind of was already noticing, okay, I'm not going to get my hopes up too much on this guy because I already see what's coming with him. And I was right about it. You know, every Knicks fan that I told that to wanted to slander me for saying RJ Barrett's not very good or whatever. I don't care that RJ was traded. I could give a shit that he was traded. I'm glad he's off my team.
Why are you surprised to hear this?
It's as simple as
so
that.
rude.
I hope that he succeeds back in the country that he's from in Canada. It's going to be a big deal for him playing there. But I'm disappointed. He never lived up to the pick that he was supposed to be. He never did.
We're talking about real overrated prospects.
I'm disappointed. At least he's a starter
Cam
for
might
4
win a
years.
Cam Reddish is the starter too.
Cam, he's an in-season tournament champion.
Oh Christ! There's no shame at this
If
table.
this was just RJ Barrett straight up for OG, oh my God.
oh, it's
Through the roof. IQ hurts. That's an emotional attachment that hurts. Runner up for 6th man of the year last year. In the playoffs, he didn't play all that well though. But IQ hurts. He was somebody that exceeded expectations, and he's such a fun player to watch. And that's the thing. If RJ Barrett was a fun player to watch, I feel a little bit differently. He is a hard watch. It's very stiff. It's a hard watch. IQ's exciting. He's fun. I'm gonna miss him. But this was a great move for the Knicks, and this was a great move because you need a wing defender. I mean, I just seen 2 back-to-back games versus the Magic where Franz Wagner scored 32 and Banchero scored 29. And then the game before that, the Thunder, Jalen Williams on the Thunder scored 36 and SGA scored 36. Yep. We need a defensive stopper. That's OG Anunoby.
Yeah, I know Mitch too right now.
We're not going to limit both of these guys, but as long as we can limit one of them, that's what we need. And you look at the Eastern Conference, if we face the Celtics in the playoffs, I mean, we need at least to contain Tatum or Jaylen Brown, and that's what OG Anunoby can at least offer. He can offer some resistance. Emmanuel Quickley was on a last year of his deal. He's going to be a restricted free agent. There's no way you're paying 2 point guards a combined $50 million, and one of them is going to be on your bench. So Emmanuel Quickley wasn't going to be on this team long term. And RJ Barrett, the fact that we got out of his contract, I mean, he's getting paid $23 million this year, and I think that that's a $2 million raise each year. And we'd be stuck with him until the year 2027, and that year he'd get paid $29 million. I mean,
stuck with him. You're sounding so
not
rude.
the worst contract.
I mean, paying RJ that much money.
And the Jalen Brunson contract is the best
best
contract
steal.
in
It's a
basketball.
bargain.
You got to pay Brunson next year.
But it's just
Already?
the reason
I thought
why
it was 4-year deal.
thought it was
Next year's the last one.
Last year wasn't year one. Am I?
This is year 2, Brunson.
No, this is year 2, Brunson.
I thought so.
No, next year you have to pay Brunson or he's a free agent.
Well, no, I mean they could extend him, but I don't think he's a free
Because
agent.
I think it's a player option. The 4th year is a player option.
It could be. Dehls is searching it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to disrespect RJ, but it's
okay
really,
to be honest, bro.
It's
He
really
does have a player option for $24 million.
it's about-
undoubtedly decline.
He will decline. So
it's
fast.
about being honest though. He's not good enough to be one of the lead ball handlers on the team and, you know, dictate an offense. And he's an odd fit next to stars. I mean, what does he do well? What does he do great? He doesn't defend great. He doesn't finish great.
The effort is there.
He gets to the rim great, but he doesn't
size.
finish around there great.
6'7".
He doesn't shoot great from the mid range or from the 3-point or from
Can't
three.
dribble great either.
He can't dribble great. I mean, he's just a
fine.
very average player. Like if you're telling me would I rather have RJ Barrett or Harrison Barnes like as a fit player?
Because he can shoot.
Is it crazy that I'm going with Harrison
I
Barnes?
genuinely don't know.
If I'm asking, would you rather have Kevin Huerter or RJ Barrett?
Oh, Kevin Hurd.
He can shoot.
He can shoot.
That's
No.
That's not
Sometimes,
crazy.
No.
sometimes he acts a little wild. You know?
Yes, and we've seen him go ghosts. We have.
Yes.
Yeah, but he goes
But
not taking
he at
shots
least
he
got
can't
the
make.
threat. Like RJ Barrett can shoot 45% from 3 for a month, and defenses will still sag off on him. Kevin Huerter can shoot 28% from three, and they will still respect
level.
the shot.
RJ Barrett this season was going through some migraines, came back, obviously still hasn't been the RJ that we saw late in the playoffs last year. But against the Cavaliers, he played some awesome ball.
I respect him for that.
Do you?
Yes.
I don't think you do.
Yes.
He played better than Julius Randle, this All-NBA player of
that's
yours.
not
The bar is
saying
so
much.
now
low.
we're,
That's
but,
not saying
but
much.
now that we're relying on
Randle's been playing
even
solid
more.
last
He hasn't
couple
played
games.
solid.
This
Yeah, no, we're
season,
talking about the playoffs
this
last
season,
year.
Randle's been
Yeah, he's
awesome.
been great
He's,
outside
you, this
the 2
is
weeks.
the way that people talk about Joel Embiid. The thing with the difference is Joel Embiid gets injured. Julius Randle's 100% healthy. He goes into the playoffs and he can't get. He's just
dates.
not this guy.
Well, let's Julius Randle.
My point being is you traded RJ. Now your chips are all in the Jalen Brunson, now OG Anunoby, and Julius
disagree,
Randle
but they-
basket.
I
But they
think
also
Randle-
they have all their draft picks, so they have pieces plus draft picks.
Yeah,
for
Yes.
and that's the thing
superstar.
with the deal. And I don't know why
I'm
Knicks
going strictly
fans,
this season though.
Why Knicks fans? I don't know why Knicks fans was throwing a fit and throwing like
It's because of IQ.
Yeah, like I get
That
the
is-
attachment to IQ, but he's not this star player. Like he was never gonna grow with the Knicks, unfortunately, like you mentioned, because Brunson was in front of him. Because you have tried Brunson and Quickley starting together. I don't know, that's a little too small unless it's like a Donovan Mitchell who's a star level player. But I thought the deal was fine. I thought the Knicks got what they needed. When Mitch went
said the
down,
Knicks won the deal.
yeah, when Mitch went down, their defense has not
Period
recovered
after
since
it.
losing
Yeah,
Mitch.
he was
serious.
serious.
No, yeah, like the Knicks won the
It's a huge
deal. They
fluctuation.
got off the contract in RJ Barrett, which you should have never gave him that contract anyways. And I get that money isn't that big of a deal in this market, but when you giving somebody that money and they're not providing you any real positives to the star players, then it becomes dead money. Like RJ Barrett does not complement Randall. He does not complement Brunson. He does not complement the offense.
Career
So-
low minutes per game.
Yeah, so
this year.
it's basically dead money that you just have sitting there. So why not put it in a player that fits more offensively? He's a great spot up shooter. Defensively, he does a little bit. He does almost anything on the defensive side. So that's somebody who can come in. He can help your defense. If Mitch ever comes back, that combination could be great. And you gave up Quickley, who you probably was going to have to give money to, which you probably didn't want to. Do you have to pay OG down the road? Probably,
After the
but that
trade.
also gives you a TPE and the trade level exception so you can make another trade. You didn't have to give up any real picks. You gave up a second rounder, which is nothing big. You still have multiple first round picks that you can get for a star. And you're trying to be competitive this year. You know, you're trying to make an effort. And I think bringing in OG, and people were saying this all day. Oh, he's not better. It's not about who's better when you're a team like the Knicks. It's
Who
about
is he not better than, though?
well, they were saying he's not better than Quick and RJ. I didn't really pay attention too much into it. But
Well, he's way better than RJ.
no, listen, I agree, but it's not about who's better. It's about who fits next to your star players. When you have
Definitely.
those guys, when you have solidified stars, at this point, it's about who fits. And OG Anunoby fits better than RJ. He fits better than Quickley. Like it is what it is. He's a 3-and-D player that can plug on 28 different NBA teams. So that's why I think the Knicks won. And in terms of the Raptors, I don't like RJ Barrett with Scotty Barnes. Like I just don't. I don't know if this is the young talent you want to bring around Scotty Barnes. I liked Scotty playing the lead guard this year. You know, if Quickley comes in and he starts, that's fine. But now you're giving probably $100 million to a point guard of that type of caliber, of that skill set. I don't know if you do that, but if you want to do it, that's fine. But you still need to build some type of young talent around Scotty. I just think tying your hands to 2-3 more years of RJ Barrett, who's probably not going to benefit your roster, is insane. But at the same time, I'm looking to see what they do with Pascal. I think that's the move that's going to really decide what this all looks like.
And not only that, but there's no upside for RJ Barrett going to Toronto because Scotty Barnes is going to have the ball more than him. Pascal, for now, is going to have the ball
And they're
more
going to
than
try
him.
quickly with the ball.
Scotty's their point guard right now.
Yes, and Quickley should have the ball more than RJ. So you're looking at RJ and you're saying, well, you're going to be a fourth option at best on this team.
I think that's
Where's the opportunity coming
I
from?
think there's a chance for RJ to rediscover himself in Toronto. You know,
Well, he needs to shoot better. That's number one.
he
shit.
does,
Here we
but
go.
I don't. First of all, I don't think the contract is
What's
abysmal.
rediscover?
I think he could find himself
Find
because
a new role.
Yeah, exactly. He's number 3 overall pick. Went to New York. There was all this pressure on him to be the guy, number 1 championship team, number 1 on championship team. He's not that guy, which is fine. But in New York, it was never gonna be fine. In Toronto,
What's
though,
the role, though?
It's the same
what
role.
if what if
Let him
he
cook.
could have a similar role? And listen, completely different scenario. To Andrew Wiggins with the Warriors.
Was that
where
not
he's-
what his role was but after Randall and Brunson, the third guy, maybe the fourth?
But I think New York was just never gonna work in New York because he was drafted number 3 in New York.
So not
Andrew
role
Wiggins
change,
wasn't.
just media change, not role change, media change.
I don't think the pressure. I think the pressure was on RJ Barrett. He was always supposed to be the guy. He
right.
wasn't the guy. You bring in Brunson and Randall, who are obviously better players than him. If he could go to Toronto and become a player who is going to be a great perimeter defender and shoot 37% from three, okay, now we're looking at a player that could actually be utilized on a championship team down the road. Toronto has a far way to go from that, and I don't think the contract is to the point where it's just unbearable. Yeah, $29 million at the last year of his deal isn't great, but also we're talking 2-3 years down the road, new TV deal. That contract's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be what it looks like it is today, where he's getting paid more than Jalen Brunson. I think this is fine for both teams. I didn't see it really as a fleecing one way or the other. At first, I think more people were surprised to see IQ and RJ Barrett go for someone like OG when they were expecting that to be a deal of Donovan Mitchell, or before the season, this is the core to go get Joel Embiid. Embiid's playing at such a level, who knows if he becomes available down the line. But I think people were surprised that this was the deal, or these players were included for a player like OG, because we know OG's role, right? He's not going to come in and be some superstar. He's a great perimeter defender, great defender, period. Obviously, he could shoot the ball. He fits great with this Knicks team. The only issue I have with not even the trade, but kind of like the reaction around it is like, well, we weren't going to have Emmanuel Quickley anyway. He was going to walk, right?
Terrible.
But it's like, you shouldn't devalue your player just because you're not going to keep him, because the Raptors and teams around the league are still going to value Emmanuel Quickley.
Yep.
Like, you shouldn't devalue him just because you have someone who's better on your team who plays that position. Emmanuel Quickley's value around the league is still super high, even though it might not be as high to you because you have Jalen Brunson.
On less minutes, averaging more points, better efficiency
he averaged
from last
23,
season.
5 and 5 on 60% true shooting as a starter last year.
Here's the thing. If his value was that high, if his value was that high, I feel like the Knicks could have got a better deal. They didn't have to add him in this deal. I feel like
I don't know if it was that high,
but that's my thing. If his value was,
they had no leverage.
If his value was as what y'all are talking about, I don't think he would have been placed in this deal. They could have got something better.
Well, I just
No,
don't think.
all I'm saying is the Knicks should have held on.
Exactly. I value him more than I feel like the Knicks value him.
But how long
the
you
Knicks
gonna,
trading him
unless it's
essentially pull out
but
their
unless
hand
it's
and
for
say,
a star,
hey, we're not signing him back.
Unless it's for a star that you're not gonna like. Unless Mitch becomes available and Embiid becomes available. He was going to stay past the deadline. So you were going to have to pay him, and you weren't going to be able to trade him.
He was going to be competitive? Isn't he a restricted free agent, too? You could have matched.
Yeah, so you're going to match. You're going to have to keep him until, I think, like December or January towards the next year.
Okay.
We're still paying
You
$60
have to
million
match.
to
What if a
guards?
team comes with an offer and say, we'll give Quickley $30 million? If you're the Knicks, you're matching that?
No.
Which means you let him walk for nothing. Now you let him walk for nothing.
I think Emmanuel Quickley is going to shine in Toronto. I
He
think
is.
he's going to
I'm
go and
not
have an
disagreeing.
average.
Nobody's
25
saying he's
points per
not.
But
game.
you either get
What do the Knicks-
something
What
to
team's
offer.
going to offer $30 million to Quickley?
That's pretty much the market for that type of archetype player.
Brother man,
$30 million.
this market is insane.
He's averaging 15 points
Brunson,
a game.
Brunson
I can
got
see the
25
Spurs offer
Brunson
him
got
30.
That's what I'm
$25 million a
saying.
year coming from Dallas, and that was just really off a playoff run.
But Brunson was
the money has,
unbelievable
but the money
in
has
the
jumped
playoffs.
since then.
It also,
I
yeah, it's
understand that,
2
but
years.
I can see the
30
Spurs
million?
throwing $30 million at him.
Even if it's not $30
But
million.
what were the conversations around Austin Reeves that he was supposed to get an insane amount of money? He got 4 years, 56.
Yeah.
So
He's
that
gonna get
wasn't
more
the
than that,
case.
though,
He probably should get more, but $30 million seems.
But
to
I think that's because nobody
nobody offered Austin Reeves.
no one offered
which
Austin
was
Reeves.
shocking.
So
We
then
all
you didn't
thought
have,
that
so
they
you
were.
didn't have to give him a lot of
But I
money.
think IQ should
Quickly's
be
going to
valued
get
more
back.
than
even if $30 million is too much, would you give Quickley anywhere between $22 to $25 million?
Yes.
in a heartbeat.
I'm not thinking twice about it because you
Is he
have
my
the
starter?
Answer me a
gr-
question. But
that's another question I have for you, and I apologize, Joel. We'll get into yours. You said that you don't want to see the IQ Brunson duo together unless it's Donovan and Garland, which Donovan and Garland's definitely superior, but at the same time, why not? Because offensively, it gives you a huge boost. Jalen Brunson's amazing at scoring the basketball, and so is IQ. And IQ still gives you some defense.
Because I'm not really I'm not even a big fan of Brunson and Mitchell. I don't think small backcourts really work. But I think if you had if you had to gamble on it, you gamble on Donovan, who is a proven star, instead of Quickley, who might be
For
a star.
sure, but I feel like you tanked IQ's value by making him a bench player, lowering his minutes from last
Grimes
season.
fit better next to Brunson.
Wait, hold up. I don't understand this. Quickley wasn't traded for the value that he's supposedly is, right? Because for one, let's just answer the question. What do the Knicks need more, a backup point guard or a wing defender?
A wing.
Fuck all that. Who's going to get more money in this offseason, OG or Quickley?
OG.
So where's
Teams around the league will value
They
OG
value
more
OG way
than
more.
But
Quickly,
IQ's
no doubt.
still a young player.
No, I'm not saying he's not a young player. I mean, OG's 26 years old. I mean, OG's 26.
He's still young.
He's
He's
still
what he is.
I'm fine.
He is.
No, I'm saying he is what he is.
I'm fine with the fit, but you couldn't have found something else instead of IQ.
I mean, what is something else though?
No, I have the issue was Knicks fans are saying, well, IQ's
Yeah, he was
walking
gone
anyway.
anyway. That's
Why?
bad.
IQ's probably been, I mean, with Mitch hurt, your third best player.
The reason why Knicks fans
right,
said
1000%
the reason
right.
why Knicks fans said Emmanuel Quickley is walking anyway is because the expectation was that a team was going to offer him a contract
More than what the Knicks are going to pay
more
for.
than what the Knicks wanted to get. All season long last year, did you not believe Grant Williams was probably going to walk?
Yeah.
That's the same feeling Knicks fans got with
But Grant
Emmanuel
wasn't our third
Quickly.
best player.
And Grant Williams to Emmanuel Quickley.
But y'all
for the
wouldn't
meaning.
even paid him what the Dallas paid him. Y'all wasn't giving him that.
We got seconds for him.
Yeah, y'all wasn't going to pay him that money. We got like
You-
11
If
million.
you're the
All
Knicks,
I'm
you're not
saying is
paying him
that
22 to
all-
25.
I probably would.
Okay.
But it's something that I don't feel very comfortable with. Because if we pay Emmanuel Quickley that money, that means that RJ Barrett, Quickley, Brunson, and Randall are all getting 20+ mil a year. And once Emmanuel Quickley gets a contract of that value, it now becomes harder to trade him. It's going to be way harder to trade a contract of 20 to 25 billion
But
more than it is what he's
If
getting
you're
right
going to
now.
get a star, that's fine. That contract's fine because that star is going
Well,
to be on a $40 million
we have
contract.
contracts to already cancel out those deals.
Okay.
Before you go, Riv,
And also, you mismanaged his minutes terribly.
That's why he needed to go.
first of all,
Shouldn't
the
mismanage
Knicks-
his minutes to
No,
start,
you
though.
shouldn't.
Like,
It's-
play
you
the-
shouldn't.
play
It's
IQ,
either
bro.
the coach or the player.
First
I
of
don't give
all,
no
No, we
tips.
know who it
First
is.
of
Tibbs
all,
has been.
the
I'm not
Knicks-
going to hate on Tibbs.
the Knicks needed a defender more than they needed a bench scorer. That's
Okay.
number one. That's why OG Anunoby is valuable.
Agreed.
OG's value across the league, what was it from all the reports that we
firsts?
have
Good amount of
garnered?
first.
3 first-round picks.
I would have took.
But
the
that was
first.
last year when Toronto actually had leverage. This year, their leverage really was limited.
That's true, but listen, the initial value for him was teams were willing to give up 3 first-round picks
That's
for him.
last year. I feel like it's different this
even
year.
if it's this year. This year, at minimum, I think it's 2 firsts for OG, given what he provides. I mean, he's one of the 5 best defenders at the wing position. That's extremely valuable. RJ Barrett, in my opinion, is a negative asset. Not only because as a player he's average, but the contract in which you're paying him for a couple years matters. Emmanuel Quickley, I think, can fetch a first-round pick. So, in my opinion, you traded Emmanuel Quickley a first-round pick and a second-rounder and a player that you wanted to get off his contract anyway for a legitimate elite defensive wing, which that's what you need more.
Agreed.
I think, if anything, this move set up the Knicks to now further down the line, because reports have said that the Knicks don't think a star will be available until next summer. This now puts you in a position to, once you get a star, you're more established as a team because you'll have a defender around whatever star you get. And we still have players that we can match contracts with. Josh Hart,
Evan
Dante
Fournier's still there.
DiVincenzo, Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes is a young player. And that's an underrated part of this about this trade.
Kept Grimes.
Quentin Grimes has not been in a role that suited him. With Emmanuel Quickley gone, there is now going to be a role opened up for somebody to be an initiator off the bench. That can be Quentin Grimes. And Quentin Grimes can strengthen his value right now by taking on IQ's role. I don't think he'll be as good at it because IQ was amazing in it, but I think Quentin Grimes can give you 12+ points a game, can be a solid playmaker, can play great defense, and now he's somebody who you can use in a deal for another player.
I think in this situation, that opportunity is going to be given to OG Anunoby. I think
What?
OG Anunoby is
Off the
going to take a
bench?
lot of offensive resresponsibility. No, off the
Cap.
bench, QG is going to
He's
play.
gonna shoot. He's not-
QG is
he's
going
not
to
gonna
play.
be
He's going to
crazy.
start.
OG is going to be what he.
Skill set
OG's main issue in Toronto was that he was not getting the offensive
He can.
freedom.
do it.
I don't
to
know
what
if that's his.
well,
can't do it.
well, he wasn't able to show it.
No,
now in
he-
New
no, no,
York,
he-
he's
he
going to
cannot
be able
No,
do
to
it.
they
do
gave
so.
an opportunity early on, and he cannot.
I
He's
feel like
just
we know
not
what
that
OG
player.
is.
I mean,
OG's
do
a
we
great
know
cutter,
that?
a
He's only
spot-up
gotten
shooter,
better
and an elite
in the last
defender.
couple of years. He's an elite defender for sure. Can knock down the 3-ball pretty fucking
good spot-up
efficiently.
shooter.
OG was brought in to play defense and hit open threes. That's all he was brought in to do.
I feel like then that's a bad trade. That's a
Why?
bad move.
You're getting one of the
What
best
type of
defenders in
star?
the
What type
league.
of star you was going to get
but
with
another
RJ
and another
Quickley?
question.
It's RG Quickley and picks. All the picks. Whatever picks you want.
But like, what star was going to get you that? Cleveland, no, because they already have Garland.
I got a question. If this is
Philly, they already got Maxey.
if this is IQ and RJ in a second-round pick for like Jaden McDaniels, do we view this any
he's
differently?
much younger
He is,
than
yeah.
He is
like
much
20,
younger, but I'm saying like the role aspect. I mean, you're getting one of the 5 best defenders in the world at their position. I think that's insanely valuable.
I'm fine with the Knicks getting OG Anunoby. I said that when I opened.
As much as I love Emmanuel Quickley, per 36, 22, and 4 this year. He's a great microwave scorer.
It's really good.
The playmaking can improve
Off the
significantly.
bench is
He's
insane.
good.
Last
defender,
year,
too.
23 and 5 when he started. Look, I think Emmanuel Quickley, of course, I 100% know he will flourish in Toronto. When I look at Quickley, do I look at somebody that has a Tyrese Maxey type leap in them or even an Anthony Simons type leap? I don't. I think he's a tier below those players. There's a gap between him and those guys because those guys are far more athletic.
That's
He's also a
unfair,
better
though.
defender than those guys.
And how much opportunity
Like
was
a
Anthony
far
and Maxey
away.
given?
Like, he's not going out there.
Yeah, I think the opportunity will really decide what type of tier he's in, because I think all those guys was gifted opportunities to show themselves.
Yeah,
And Quickley is a better all-around player, I think, than Simons in terms of
how
offense
is it that
and
Quickley
defense.
got better this season and has less minutes than last season? That should not be.
Tibbs has been,
I mean, you could get better and still have less minutes. You
I don't
get
think
better.
he should be cutting his minutes.
That's
till he's
ridiculous.
23.
No,
But
I'm
that's
not.
why-
No,
but
I'm not
that's-
saying. I'm not saying that they should be cutting his minutes, but I'm saying.
But that's
you
why he
can
had to
tell
go.
if
And
a
are you
player's getting
good with
better.
giving OG 30, 35 million?
I wouldn't pay neither one of them, but it opens up
But
flexibility.
now you got to pay OG.
Nah,
No,
it
you
opens-
just
no, no, no,
handcuffed
no,
to
no, no,
giving
no,
him
no.
whatever OG wants.
No, that's not true.
So OG
How is
can
that not
walk, and
true?
you're fine
You
with
don't
that.
have to pay OG.
Huh?
So you're going to trade Quickley, trade RJ the second round pick, and
Riv,
let
that's
OJ walk
ridiculous.
after
You just
4
got
months?
off of RJ Barrett's contract, and then you don't have to pay Quickley. Now next summer you will have more money than what you were originally going to
Are
have.
they going to have enough for a max spot?
Yes,
but
they
who-
will
but
because
who's
Randall's
going?
contract will also be up.
So, but if you're saying that, then it needs to be 100%.
But that's what they're
Donovan's
banking on.
going.
It's not just Donovan. It's going to be so
It's
many
not just
stars in that
Donovan.
offseason.
The Knicks don't think a star is available until next summer. I think there could be a star available depending on what happens in the playoffs. We
and I
just
think
don't know right
Fournier's
now.
contract will be up by next year too. They're going to have a lot of guys.
Right now,
up.
they
And
have,
also-
they would have $12 million in cap space for 2024, 2025.
And also, I just
no,
want
no,
to say
no,
this:
that's cap.
This is what Spotrac is telling me.
Oh, then they're fucked.
we're not fucked. Listen, OG Anunoby, I think
you just handcuffed yourself to
the
sign him.
market is
I
going to
don't
be
think
what the
so.
market is for him. If we sign him back, I think we will sign him back. I think it would be to a reasonable deal. You have to understand, on every single team, you need a defensive stopper like that. And not only that, but I think given that OG Anunoby is 26 years old right now, is 26 or 27, one of those. Even if you pay him, he's still going to have value across the league. I don't think if you're paying OG Anunoby, I think you can, if in a year from now things don't work out, I think he will still hold value to at least fetch 2 first-round picks on an open market for a contending team.
I'm looking at it now. You said the 24-25 season, that's where you feel like the Knicks will make their most moves. Now,
They can.
Brunson has the player option. He's going to opt out. You're left with no choice but to extend Brunson and give him whatever contract.
And
that
Or
that
he
contract-
can-
contract's
or
gonna
he
be
can opt
40
in.
mil.
Or
He's not opting in.
Why would he opt?
He's
in?
not
can-
opting in.
Hold up. He can get an extension.
He
He
could.
can opt into that and get an extension.
But why would I want to wait on my 40 mil when I get my 40 mil right now?
He can get an extension. What this
Here's
offseason?
here's another thing.
Because it'll be he'll get the same amount of
But
money regardless.
Randall also
For
has
1
a
year,
player
he gets
option
29
in
or
that same
whatever it is.
offseason.
24.
Is Randall going to turn down $32 million? Do you think that he'll get more from another team? I don't know.
Randall, I don't think Randall's going to go. I don't agree with Riv, but I don't agree with you either because, I mean, okay, if I have a player option and a team wants to extend me, I can opt into that player option and I can get an extension. And now all I did was give myself $25 million more. If he opts out of the player option and he gets a 4-year extension, what's the difference between opting in and getting that 4-year extension?
Because you'd
He's
get
just getting more money.
You get
So
the pay
it's-
raise
but
immediately.
also,
if you opt out, you get the pay
what-
raise then. If you
Joel,
opt in, you get the 25
what you're saying
mil.
is
the
fine.
money's guaranteed
But
regardless.
what
You
James
don't get the
Harden,
money.
money
what
now
James
is more
Harden
valuable
tried
than
to
money
do
later.
this year with what the deal was with Moore, he say, hey, you opt in, we'll sign you to an extension. They didn't sign him to the extension and kind of fucked over James
I know what
Harden.
you're saying, but Jalen Brunson right now is 28 years old, I believe. So let's say he opts out.
Is
I
it?
think 27.
Let's say he
Jalen Brunson's 28, going to be 29.
let's say
Damn.
he opts
So he's
out
younger.
and he gets a 4-year extension
30-year-old.
this
He was-
offseason.
was he
6 foot
4-year
point guard
college?
is the number one.
Yeah.
Let's say he gets a 4-year extension this offseason. That means he's going to be a free agent at 32, 33 years old as a smaller guard.
Probably cooked.
I mean, what's the market going to be from where he can opt in, get that same extension from the Knicks, and all he's doing is adding. He's just getting more money.
No,
He's just
all right,
getting more
just
money.
to make sure we're clear on this. At his opt-out, because he has to play this year 2, he has to play next year, so he would be 30 years old. then that's when he can
Randall-
opt out at 30.
As long as Brunson
And Randall
gets,
too.
Randall Brunson have a player option
Yes,
for next
yes,
offseason.
that's what
and
I'm
then
saying.
Fournier has a team option, if I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
as long
Still,
as Brunson gets an
So they have-
Because
extension,
you're
he'll opt in.
handcuffed to
you're-
extending Brunson.
No,
And that's
you're
not
gonna-
a bad
you're
thing.
gonna
That's a
extend
good
Brunson.
thing.
You're gonna
you
extend
have
Brunson.
to.
But
You
that's
don't
what I'm
get that
saying.
discount
Brunson.
you just
It's
got. You're not getting
Randall.
that
If
25
Randall
a year.
is opting in.
You think so?
Randall is not going to decline that.
do you
because
think
How much is it?
Do you think
It's
he
32
thinks
and a
he's
half.
going to get more money?
But
That's
if he
the thing.
declines,
That's
it, he
why
can
I
sign
say
a
that.
If
four-year
he
I don't
thinks
extension
he's going to
for
get more money, he would
whatever,
decline that.
120.
Do you think he'll get more money? I personally
if
don't.
on an annual basis, probably not, but over 4 years.
Randall will opt into that deal.
He's going to opt in.
I don't know if he thinks. I'm not saying.
then all
if
I mean
he
in that
thinks-
sense-
I know what you're
if
saying,
he thinks he's going to get more money on
I
the
agree.
market, he would
But
decline.
my
it.
whole point is, if we all, me and you are on the assumption he's opting in, then that's less money that the Knicks have to
for
make
sure, for
deals,
sure.
which is my main argument.
Okay.
Because you have to extend Brunson. You're gonna have Jalen. You're
Yes.
gonna have, Randall opt into his contract. Who are you going to be able to sign, especially if you're going to sign OG Anunoby to a $35 million deal?
I mean, yes,
Signing trades are still available.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is that, for one, Brunson will opt into his deal as long as he gets an extension. Julius Randle, the same thing happened where when we first signed him to the Knicks, he had a player option in the third year, I believe. We extended him, and he accepted the player option. So as long as we extend the player, there's no reason for them to decline it if we're giving them the money that they're fetching on the open
if
market.
Brunson gets extended this offseason, he'll be fine.
There's no reason. So he still be under that salary. I don't think the Knicks move is going to come via free agency. And also, there aren't, in this modern age, superstars just available via free agency. That rarely happens. When you go get a superstar, it's always going to be with a trade. So I think with those...
Majority
Yes.
of the time.
I mean,
Now, yeah.
Kawhi Leonard was a trade. Or no, he signed with the Clippers.
signed a
Paul,
trade, signed a
Paul
trade.
George was a trade. Anthony Davis was a trade.
LeBron's all his big moves have been through free agency.
Well, he's a very rare case
Kevin
where
Durant was free agency.
Kevin Durant was a
But he
trade.
just also just got
No,
traded
to the
Suns.
Warriors.
signing
Nets.
and
Nets.
trade.
That's
I
a trade.
but you understand what I mean? Going to the Warriors, that's one of the biggest free agency moves ever,
Dame
too.
was just a trade.
It was a trade.
So like
But he
all
was
those-
signed
most-
into a long-term deal.
Most are going to be trades.
how many superstar players?
So I can read them to you if you want here.
Well, this upcoming free agency class, you got some superstars.
So I'm only going to the 24-25, which is what you guys told me. So
Next year.
Correct. So Paul George, Kawhi Leonard both would be unrestricted free agents, but apparently it says bird rights that the Clippers would
Clippers
have.
could,
It's
yeah,
a
they
player
could resign
option.
and go over the salary cap.
Unrestricted Drew Holiday. Player option Donovan Mitchell, he'll opt out. Jason Tatum, he'll have a player option, he'll opt out. Jimmy Butler has a player option for
He'll
$52.4
opt
million.
$52 million?
Yeah,
He'll opt out.
$52.4 million.
I'm telling you, he's gonna opt out. He's gonna
He's gonna
Miami's
get
gonna
200
get
from
60.
Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyrie,
He's gonna opt out.
Kyrie Irving has a
He'll
player
opt
option for $43 million. Will he
This
opt
is
out?
this offseason?
Next year.
That's next offseason.
No, next
The
year.
one year, 2025.
So
Yes.
a year from now.
Correct.
A year, well, 2 years from now. basically.
yes.
2025
We're still in
offseason.
Because that's the one that you guys told me is the one that we have to look
That's
out
the
for.
better
No,
one.
no,
No,
no.
this is
I'm,
this
no,
one,
I'm
this
saying,
one, this
no, I'm saying this summer.
But this summer is only
when-
Pascal.
No, this is Kawhi. And
This is
if
what
they
I'm-
decline.
Hold up,
If-
we got to
if-
stop
they
looking
probably
at
will.
free
Yeah,
agents.
if PG and
because
Kawhi, if PG and Kawhi decline this year, they are free agents.
This is the disconnect. This is the disconnect. You're looking at free agents. The Knicks just believe that there might be a star player available this summer. For instance, let's just, under the hypothetical, the Sixers flame out in the playoffs again. You know, do they run it back with Embiid? We don't know.
It's definitely
You know,
possible.
what happens if the Dame and Giannis pairing don't work? Adrian Griffin gets fired, and they're handcuffed to, because the Bucks are essentially an old team, and they're handcuffed. You know, could Giannis want out? That's a possibility. All the top 10 players in the league right now, maybe outside of like one or two, are on long-term deals. So the only way, and I think that's the only player that the Knicks can get that will actually put them in contention.
Embiid.
The thing
So,
is, I feel like
no,
you're trying to
it's-
rush.
yeah, Embiid.
Why are the Knicks trying to rush this process?
The thing
Because
is,
Brunson is 28. Julius, like all these guys are not you're
Modern
not
medicine
sitting here.
and Jalen Brunson's play style, he still has years.
The Clippers starting 5 will be free agents this year. Not their best.
Well, you have to
Westbrook,
pick a direction.
I'm looking at it now.
Kawhi,
'Cause
Harden,
LeBron has
PG. They will
yep.
all opt out.
Yep.
And then Embiid could become
Is
available.
PG gonna opt out?
Yeah, for sure.
He should.
Yeah,
40
because
49
they're
mil.
probably going
But
to
get
opt
the-
out
you get
and
the
stay with the
guaranteed
Clippers,
bread.
though.
Yeah,
I think
you
they're going to
opt
opt out
out
and
and
give
You
them
have
more.
you have to pick a direction if you're a team.
In Milwaukee, I don't think. I think Giannis, he just signed that little small extension. I think they'll
they're-
stay
yeah,
another
at
year.
least another
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm looking at this year's too. You mentioned Paul George and Kawhi both have player options. LeBron, let's not even mention that. Klay Thompson's unrestricted. Tobias, James Harden, Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, we don't
None
have
of
to name
them
the
move
rest
the
of
needle.
this.
Drew
Yeah.
Drew Holiday has a player option. Probably
He'll
will-
accept.
DeMar DeRozan.
None of these guys move the needle.
you're mentioning Joel Embiid. That is just best case scenario. Hands and knees praying.
That can happen.
Could it happen? I don't know.
I mean, this is just scenarios that could happen. I mean, ultimately, if you're a team, you have to pick a direction. The Knicks right now are closer to being a highly competitive playoff team than they are being a tanking team that got to get a top pick. Mm-hmm. So this move was them picking a direction. Okay, OG Anunoby adding a wing defender stopper gets us one step closer to the ultimate goal. It's not the move that's going to bring it. It's not the move that's going to bring us there.
He's in the what?
I think Joel Embiid is legitimately
you
in
never
the
know.
Suns.
So now without IQ, now without RJ, what's the package?
Randall, Grimes,
Fournier, and all the picks you want.
and then a shit ton of picks.
Yuck.
The picks are more valuable than Quickley.
That's what most trades are going to be.
The picks are literally more valuable than Quickley.
I'm not saying the picks are not more valuable. The picks are going to be the main catalyst to the trade.
So you think
IQ Grimes
next to Maxey is better than Quickley next to Maxey.
For the size, I don't mind
if the Sixers, the package that he's mentioning is better than RJ and Quickley.
But the thing is,
Randall's better than all those guys.
If I'm the 76ers,
and Philly probably
what is Randall doing for me?
They still want to be competitive. Randall's going to keep you competitive.
And the only reason that works out is for the money.
We're not saying the Sixers would accept it. All I'm saying is this. For one,
you gotta remember they don't have their picks.
Emmanuel Quickley was the valuable piece that was moved.
It's all swaps and
when the Knicks were trying to go get Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz, I think part of the reason we didn't get the trade done was because Danny Ainge was being stubborn. I think a big part of it was because Danny Ainge was like, RJ Barrett, no, I don't want him. He is viewed as a negative asset. This is what I'm trying to say. Emmanuel Quickley is the one.
We're not really talking about RJ. We're not really talking
about just Emmanuel Quickley. So if you're Danny Ainge, he took the Cavs offer because he believed, even with the Lauri Markkanen that was unproven, was better than an IQ RJ and Grimes package.
And that's when you just need to give a tip of the cap.
Mitchell could also become available in the summer.
That's what I'm saying. Though right now, I think that, and this is a thing that a lot of Knicks fans were victim of doing, they overvalued the pieces for a trade, right? I think RJ Barrett was overvalued because teams around the league don't value him. Emmanuel Quickley is valuable, but how valuable is another question. I think he is valuable. And then Quentin Grimes was still somebody that's unproven. The Knicks right now don't have legitimate trade pieces that are valuable. We don't have, like the Lakers did when the trade for Anthony. We don't have Brandon Ingram. We don't have the idea of Lonzo Ball, who when healthy is a great player. We didn't have a Kuzma either, like who got that much hype. Like we don't have that.
Hypothetically speaking, let's just speak hypothetically here. If IQ turns into what Tyrese Maxey is this season, if you're the Knicks, you're happy with that? After this trade.
It was never going to happen with them, so what can they do?
But that doesn't change the fact that
it does not. It does not.
Okay, this is what
like Jalen Brunson walking from the Mavericks. If you're the Mavericks, you're happy? You're not.
Well, now that they got Kyrie, it is what it is.
I get it, but you understand what I mean. The way that Brunson has emerged.
What other team... Because this is boggling my mind that I keep thinking Quickley can just go to anywhere and be this.
With opportunity.
Let's say, what other team was hypothetically giving him that opportunity outside of Toronto? You can't think of many. And the reason why you can't think of many is because it wasn't reality.
Any bottom feeder.
He couldn't go to the Pistons.
He couldn't
go to the Pistons. Cade is getting the ball all the time. He wasn't getting that opportunity.
There needs to be someone other than Cade that's handling the ball.
He wasn't going to be Tyrese Maxey over there.
Well, Tyrese Maxey now has this opportunity.
Let me name teams.
Because he's number one guard.
The Timberwolves.
No.
The Thunder.
No.
The Nuggets.
No.
The Clippers.
No.
The Kings.
No.
The Mavericks.
No.
The Pelicans.
No.
The Lakers.
No.
The Pelicans would work.
The Suns.
He would come off the bench.
No. For the Lakers, he probably would start.
I think he worked for the Pelicans.
I mean, you're talking about Tyrese Maxey.
You're talking about being a star.
Okay, but even still, we saw Austin Reeves. Fair. You said Tyrese Maxey, and I said Tyrese Maxey. You're right. I said Tyrese Maxey.
But I'm saying below that.
We saw Reeves as a number 3 still get insane love.
But he'll be the number 3 guy for the Pelicans.
How much longer is Zion?
We'll keep going. The Rockets.
Could be a BI and
yes.
You just
with
signed
Fred VanVleet
Yeah,
there?
you signed Fred.
They value Amon more than Quickley. No.
As they should.
They just used the number 4 pick on him.
The Warriors.
No.
The Jazz.
Better than Chris Paul.
But he'll be a bench player.
I think the Jazz is one of those teams.
Yes.
The Jazz is perfect.
Name any bottom feeder.
They didn't even
any
get
bottom feeder. The answer.
Okay.
Like he would have went to the Spurs. It would have been up and stuck.
That would have been good.
Well, the Grizzlies. No,
No.
because right now they're one of the
No.
worst teams in the NBA.
Even though they
record-wise.
could use a boost offensively.
Once-
they-
but that's
oh, no,
not.
they have Ja.
he'd be-
We talking
he's not
about
a bench
starters.
player.
The Trailblazers.
No, they have
No,
three
now
guards.
definitely.
They
So
know.
in the West, it's two teams.
Scoot
It's the Jazz
coming on.
and it's the Spurs. So let's keep in mind the
And the
teams that we're
Jazz
naming.
did not care for that deal.
Okay, the Jazz and the Spurs. Eastern Conference. Celtics.
No.
Bucks.
Just head to the bottom, Brody.
Sixers.
No.
Heat. The Magic.
Heat would
Miami would work.
Heat would most
Miami would
definitely
work.
work.
Yes.
On the
Tyler Hero's
Magic-
been awesome though.
On the Magic, does he start over Jalen Suggs?
No.
Does he start over
I
Anthony
think on the
Black?
Magic, if I'm the Magic, I would love that too.
I would too,
Gives
but
you
Jalen-
defense
Jalen
and you
Suggs-
get some high level
Jalen Suggs been
scoring.
really good for them.
He has been, but at the
I
same
think he'll
time,
be all
top
right.
10
the
pick. I don't
I don't think
offensive
star though.
fair.
I don't
the
think they
offensive
would-
ceiling for
Yeah,
Quickley is
it's
higher.
so much higher, but they wouldn't trade for IQ and be like, you're the starter after what they're doing.
It's
with
like
Suggs.
Magic fans.
They just drafted Black too.
In
Why would
fact,
they?
That's true,
It would
but
be a little- it'd be a
offensively,
little
his
crowded.
game is a work in progress.
It wouldn't make sense. They don't want to bring in another guard. They just paid Cole Anthony and they just drafted Anthony.
I don't
Black.
know.
They could
if
use
I-
another. They could use a guard that comes.
They
and score the
definitely
ball.
could use a guard.
But
So who are they gonna give up?
We're going away from the initial point. The initial point was where could IQ go and have the opportunity of a Tyrese Maxey to now take this type of leap.
Even
I think
just
with the
last year,
Magic, it's
Tyrese
enough.
I'm
Maxey,
saying
I don't-
last year's Tyrese Maxey.
I don't even see
the
him
Ma-
getting that opportunity with Orlando. They're gonna run the offense through Boncaro and Wagner. That's just what it's
I
gonna
agree.
be.
I agree. The Cavaliers.
No.
See,
No.
you say that with Wagner. I apologize. I still think the answer would be no. For Wagner and for Boncaro, we saw Tyrese Maxey as the number 3 be able to still get his.
Playing off a playmaker. He was playing off of James Harden. James Harden was able to do that. Neither one of them are playmakers like James Harden. So
Well,
it's
Quickley
different.
probably would have the ball in his.
He would be the playmaker. He's not
He'd be
that
the
good of a
initiator, yeah.
playmaker.
The Pacers.
No.
No.
The Nets.
On the
And that's
Nets,
yeah, that
yeah.
would be cool.
Nets
on
would
the
work.
Pacers, he would be a great fit for them, though. Obviously, for his great 3-point shooting, they play with a lot
And
of
he plays
pace. That'd be
defense.
awesome.
Yeah, he'd be a great fit.
Yes.
He'd be a great fit for a lot of these teams in the role he's in
Okay,
currently.
let's just say the Pacers, right?
I like that one.
the Bulls. Kobe
Yeah.
White or him? I mean, Kobe
I mean,
White's
go
playing.
quick.
Kobe White's on a cheaper deal.
Yeah,
that's
he's
all
on a
I'm
heater.
saying.
But so
Quickly.
Quickley's gonna get
Get
paid.
the bags.
Yeah, I like it on the Bulls too. I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I don't know.
I mean,
Kobe's been crazy though.
I don't like starting Kobe and Quickly.
I'm just gonna let you guys say the Bulls. Okay, so the Hawks,
No.
no, the Hornets.
It's
No.
so hard to.
Not with LaMelo healthy.
Not with the Melo. I think the fit would be okay.
Need
Next to
talent
LaMelo,
on the
like-
Hornets, man.
But I don't with Lamelo there. He
It's
wouldn't
like
turn
look
into
at what Terry Rozier's doing.
Yeah, trolling.
Wait, okay, so if you wait, LaMelo and Rozier, IQ's not getting that opportunity with the Hornets.
I
He's
understand, but Rozier at the same time,
So,
it's
yeah,
like
Rozier-
not.
hey,
Rozier's a
he's
better
like
player
20s.
than Emmanuel Quickly. No. Rozier's
He's been
been
playing-
awesome
he's
this
been
year.
playing
He has
very
been.
well.
I know, but it's just
Oh
the
my
role
God.
he's
This
in
is what?
with the
This
team
is
he's
serious,
in.
guys.
IQ's
we're
so
stretching
young.
it. We're
What
stretching
are we
it.
doing?
Like, bro, IQ's
a
gonna go to
young-ass
Toronto, and I think
player.
we're gonna say he's better than Terry Rozier.
Oh, I didn't entertain that. What I was saying is we're trolling with the names. Like there's not many teams that's gonna give him Tyrese Maxey opportunities.
And that's what this initial conversation
It's
was
just
with
not.
the teams. Wait, Terry Rozier is
Terry's been awesome.
24 and
Yeah,
7.
He's been OD.
I mean,
But he's the best player on their team.
I was gonna say, yeah, and Lamelo's
right?
been
He also
hurt.
get the
Yeah,
ball a shit ton of
even
time.
with
On the
LaMelo though.
I don't want to say I'm guaranteeing that Quickley can do that, but
But
he can get to 23
put
points
up
per
23
game.
and 5
That's
Is he
what he
still
did
gonna
last
play
year as a
defense
starter.
No, I'm not-
in Charlotte. That's the thing.
No.
Wait,
I
okay,
wouldn't.
I agree. I think
I wouldn't
Quickly can
either.
get to those points. Even when Rozier is playing with LaMelo though, he's averaging 20. I just want to say that. So the team, we still got some teams left. The Wizards
Sure.
Yes, most definitely.
That's
He's-
probably the one we can.
and
go
the
have fun.
Pistons.
Yes.
Okay, so
No.
Saying yes.
Pistons?
Because it would not
You need
hurt to have
talents.
another. Exactly.
Okay.
And you need a stretch. And you need a stretch. And that's
And you need
exactly what
shooting.
he can
before
do.
you go, Rip,
No,
before you
because
go.
they
But Rip,
keep
what's wrong with
playing
that?
from the point.
What's wrong with
You
that? You need
said
shooting. He
Max
guys
got
are
his.
going away from
You
the
guys
point.
are going away from the point. Will he fit on all these teams? 100%. Will he get Maxey opportunity?
Who else on
No.
the Pistons gonna man the ball
Cade-
outside of Cade?
Just
Cade
Cade.
literally gets a 98 percentile usage rate. Monty
But
Williams
that's
cannot
not
coach.
what you need.
You're putting him in a
That's not
position
what
where
you
Monty
need.
Williams cannot
more than
coach.
one
Is that what
person
you
can
need?
put up
More than
numbers.
one person can handle
trust-
the
yeah,
ball.
trust-
Dodgers just has a 100% usage rate.
Dehls,
Kyrie still gets
Dehls,
his.
how many Piston games have you watched?
I watched it against Celtics.
Do you trust Monty to put Quickly in position to
I don't
succeed?
trust Monty at all.
I'm gonna tell you a stat. Asar Thompson doesn't. He's a spot up shooter.
I
That's what I'm
saw-
trying
I
to
saw the
explain
tweet.
to
I
y'all.
saw the
Y'all not
tweet.
listening. Y'all just talking. I'm trying to explain to y'all.
Well,
That's
Well,
not
you
gonna
said
work.
opportunity.
Well,
No,
the
the
opportunity-
opportunity won't be
for
because
one-
Monty's
for
a
one.
terrible coach.
See,
Tyrese-
I'm not going to agree with
Tyrese
that. Just
Maxey's
because
getting
he's
his
a bad
opportunity
coach.
because
not a
he.
good coach.
I
Tyrese-
agree.
Tyrese Maxey's the lead ball handler with the Sixers right now. That's why
As
he's
he
getting an
should be,
opportunity.
correct.
What River's saying is that in the Pistons he would not be. He would not be the lead ball
But
handler
that's-
over Cade.
Never.
IQ would get opportunity, but he would not be the lead guy like Tyrese Maxey is the lead guy with the Sixers right now. So ultimately, we named like 4 teams that IQ would actually get that opportunity on. So let's just say with the Jazz. Jazz. Do the Jazz have anything the Knicks want to get in a trade? outside of Lauri Markkinen.
Lauri,
And if it is Lauri,
That's what you should have done.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, but
I
that
was
would
gonna
have
say, I'd rather
been more
have
expensive.
Lauri.
the
It
Jazz
would've been
not
expensive.
trading Lauri for IQ
No,
and RJ.
no.
That was not happening. So there was
It would have been IQ and
IQ
picks,
over-
though.
yeah,
If
it
Lauri's
would've
gonna
been
get
IQ and
traded,
picks,
like
yeah.
he's
I
gonna
think
get picks from a young
I think
player.
the Jazz
They
would.
might have done that deal.
I think the Jazz would. No, they would not.
They might have.
trolling.
No,
They're
they would
trolling.
not.
They're
IQ and RJ and picks wouldn't have gotten Lauri.
Stop saying
Hell
RJ,
no.
please.
What's the
Just
Lauri
stop
package?
I'm just saying the
What's the
picks.
Lauri package?
They
Lauri
want 4 to
package?
5 picks.
No, they want. I thought it was 3
No,
first.
they want like 3 to 4 first-round
Okay,
picks.
but
and
what's-
and young players.
Okay, what's the young player
Why
that's
isn't
equal
IQ
to
that
or better
answer?
than IQ with the Knicks that you could also give picks to?
Say that one more time.
What's the package out there, right? If we're saying the Knicks package is IQ and draft picks, what other package out there that has the equally good young player plus the draft picks?
OKC. OKC can produce it.
Who's the young player?
You could probably throw in Giddey.
Who wants Giddy right now?
You could
Giddey-
throw, you
talk
could throw
about
in
negative
Case and
asset.
Wallace.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Who's a
Casey
much
getting
more
traded?
intriguing prospect than both of
I wouldn't
them.
want to trade.
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
I don't know if
you
Thunder's moving them.
and you can throw in.
Moving
And
him.
OKC has so many
Listen,
picks.
at the end,
you can throw in
at
anything
the,
at that
the
point.
end of the day, the Jazz were not doing that move because they would have to pay IQ, and I am just under the belief they'd rather see it out with Keontae George. They just drafted Keontae George.
That's true.
Keontae George has been starting for them. I mean, why would they just say IQ's coming in? We're gonna give him a deal after this summer, and Keontae George, the guy we just drafted, we gonna move you to the bench. I think they're high on Keontae George, and I think Keontae George has a similar skill set to IQ too, who we can develop into an awesome
I know,
scorer.
IQ's proved it though. You
IQ's
have to
he's
pay him.
improved it, but he's a rookie.
He's been super efficient.
And
super
with the
efficient.
Spurs, yes, I think IQ would be a great
Spurs
fit.
be
there.
the
most
one.
definitely.
What do the Spurs have that the Knicks could trade for that would actually be a good deal for the Knicks in return?
Yeah, they don't.
It wouldn't be Keldon Johnson. It wouldn't be Devin Vassell either. I don't think, Devin Vassell doesn't
Way
move it
rather
for
have
me.
OG. Yeah, it's not close.
So, we're talking about these teams that would give IQ this role. They don't have much to trade the Knicks.
Losing IQ is a big deal. The bigger deal is the financial status for the Knicks when Brunson and Randall have their player option come
Why-
up.
And you
It
got
was
the- and
gonna
you gotta
be-
extend OG.
Because
Big deal is
OG is going to probably get 30 to 35 mil.
Question. 30 to 35 mil. RJ's making 25 mil next year. He's going to make 25 to 29 mil until 2027.
Cool.
Emmanuel Quickley, if we signed him, 20 mil minimum, right? So that
Correct.
means we're giving RJ and IQ 45 million. That's more than we're giving OG. We'd still be in a financial hole regardless, either or, both situations.
But the thing is, let's say what I think the floor, the absolute floor for OG would be 30 million. Because there's a chance he probably makes all NBA defense. There you go. You have to pay him a little bit more money than what you want.
Even then, the combined
initially.
contracts of RJ and Quickley would be more than what we'd give OG. And RJ has become a player that is unplayable in closing lineups for us. He's a career low in minutes per game. I'm done with the idea of RJ Barrett. He's a negative
played
asset.
very well against the Cavs. He really did.
I
He
get
played
moving
very
off.
well
I
against
get,
the
I get
Cavs.
moving off RJ. I hope he succeeds in Toronto. He's gonna have a chance to.
All I'm saying is that regardless of if we kept IQ and RJ or we got OG, this financial hole that we're in was going to happen regardless. So I'd rather get a wing defender and put us one step closer than to keep RJ and then pay a backup point guard.
Shit, man,
Because
I
at the
would've-
end of the day, IQ, that's what he was going to be.
I would have rather
I
gave up
think
a first
he's better
or
than
two.
that. And I'm very happy for IQ. I hope he does well with the Raptors. With the Knicks, he was going to be a backup.
What's the championship window for the Knicks? Just out of curiosity, like how many years?
I don't know.
Next 3 years.
I would rather have used a first or a couple first round picks, kept IQ, and have him be my microwave off the bench when I'm trying to make a championship run in
Crazy.
a year.
Why?
You need the first for a star.
They have a plethora of first round picks.
Am
Yeah,
I
but why would you-
not
why not just
mistaken?
keep those?
Why
Tell
just
me if
keep-
I'm wrong.
Keep the best
Who
player in
do you think
IQ.
Emmanuel Quickly is?
I think he would be very valuable for this Knicks
He was
team.
number 2 and
who
6
got
man of the
hurt?
year.
Like, who do y'all
He
think?
was,
Wait.
he's one of the
This is a
best
question
6
for
men
all y'all.
off the bench.
Okay, but
this-
he won 6 man of the year last year.
Do y'all not understand that OG Anunoby's one of the best
No, he's
3-and-D
great.
players?
He's great.
Do you not know that's more
Did-
valuable
but
than
Riv-
what Quickley
Riv,
provides?
But
right?
if they're trying to compete, why don't you use the draft picks
What's
to
more
keep the
in
player?
a competitive standpoint? What's more valuable? What OG
second
brings you, or
round
what
pick?
Quickley brings you?
No, I'm saying first. I'm saying I would have rather kept IQ and used the first or however many
And
would
have I
taken
said
to
at
equal
all
IQ.
in this conversation that it's a bad fit for OG Anunoby on the
I think
Knicks?
it's a great
No,
fit.
I was talking
No,
about
but the
it's
way
a
y'all
great
talking,
fit.
y'all talking like the Knicks, like giving up IQ was some.
He's a
like,
young
huge
player.
thing.
I look like the team. Now you're going to trade for a star. I mean, listen, depth isn't what gets you to a championship. You need the superstar, but IQ was so valuable. Like, I just feel like you're kind of glossing over the fact, like, how good he
We're
was
not.
for y'all.
We're not. What's harder to find in the NBA right now? An elite defensive player or a six-man?
Elite defensive player.
That's it.
What's more important?
Or who could also shoot.
An elite defensive player that can shoot the ball or what
No,
Quickley
OG's an
provides.
awesome asset
He's way
to
more
have.
Yeah, but
valuable.
I'm not trying to compare
It's
IQ
the
to
money.
OG. I'm really
You're
not.
trying to say they could have got more.
You're trying to say it's the money, but I already explained to you,
trying to say I
regardless,
would've
in this
rather kept
scenario,
IQ
we would
and
have
he's
to
one of the
pay.
cap
So
picks I
let's,
have.
let's play this little hypothetical world. Let's say, for example, they threw a pick out. They kept IQ. Now you have IQ in the roster. Tibbs is still doing the same bullshit he's going to continue
That's a
doing.
separate issue.
No, but that's why that was one of the reasons he was moved. Tibbs, and it's, let's say,
But you hear me, Riv? Like, you shouldn't devalue just because you're
okay. So let's say, for example, he stays, and they pay him. He's supposed to be a part of a deal to get a star, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say since they paid him, they cannot move him until a certain time point next offseason. And now that star is available. He wants to go, but now you cannot add Quickley in the deal. Now who are you going to add? Just Grimes and what?
Well, I mean, you have the same issue now. Like, you're not going to use OG in a deal.
But now you can use Grimes, who you still have, and another big contract. Before, it was if you keep Quickley,
you still
could.
could. If you would have kept IQ, you still could use
But
Grimes.
you keep Quickley, and you still have the same issues on the court. Tibbs is still going to treat him that way.
I love Quickley, and I hate that I'm about to do this. But why are we acting like he's the second best player on the championship team or something? He's not even a
What do you
third
mean?
or
We're
fourth.
just valuing a young player that you guys have.
Y'all banking more on the
what's the ceiling?
potential than he actually is
What's
right
the
now.
Probably Maxey. That's the ceiling.
That's
Maxey
probably
right now?
That's the
That's the
ceiling.
ceiling.
You guys are
No,
guessing.
he's not. They are guessing. That's not his
He's
ceiling.
already guessing.
He averaged
He's a
23 and 5
great
on
efficient
60%
scorer.
true shooting
How many
at
games?
23 games.
23 games?
At 22
Last
years
year.
old.
Yes.
Yes.
Last year. Okay.
That's great.
Okay. That's amazing.
That's really good.
23 what?
23, 5 and 5 on 60% true
That's
shooting.
great. 23 games.
Quickly's 24, by the way.
24.
He's 24 years
So
old.
that's-
That's still a
I
young.
apologize.
That's
That's a young
insanely
player,
young.
but let's not.
That's good.
For one,
I'm not.
okay.
I'm not. That's
This,
really good.
This is what I want to say.
What's their record?
I hate I got to do this to Quickly. Listen
Start
to
without
this.
Brunson, to be fair. I'm assuming.
Listen to these stats. Last playoffs, 9
He was not
points,
good.
1 rebound, 1.6 assists.
Everyone in the Knicks fucking
shot 34% from the field and 24% from three.
He had a bad series.
Let's not
Very
act,
bad.
He had two
Very
bad
bad.
series. Let's not act like he was giving us a huge uplift in the playoffs. I'd rather have OG's defense than what Quickley
He's a
gave me
young
here.
player.
You're missing the point. I'm not saying you don't get OG because you have to go by IQ. I'm saying I rather would have kept IQ and used some of those draft picks you have because you got fucking a ton.
Wait, so you're saying you'd rather us trade draft picks
You said how
to
many
get OG
first-
instead of IQ?
how many
That's what you're
first-
saying.
How
Because
many
you said
firsts-
IQ is worth 1 first.
Correct. That's what I saw you said.
I
as
would
well.
rather give that random
One
first.
first
and
and
kept
RJ
IQ.
first.
Okay, but you guys are now under the assumption the Raptors would have accepted it.
Yes.
The Raptors,
If
I
the Raptors
wanted,
are like, we want IQ no matter what.
if the Raptors wanted a young player back for OG Anunoby.
No.
That's what they wanted. That's why we
They
gave up
declined
IQ.
allegedly 3 firsts from Memphis,
They folded.
and y'all telling me that basically a first and nothing was getting them OG because that's what RJ is in the
Just
value.
being
A
disrespectful.
first
I'm just
and
saying-
nothing.
No,
I'm
RJ
just
is
going off
nothing.
That's
Joel.
literally
Joel said
nothing.
IQ is worth 1
No,
first.
so you're
That's
saying
all I
okay.
was- that's all I was
So
going off.
if IQ is worth 1 first, you take him out the deal. You throw a first in there. Once again, you're basically saying Toronto you should have tried that, which is 1 first, nothing.
But we've
Riv,
also,
Riv, listen to
we've
this.
That
also
doesn't make
agreed
sense.
that
Riv, listen to
Toronto
this.
fumbled the bag last year in the OG Anunoby trade
For sure.
discussions.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah, they did.
Riv, listen to this. In 13 playoff games, Emmanuel Quickly, 33% from the field, 27% from
He's not-
three.
he's not
He
good.
was
13 playoff
He
games.
hasn't
I
been good.
understand he was bad.
His rookie season and this past year.
He hasn't been good. I'm not.
I understand
His
that.
rookie
He's a
season in the
good
playoffs,
player.
he was awesome. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's
think
like,
he's a good player.
Listen, I think he's a good player, but let's not overvalue him like the Knicks traded him for OG was like, oh my God, how can you trade Emmanuel Quickly? Listen, emotionally, I'm distraught. I love IQ. I loved watching him.
He's not.
I just think what
I
we're
am,
talking about.
bro. I love watching IQ.
When we talk about Maxi's ceiling, we have to understand what came with becoming Maxi.
We're not saying
James
no,
Harden.
we're not saying his ceiling is Maxi's
No,
ceiling.
Maxi right now. I'm
Yes.
saying we have to understand
Which is still-
what came to him being that, which is James Harden. Joel Embiid
Leaving.
being able to play off. No, James
Correct.
Harden helping and leaving.
Yes.
Him being able to play off Embiid.
Yes.
Like his game being great in transition, being great in the pick and roll, being great as a shooter. Like we have to understand what came with that. And now we're just saying, oh, because Quickley's going to Toronto to play
I have a
with
question.
Scotty
But the thing is,
Barnes.
I got a
Quickley's still a
question.
great
Can I ask you
shooter.
a question?
Still a
What's
great
gonna
shooter in his own
happen?
right.
What's gonna happen? I don't want to live in this hypothetical world,
Oh,
but
we're playing hypothetical
when
day all
Julius Randle, who has historically struggled in the playoffs,
He's starting
and
to,
listen, I understand Emmanuel Quickly has struggled in the playoffs too, but what happens when now you only have one person who can create an offense?
That shit happened last year.
Talking to you, buddy.
You're not gonna get me with any gotcha moments regarding Julius Randle. I don't fucking like Julius Randle.
But I'm saying you guys were already kind of limited on shot creation and playmaking as is, and now you just took away your second best one.
And Emmanuel Quickley didn't help though. He
I
was
know,
in the
but
playoffs and he didn't
I
help.
have more faith in IQ figured out than
You
Julius.
think the
with all due
Raptors
respect.
roster is limited
What?
right now? Wait, what?
In the
What did
playoffs.
He said he has more faith in Emmanuel Quickley than Julius
In the
Randle
playoffs,
figuring
I
it out.
do.
I know
I
why
do.
he says it.
Julius Randle's been really bad in the playoffs.
Randle's an all NBA player still
is.
though. At least I
Do you
know.
give a fuck if he's all NBA player?
Bro.
Weren't you the same guy who said that Joel Embiid wasn't a superstar because of his drop off in the playoffs?
Yes, but that's not the point right now. The point is the ceiling of Julius Randle I know is an all-star caliber player. If he can figure it out in the playoffs, then I know I'm getting very valuable production. The ceiling for IQ in the playoffs is a 6-man microwave bench scorer. Like, what are we talking about? The ceiling for both of them are completely different. And with Emmanuel Quickley, let's not act like it's not tomatoes and tomatoes, bro. When we comparing Julius Randle and IQ, both of them has been trashed in the playoffs. Both of them was garbage.
Once
They was both
extremely young
ass.
into their career, 24 years old. I tell you what, if you're the Knicks and you see IQ go and look the way that Jalen Brunson looked, the way that he left from the Mavs to the Knicks, you're going to be fucking upset.
Are you though?
If I'm the Mavericks, it is
Think the Mavs are sick?
it's a
The Mavs had an
godsend.
opportunity to keep him though.
The Mavs saved face by getting
Why didn't
Kyrie.
the
You
Knicks?
said that, and that's right.
You think Jalen Brunson would have been this under Luka Doncic?
No,
No, not this official.
Then-
Not this.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Why would he was never gonna be this.
He was going to be an all-star
But he
caliber
still would
player.
have been a
though.
great player.
And Quickly was never. It's not like Quickly was gonna start with
What-
Brunson
because they
Their
were still able to
scenario-
save face against the Jazz because of how awesome Brunson
Listen,
was.
I agree.
if you said this, I would have thought about it, but then not thought about it because I don't think it would happen either way. But if you would have said, is it worse that the Knicks traded Emmanuel Quickley and they're going to hold on to Brunson long term even after his contract ends? Because do you think that IQ can step in the place of Brunson and be the Knicks franchise
I'm
point guard?
not going to say that. Why would I say that?
So why would you say he could be as good as Tyrese Maxey? Tyrese Maxey's on
He's
like
better than Brunson?
No, he's not better than Brunson, but Tyrese Maxey is definitely getting there. Like Tyrese
Maxey.
Maxey's
Oh,
getting
I
there.
thought you said something else.
Brunson has been unbelievable for the Knicks, and playing in New York's difficult as is. And
Brunson is
he's an elite
Brunson is
three-point
better
shooter this year.
Brunson is better than Maxey. I'm not saying he's not, but the leap that Tyrese Maxey has taken, I mean, is a legitimate
the
all-star.
Knicks have their point guard. I don't think they're gonna care what.
But that's what I'm
Quickley
saying.
does.
If
they have Jalen
if
Brunson,
you're
unless
saying
Quickley becomes
like
that,
if
I think they're
quickly
fine.
averages, let's say he goes to the Raptors, best case scenario, hypothetical, and he averages 24 points per game. Is that far off from what Maxey's doing right
Are
now?
they winning?
Max is at 27, I think.
But again, Joel Embiid's on that team.
well, I think that then I would tell you, well, what are the other underlying stats? Because we can't just use points per game as a basis of who's a better
It's
player.
because we thought that Jordan Poole, let me not say we, because it was not me. People believe that Jordan Poole will go to the Wizards and still have these insane counting
Lead
stats.
the league in points.
Okay, but
been
this is the
playing better
thing.
as of
But
late.
this is the thing.
That's all I'm saying.
The major gap really for me with Tyrese Maxey and Emmanuel Quickley is not the scoring. Even though I think Tyrese Maxey is a far more hot microwave scorer than Emmanuel Quickley. I mean, when he gets hot, he's really
Quickly's
unstoppable.
still efficient.
But it's not Tyrese Maxey.
Maxey's still efficient.
Tyrese Maxey is
He is efficient,
Tyrese
but
Maxey-
on more shots this year, which is
Not
to be
you can
expected.
defend.
His
Tyrese Maxey
efficiency
makes me
is not
open my
as
mouth
good as last
wide and
year.
go, wow.
Maxey's
Because he's
efficiency.
taking more
He's taking
shots.
more shots,
He's
which is
still
expected.
extremely efficient.
46%, 38 from
he's
three.
still
He's
extremely
amazing.
The gap is in the playmaking. This year, Tyrese Maxey is playmaking at a high
gap is
level.
also- Tyrese
and
Maxey's a
he's
really
not-
good playoff
He doesn't
That's
have
true.
high
facts.
turnovers either. He's very efficient as a passer. So I think that's really the major gap between those players. Like Emmanuel Quickley has been a great defender to this point, but I also believe that
Is there a great playmaker on the Knicks? No.
no. But
I don't know.
They
IQ's
just got
like,
rid of one.
but IQ
Little
wasn't going to be
mention
that
of
either. But IQ wasn't going to be that either. I think Julius Randle might be a better playmaker than IQ. Like Julius
That's
Randle
the
can
issue.
act. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say that's an issue, fine. But
That's why I don't love Trey.
Emmanuel
OG's not
Quickley,
fucking playmaking.
Emmanuel
That
Quickley
man will
going to the
stand there.
That's what I'm
Raptors.
saying, bro.
In my opinion, like, yes, he's been a great defender with the Knicks, but now with more offensive responsibility, is he still going to keep up that great defensive pace? I mean, we've seen players be great defenders. Now they have to up their offensive performance, and now they're not the same defender. We're seeing that with Mikal Bridges in Brooklyn right now.
But
so
Toronto's a pretty sound defensive team, or
So-
at least it should be on paper.
But I just don't think that it's a surefire thing that
Nah,
the
not with
defense
that
will
OG, yeah.
stabilize. That's what I'm saying, and I don't think it's a surefire thing that he's much better
be
than
honest.
Dennis Schroeder right now.
Maxey's at 26.
The thing is,
7,
Schroeder's not
and
even
4
starting.
right now.
Shooter's not even starting these last few games.
It's Scotty.
26, 7, and 4.
Who's this?
Maxey. If Quickley
he's
gets to
amazing.
that,
He's amazing.
while they're also playing competent basketball, shout out to fucking.
The thing is, the winning basketball.
I'm not asking.
Like,
I'm
is
not
Maxey
asking-
going to be
no,
a
no,
number
no.
one on a team
I'm not
and be
asking.
this?
No. See, I'm
I'm
not
asking
asking.
that.
I'm not asking for a 3 seed. I'm not asking for a 6 seed. I said
Playing.
competent basketball. So that means if you're just competitive every night, tip my hat to you. I tip my hat
I
to you.
mean,
That's
yeah,
all.
the
That's all we
Raptors
ask.
aren't-
Y'all
Because
told me-
Toronto had
y'all
somewhat.
said-
Toronto's still somewhat competitive
They
on
are.
most nights.
They are.
So if you can go in there, you can help that, and you can put up some good numbers. I can look at you at a positive level.
I think he will.
But Maxey, like 20, like we just can't assume like that 20.
We can't just assume that's
he'll
his
be
ceiling.
26, 7, and 4. Because you said this year, we can't just assume.
I didn't say.
That's why
I
I said
didn't
the-
say
the
this year.
ceiling. That's
I'm
the
saying
ceiling.
no. All I'm saying is to eventually, can he get to what Maxey is right now? That's
even
the
even
ceiling.
They're
assuming
the
somebody
same
could be
age.
26, 7, and
Who's
4.
no? Tyrese Maxey's younger.
He might be because Tyrese came in as a.
They might be the same age. Maxey's 23.
Are they?
IQ's 24.
Same thing.
Same word.
So you're telling me that you think the ceiling for IQ is Tyrese Maxey?
What he's doing this year, yes.
Okay, so
Bro,
if you were
ceiling is
if you were
low,
to
bro.
actually remove Tyrese Maxey and then just plop in Emmanuel Quickley, like how big of a drop off do you think that is?
This season would
Right
be a
now,
huge drop.
yeah, I
no,
mean, Maxey's
no,
playing out
like
his
next
I mean, the
2-3 years.
one's a year
looking
older,
down
so
the
you
line.
can't really like. What,
Well,
what-
but
Understand
also-
that Maxey definitely is a better basketball player than Quickley.
But also, I think that
that's not a conversation.
wait. So hold up. I think that you're saying though that you think Emmanuel Quickley with more opportunity can be that though.
Yes, eventually
So-
can get to that.
So
Ceiling.
if he's in that,
Like, I don't know,
if
like,
he's
we've
in that,
always
that
defined
peak, but,
we've
like,
always
that peak
defined
is
ceiling
in
as the
the
same
realm,
way.
like-
What can at his best? Where do we think that he can get to?
but I don't
Whether
think he's
it's-
Tyrese Maxey at his best. I don't. I
But
really
this
don't.
ain't Tyrese Maxey yet. This is 23 years old Tyrese.
and
Maxey.
Tyrese is a dog.
Yeah.
Nah, I think 23-year-old Tyrese Maxey is going to be very difficult for Emmanuel Quickley to get to.
And he's already a year old.
Again, like Joel already laid out for you, when he was able to start and have the adequate minutes to
look,
actually produce,
I agree, but you got to understand this is
60%
now
true shooting is
he's
dumb.
he's going like shout out to Max. He's doing everything, but he's also playing next to Embiid, so this
Yes,
is also helping.
I agree.
Quickly's going to play with Siakam, who's probably going to go, and then it's just going to be RJ, Scotty, Schroeder, Yaku. Like this is not a
and they want
a
Scotty to
grand
have
group.
the ball more than anybody.
Yeah, so
Which I'm fine
he's
with.
gonna be playing off
Deservedly
Scotty,
so.
The numbers may not get
Which
there.
also could be perfect playing off Scotty, where he's not going to have to play make as much. Just get into your spots, get your buckets. We know Quickly can do that.
Sounds
I
a
feel like
microwave
this
score.
entire conversation
Which is fine.
has been anti-Quickley, and I just want to preface it by saying it's not anti-Quickley. I think the Raptors did a great job in this trade. I want to just say that. I
Yes.
think they did a great job. They got younger, and I think Quickley will flourish in Toronto. This was a good trade for them. I am just anti-thinking the Knicks made this bad move because
I
they
don't think it's a
gave
bad
up.
move.
I didn't say.
I don't
Wait,
think it's a
didn't,
bad
I don't
move.
think
I thought it
it's
was a good trade for both sides.
I think getting OG, I'm fine with it because fit in the NBA to me does matter more. My concern becomes when Brunson and Randall are due for money, how much money is OG going to be getting that's going to handcuff the power moves the Knicks want to make down the line?
But can we also agree that given what the Knicks' current roster construction is, Emmanuel Quickley was just never going to realize
He
his
won't.
potential
He
with the
wouldn't.
Knicks.
Now with Brunson there,
It's just tough. It's
they
tough.
weren't gonna play
Is it
Brunson
tough?
and
I think
IQ
it's
next
pretty
to each
clear
other.
that he wouldn't
Like
have.
it would. Like I feel like the Brunson and Luka thing was different because Luka has size. When you have Brunson who's 6 foot and you have IQ, like it's just not gonna work the same way.
As long as we had Brunson on a contract, Emmanuel Quickley was not going to develop into that
It's a
guy.
fact. It's-
And that is the truth about it. That's why if Quickley goes somewhere and flourishes, I'm fine. The only way I'll be frustrated about this move down the line is if Quickley eventually becomes better than Brunson. Then I'll be like, oh man, we gave it the wrong guy.
Even still, you're not trading Brunson right now. There's
No,
not
of
a chance of
course
God's
not.
name.
Brunson's
That's what
been
I'm
one of
saying.
the best point guards
You're
in the
basically
game.
fucked
the
just
face
to
of
see
your
what's gonna
franchise.
happen.
That's what I'm
At
saying.
this
Is
point, you're at their mercy.
I'd rather just take OG with the fit and just get one step closer to what we're gonna get to, because I do think getting a 6-man is easier than getting OG. Like
I agree, but IQ is one of the best 6 men in the league.
Top two, top
Yeah.
three.
he is, but I mean, didn't the Celtics got Malcolm Brogdon for what? They got him for nothing.
Yeah, first round pick.
But
Nesmith
he ended
and-
up being a finesse.
Brogdon's a lot older.
No,
Too.
that's what I'm
he's also
saying.
30
That's what I'm
something.
saying. You can get a
Injuries.
6-man of the year candidate, and you don't got to give up much.
But Brogdon was always good. He was a starter
But
for the
he was
Pacers. He's
hurt.
injured.
He was 30.
But it's easier to find a veteran who's willing to play that role and then be great in that role.
But I don't know if there's a lot of guys that could play the role as good as IQ was playing it.
No.
Well, Malcolm Brogdon did it last year, and he was traded for nothing.
But
And then he
IQ
got-
was 23, 22,
he also-
22, 23
24.
last year.
Oh,
I'm saying last year,
say-
22, 23.
The Brogdon, I don't know how often it's going to come up where he's a starter who's willing to come off the bench and he has all his injury problems and he's 30 years old.
Who are the
and-
leading six-man candidates right now?
Bogdanovich, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves right now is the odds-on favorite.
Or like the top five?
I say
No,
Bogdanovich.
Reeves is the favorite.
He
think
is
Reeves is
odds-on
the favorite.
favorite, but I mentioned
That's-
Bogdanovich because you could say
Oh, I'm
Bogdanovich
sorry.
should be sixth man of the
Yeah,
year.
I see what you're saying.
I want to look at the odds real quick for the six-man of the year. It's
Well,
Austin
he's gonna
Reeves,
start now.
Tim Hardaway Jr., Cole Anthony, Bogdanovich, Malik Monk. And then six
I like
is
Malik Monk.
Quickley. I mean, when the Kings got Malik Monk, he was essentially a flyer. You know, that's what I'm saying is like,
He's not arguably their third best player.
That's
No,
what I-
he wasn't a flyer. With the Lakers, he was really good.
no, but he
For the
was,
contract he got.
I'm saying the contract he got, they didn't pay him
Yeah.
much. That's what I'm saying is like, they were able to find a six-man of the year candidate just not signing with the team at all. The Sixers just got Kelly Oubre, and he lasted in free agency forever. And he can be one of the better six-men.
Shit, Atlanta got Bogdanovich from the
That's
Kings.
what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's just easier to find
Bogdanovich
a
was a
six-man.
lick.
Jordan Clarkson was a six. You could find the six man. Like you can find a guy like that. It's hard to find dudes like OG.
I don't know. High level, top two in the league,
Malik
six man.
Monk.
No, Malik's been insane.
But forever Malik
But
Monk,
I don't
you're
think
gonna
the
have
drop-
24
But again,
now.
you could say Malik could be a starter for the Kings.
I don't think the drop-off between Malik Monk and Emmanuel Quickley last year was that much.
I think Quickley's slightly better
No, he
as
is.
a defense.
But
I
I mean,
like- I like
we
Monk's
also saw
do
Malik
too.
Monk. Malik Monk might not be the defender Quickley is, but we saw in the playoffs, Malik
He's a-
Monk was
yeah,
their
he's a
second best
Yeah.
Good
player.
playmaker too. Like he's a really good scorer.
So that's what I'm saying is just you can
Really good scorer.
You can find one of those guys. It's easier to find one of those guys. You're not gonna see an elite defender last until
It's just
2
he's young.
months in
He's
free
a
I
young-
just
agency.
think
he's a
IQ is
young
more than just
player.
like
That's
great
why.
six man. Like he's
Like,
just a
you
great
can-
Monk
player.
is a young
you can
player
develop him
too.
But it took him some years to get going.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying it's easier to find.
You just
that
ain't gonna
type of
find
player.
dudes that can guard your best player every
No.
given night.
You're
Like,
right.
You can't find.
No,
you
and
need
that's why
somebody.
I'm
It's
okay
maybe
with
like
the OG
six
move.
guys
I'm
in the
fine
league
We
with
that
need
do
somebody that can guard Dame. We
Just
need somebody that can guard
nobody
Tatum
else,
and Brown.
Nobody else, nothing else could have got this done.
I
Maybe
think
the
Raptors
market was
could have
dry
said
for
we
him.
need IQ.
the reason why nothing else could have got this done is because we've said it forever that RJ is a negative. Quentin Grimes has not played well this year. You can argue it's due to role, whatever, but he's not valuable this year. Emmanuel Quickley is our only valuable player, bro.
See, even in a decreased role, you still were getting IQ was
And
still getting
The
his.
fit with OG is like
It's perfect.
it's
near
giving me
perfect.
Tibbs, Luol Deng
Yeah,
vibes.
all right.
Like,
I'm not
like,
against
it's-
that. I'm not against that.
Listen, man.
I think it was a good move for New York. I think it was a good move for
Shout out to
Toronto.
Quick. We all think Quick's gonna be good in Toronto though, so I'm not.
Short show,
not-
and now
you
we're
were-
in
you were
30
hating.
minutes.
Oh, what?
You were hating.
Nah, you guys. Once you brought up Maxi, the hate became.
The thing is, we
extreme.
didn't say that.
No, stop
he-
saying we. You. He didn't. He
We.
didn't say that.
We
You.
did.
No, no.
What do you mean?
I said I said the ceiling's Maxi. This Maxi.
This season, Maxi.
Yes.
Not this season. It's not going to happen this
Oh, no,
season.
no, no,
Disconnect
no,
here.
no.
It's crazy to
No,
me.
that's
What?
it's.
He
He's
said
saying
yes.
Maxi this.
I'm saying
year.
what Maxi's doing this
This year.
This
yes.
season, Maxi.
Yes.
What do we?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
But I'm
It
thinking
won't-
that you're saying that it won't. That it'll
But
happen
also,
this year.
I
We're
don't-
not
no,
saying
no, no.
that.
But
This
also-
season, Maxi's fake OD crazy.
He is.
But I
All-star
also
starter,
don't.
Damian.
I also
Good.
don't
Maybe.
think.
No,
We'll see.
I also don't think it's a fair point to make because I mean, ultimately the argument is that Quickley is great right now. He just needs the opportunity. I mean, that's essentially the argument you guys are making.
Yes.
So like, if
So
you
you
were
think
to
he's better?
if you were to actually put him in
No.
that opportunity,
What the-
would he even
Then
be close
Maxey?
to the production?
Why
I
would
don't
we
know if he
say
would.
that?
If you think, this is me asking, I'm just assuming. If you think he can do this with the opportunity, you probably think he's on Maxi's level.
He's not better than Maxi.
No,
All right,
Maxi.
just asking because you
That's
think
why
he can do this number.
ceiling.
Because the dude is older, so like his ceiling being.
By
They're
a
the same
year.
fucking
A
age, bro.
year.
Like, are
I
we
don't know how his
serious?
ceiling could
It
be
matters.
the same if like Tyrese
Not
Maxey's already
saying.
better.
No
than
one
him.
said that they're the
What's-
same
what's
ceiling.
Maxi's ceil- what's
We're
Maxi's
sa-
ceiling?
Oh my, Joel! Like
I
it
know,
can't be this
I know.
complicated.
Drew, you
what's
said
that made me lose my mind.
You said
no
that
one's
he's-
saying Maxi is
What's
Maxi this year
Maxi's
his
ceiling?
ceiling? No.
So what's
That's not what
Maxi's
we're saying.
ceiling?
That's not what we're saying either.
So
we're
what's
we're just
Maxi's
saying that
ceiling?
you guys think that Quickly's ceiling is what Maxi's doing right now. That's what.
What the fuck?
Okay,
Wait,
that's fine. Yes,
how
we're here.
fucking
We're
far
here.
do you think
We're here.
Maxi could go
We're
from
here.
26, 7, and 4? Like how high can he go?
it's his first-
35. Like, what the fuck are we
It's his,
doing
it's
here?
his first year.
So
really
what's
initiating-
Maxi's ceiling?
I don't really know. How it's really hard to say. Did you see him averaging 27 near?
So is it so how can you automatically assume with Quickley? Quickly, you could say the same thing.
because
It's hard to gauge
quickly,
his
quickly in
ceiling
24
too.
minutes has been extremely efficient.
And
this
Maxi
season.
in 37 minutes has been extremely
That's-
efficient. So what's
let me
his
ask you.
ceiling?
Let me ask you something.
What's his ceiling?
I don't know. He's young. He's 23
You
years
think
old.
Emmanuel Quickley's as good as Tyler Hero?
Why the fuck do you always
Probably not.
Hero?
I think it could be.
Tyler Hero's been awesome
Okay.
this year.
Yeah, I mean,
He has been
that's-
awesome.
Here
And
you go.
Shit, if you think his
This-
ceiling is fucking Max, yeah, I
no,
hope so.
all I'm saying is this: is that I feel like
Hero ain't close to that.
I feel like
That's
when
what I'm saying, though.
I feel like when it came to the Heat, everybody kind of just viewed Tyler Hero as like an expendable guy, but yet like people are just throwing a fit over trading Emmanuel Quickley.
Because we've seen them
Like,
win
what is
playoff games
this?
without him.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, and then Emmanuel Quickley also has not played well in the playoffs either. So I mean, at least Tyler Hero at least has a playoff run where he's played significantly better than Emmanuel Quickley has ever had. So I'm just saying is like if you know. Let's say if the Heat traded Tyler Hero for OG straight up, which I don't think they should do, by the way. I think Tyler Hero is really good. I mean, would there be this much of a fit over it?
Yes.
Wait,
think so?
wait.
If the Heat traded Tyler Hero for OG.
That's kind of fire. I'll be honest with you.
Like, if the Heat got OG, would people be like, oh, man, why the fuck did you trade Tyler Hero?
No, people would be
I think people
excited
trust
about
the
that.
Heat more too.
For sure.
Would be like,
OG,
whatever they want to do,
Heat's
whatever
coach,
Spo and
yeah,
Riley
I
want
think
to
people
do.
would like that a lot more.
I don't know. That's tough. I feel like they need more so a guard than they do another wing. Not that
They need another scorer. That's really
Correct.
just it.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think
Hawkins.
if they can give up
He's amazing.
Hero
Yeah, he is.
for OG, like they've been better than last year. I feel like their team is
Heat,
better than
most
last year.
definitely.
But that's
So
my- that's
Jaime's
my
come
point.
in and been an insane
been
spark,
amazing.
and Tyler Hero coming back from injury.
That's
been
my
great.
point, though. It's because I think Tyler Hero is a better player than Emmanuel Quickley. And I think that if the Heat were to trade Tyler Hero for OG in this hypothetical scenario, nobody would be making a fucking big deal about it. But because it's the Knicks and because we traded Emmanuel Quickley, it's like, oh my God, how could you trade
Comes with the
like
market,
the
buddy.
rising star?
Yeah.
And it's like
People
that's
always
all
gonna
I'm
question
saying.
The Knicks, just what happens, whether it's right or wrong.
I don't know. Today's NBA, Maxey going from 26 to eventually one day averaging 30. I wouldn't be surprised.
So what's his ceiling?
I guess 30 points per game.
Was that like top 15 in the league?
Probably.
Right now, he could be
Yeah, I mean,
all-star
shit,
starter.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Might be
go
all
by
I don't
stats.
think he'd be top 15.
Listen,
He's like
I
top
think
20, 25.
Tyrese Maxey's ceiling is being the second best player on the championship team,
That's great.
That's what I think
That's
it is.
unbelievable.
and that I don't think
That's like
it's
a top
that for
20 player in the
Quickley.
league.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
That's fair.
kind of.
I agree. I don't
Yes.
think Quickley's ceiling is the same as Maxey. It should not be.
I
But I think this Maxey right now
Can
could
be
be
the second
the
best
second
player on
best player in the
the
championship team. So if you are saying this can be his ceiling, you are essentially saying he can be the second best
Okay.
player.
That's
in
a
the
good
team.
point. That's
Yeah,
a
like,
good
well,
point.
that's why. What are we doing
that's
here?
the best point, and I'm fine to say
I
I
don't
don't,
think-
know he
I
can
don't-
be
I don't-
that,
I don't
especially
think you're
now,
con-
because
like,
that is guessing.
26, 7,
You're
and
100%.
4 is, like,
saying
nuts.
that is guessing. All I'm saying is the stat line. I'm going strictly numbers. He can get there,
I mean,
but when
yeah.
it comes to playing winning, impactful, consistent basketball,
It's not fair to compare
that's
him
fine.
in Toronto versus.
All I'm
Maxey playing
saying
with
is
Embiid,
numbers. I'm not saying the player in terms of bless you. I'm not saying the player in terms of impacting, playing winning, impactful basketball, but at the same time, just going strictly counting numbers. Because you're going to the Raptors, you're not contending for anything.
Yeah.
You're not.
Phil boys in Philly ain't competing for shit either.
I don't know. Philly's pretty cool. Nurse is lit.
You're such a casual, Dehls. Oh my
I
god.
watch the games. That's why I'm not.
Oh my god. The Sixers are different this year. How about you respect Nick Nurse?
They'll be different, in December.
A Heat fan said, "Y'all on this bitch lying." LOL. Heat fans didn't want to give up Hero for Dame. They would have burned the arena down if they traded Hero for OG.
They were ready to give up Hero for Drew.
No, I think the Blazers didn't want Hero for Dame. That's what happened.
The Heat fans don't want to give up anybody and give up bums for everybody. So
I
Where's
really,
Caleb Murray?
they were trying to throw Kyle Lowry and Dehls to get Dame. Like
The thing is, Hero's trade value got destroyed because the Heat were playing winning basketball while he wasn't on the court. So I don't know if that's true per se. We're not lying. I don't know if we're lying.
What super chats we got?
Oh no, we read all of them. I was just
Oh,
saying if
okay,
we had
okay.
any.
that was an hour.
NBA New Year's resolution. I mean, hopefully they enjoyed it because they were begging for us to
They were.
start the
So
conversation.
you got a whole podcast.
22
on one
minutes
topic.
into the show.
What's next?
NBA New Year's resolutions.
I wrote down a few.
I got a bunch.
I think I got like 10.
I went
Got
8
like
apiece.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6.
Mine's not organized. It was just based off what came into my mind. So I'll rattle off a bunch of them.
Can we just go one by one?
Okay. Go ahead.
You start.
No, go ahead one by one.
No, start.
All right. So the first one I'll say for let's just go Knicks because that's just the conversation. Make sure everything is in place for Donovan Mitchell. That's my New Year's resolution. Make sure the lineup, everything is sound so that you can just plug in Donovan Mitchell and then the Knicks and really competing for a championship becomes realistic. Hey, I'll throw in a / Joel Embiid too because that's a possibility according to my brother Joel Moran.
All right.
So make sure everything's in place.
I'll do the other team on the other side of the trade, Toronto Raptors.
Love this.
It's time to break up the old band. And by that, I mean, it's time for Siakam to go, man. I mean, they've been holding on to this team, these core guys, Siakam, OG, Gary Trent Jr., Scotty just got there, but they've been holding on these guys for so long. And I think, they had a nice little cute run. They won the championship with Kawhi. After that, they were extremely competitive. But sometimes you got to realize, the team is time to rebuild, start over, retool. You got a nice young player in Scotty Barnes. You just got Quickley. You got RJ Barrett. Cool. You drafted Grady Dick. Now let's see what these guys can do. So trade Pascal, get some more assets, see how this new regime can look.
I wrote this one yesterday, and it was Knicks be patient.
Ironic.
Do you think they were patient enough?
I think they were patient enough because if this was a move,
Joel,
if this,
help me.
I like the trade for the Knicks. I think OG fits fine.
You're real for reading it. You're real for reading that out loud.
The reason I say Knicks be patient,
It is funny.
when we got OG Anunoby, I was like, holy shit, what the hell?
You were definitely
But then after I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? This isn't the worst thing in the world. If we got Zach LaVine, I would have probably offed myself. I'll be honest. I would've been done. But that's what I mean by patient. Knicks be patient. And this still holds true.
fucking casual.
This still holds true because Knicks be patient. Don't settle for LaVine. I can't believe I'm even saying it, but don't even settle for Donovan Mitchell.
I knew this was coming.
Wait.
Y'all in the dealings for DeMar.
Wait for somebody else.
You know who that is? That's Spider. You lost my respect, sir.
Let's wait for somebody else. Wait for a true superstar
Oh my God,
player.
Donovan Mitchell isn't a true superstar.
No,
He's
like
not
a
a one
1B guy,
championship. Yeah, facts.
It's going to be crazy when that 4 a.m. text hit.
Donovan Mitchell been tweaking this
And it's
season.
like the Knicks traded 3 first-round picks and Julius Randle for
Durant.
DeMar DeRozan.
Oh,
Or Kevin Durant.
Stop.
With the
I
Suns
mean, you can
right
have
now.
bro,
him.
so you're off the
Get
Suns.
him off the Suns.
Oh my
God.
How quickly the king has fallen from the Suns win the
Jess
championship.
is here watching the podcast. Her heart's breaking
Yeah.
as she's listening to this.
Bro's not a real Suns fan.
My Joel?
He's not a
He's
Suns
giving
fan.
up on the Suns.
I have obviously. You're saying the Knicks to be patient. I want OKC to be aggressive. Go get Laurie, man.
All right.
I think you
Don't
have all
delete
these.
that one.
You have all these draft picks. You have all these draft picks. It's cool to have all these draft picks, but now it's time. The team looks like it's ready to compete right now. Don't be like, well, they're young. Let's figure it out. Laurie fits perfectly into this team. Go get him.
Mine for OKC was the year of gaining experience and seeking new adventures. They're going to be a playoff team legitimately, get some experience with the young guys, see how it feels to actually play meaningful games in the NBA. It's just a year of growing for them. Love to see that for the OKC Thunder.
Mine was just go for the big one. And that was go get Laurie Markkinen. I think he fits beautiful. Dehls
Or
said
similar to the Knicks, be patient. Maybe Joel Embiid. Imagine that. Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren.
Embiid
listen.
and Chet would be fucking
Oh my
insane.
I'm gonna be honest.
We don't need that.
There's
We
a
don't
few dudes in the league that look nice with OKC. Embiid. Laurie, a sneaky dude. I like Donovan and SGA in
Oh
the
my
backcourt.
God,
I
who
really
needs
do. But I'm, what I'm saying. But another one for me,
Donovan can fit in a lot of teams.
for sure, and they defense is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I got one for Houston, the Rockets, and mine's is simply don't let up. And by
Tough.
that I mean just continue to stay competitive. They're 15-15. They're not a really good team on the road.
Mine was win a game on the road.
Yeah, they're not a good team. They're not a good team on the road, but they're fucking amazing at home.
They are.
And you love to see that for
3-10 on the
a
road.
young team. They just beat Denver the other day, if I'm not mistaken. They're a really good team, and I like what they're doing. Jalen Green hasn't been
That
playing
game
his
last
best.
night was crazy.
OD. But
fucking Landell fucking.
yeah,
that was nuts.
Jeff Green still has it. It's really insane.
He's
how
lit. Legend.
But just Houston, keep going, keep playing hard. You had a great year. Even if you fall in your face, just play competitive and stay up.
There's a question here. It's not a super chat, but Ray Star goes, question for you, Joel. As a Timberwolves fan, if the standings stay how they are for the season, I think this Timberwolves and OKC team will meet in the conference finals. I think he's saying he's a Timberwolves fan. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
He thinks
I hope so.
Timberwolves and OKC will meet in the conference finals, and that ties into my New Year's resolution. What's the common saying they say in New Year's? In with the new, out with the old.
Get them Lakers out of there, am I right?
I love the young
free.
and up-and-coming teams in the Western Conference. Hell, I'll give a shout-out to the East and Orlando Magic and what they're doing over there. But the West,
You thought the
the
Nets would be
fact
better.
that the Timberwolves and OKC are the number 1 and number 2 seed.
Thought the Hornets would be good. So.
I mean, these teams have taken a leap. The Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards is a top 10 MVP candidate right now. Jaden McDaniels is one of the league's best defenders. I do think, personally,
Gobert,
what
Defensive Player of the
OKC, what OKC's doing is more impressive because this team is really
Raw.
5
Raw.
young
One max
starting
contract.
players.
So
and
fucking
SGA,
fire.
he's one of the league's best players
Best player in the
already
world.
at his
Remember
young
when they
age.
threw a temper tantrum at him being top 10?
I sort of did a little
They
bit.
threw a fucking temper tantrum over
I
that.
thought he was like 14th in the league.
Wake up.
And I say in with the new, now with the old, because I don't want to see the Clippers. I don't want to see the Lakers. I don't want to see the Warriors.
All right, so throw the Nuggets
Can't
in there.
believe I'm saying it. I don't even want to see the Suns. I want to see a conference
flipped.
finals.
Shame.
I want to
Have
see
some
a
fucking
conference
shame,
finals
bro.
of the Timberwolves and the OKC Thunder.
We had to sit here
I
and listen
want the
to
two young
Keita
guns
Bates Diop and you don't want to
fighting
now
for a chance
debates
to
for
go to the
45
finals.
minutes just for December to come around and be like,
know
I'm
what?
over it.
I quit.
God
Quit.
damn it. Put in my 2
This
weeks.
shit pisses me off. Him and John, and I try to tell you, they are the same human. We were sitting up here and they was running their mouth about that depth in Phoenix. Now all of a sudden he don't even want to see him no more.
What's the name of the show?
It's no longer pick a side.
Wait, who said I don't want to see him?
You just
In the conference finals.
Then that means you don't wanna see him.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
so you want to see him get
No.
flamed out in the
Yo,
first
they lose in
round?
the second round.
No, it
it's
doesn't.
chopped for the
What do you
Suns,
mean?
bro.
For
It's
me, I want to see the young
Straight
teams
for
take over the
33-year-old
West. That's what
Bradley
I want
Beal.
to
You want
do.
to see? You just said you want to see OKC
That's
and
what I
Minnesota
want.
in WCF.
That's what I want to see the most. Absolutely, that's what I want to see the most. Do I want to see the Suns the most
The
making it to
mental
the
gymnastics
finals? I
that goes.
don't.
It's Simone Biles in that brain
No, it's
of
not.
his.
No,
That
it's
was crazy
not.
what you just
Because
said.
ultimately, I love the way the league is trending. I love this new young age of players. I love what OKC's doing for them to make the leap they're making, for the Timberwolves to make the leap they're making. I think this is a great sign for the league. The fact that the Timberwolves, homegrown team for the most part, outside of getting Gobert and Mike Conley, they're a homegrown team. OKC, homegrown. Both of them making the conference finals will set an exceptional example for the league, where every team here has been built. Outside of the Nuggets, every team has been built. The Lakers have been built. The Warriors haven't been built. The
Nuggets
Clippers
haven't
haven't
been
built. The Suns have been built. The Nuggets
Curry.
haven't been built, but I think they're
Brandon?
older. Like
Yeah,
Steph
maybe.
Curry.
Technically
He said you were
speaking, they've
built.
all been built. Yeah, I'm gonna put this player on this team. We're gonna draft this player. We're building something. Technically, everything's been built. All right, people
It
have
hasn't been
different.
homegrown. It hasn't been
I think,
homegrown.
I think you're saying like
Yeah,
top
I
2
understand.
3
It hasn't been
dudes have been in
homegrown.
a trade or free.
Why
The
did you name the
Warriors-
show Pick a Side?
And it's because I always pick a
Didn't
side.
he hate on Memphis? Wasn't they homegrown
Yeah,
and they was trending
yeah,
in the right
I
direction?
know.
He didn't like that at all.
His W was that they weren't good. That without Ja Morant, they weren't good.
You stopped tweeting about that shit too.
Because it
They
got
were
boring.
hooping. They won 4 in a
No,
row.
Ja
and Ja
got
came
back.
Yeah.
Life got real. That's
No,
what it
I
is.
stopped tweeting it a while ago.
No, I know, I'm
I
saying,
said
yeah.
they lost like
But
10 games. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I
but
can't
then
keep
Ja
up with
came
this
back.
shit.
You
No
ain't tweet no.
No more.
You ain't tweet
I
that.
did
Ja
tweet.
came back
I
and
did
was
tweet.
up.
I said he had an amazing
We
first
needed-
game.
We need
That's
it.
what I
He
No,
said.
they
lost,
won
he lost
last
one.
year.
Yeah, he lost
He
one
didn't
last
play.
one.
But
He didn't
ultimately,
play
I
the-
No, he
think-
played against
Oh,
Clippers. They lost.
I think it's a great example for these teams that they're homegrown and they're making this much of a leap. And listen, the Warriors, Steph Curry's won a championship. Clay's won. Draymond's won. I mean, they've
Screw 'em.
won.
Let's be honest. Screw
The,
'em.
the Suns, KD has
Also screw 'em.
won. D Book and Bradley Beal have not won.
KD
but
won?
KD,
He won?
KD has
Don't
won.
remember.
Well, okay, he still won. He still got rings. The Clippers haven't won, but
Kawhi's won.
it feels like such a bought team. Like,
You just said you
I'm
was
not
bought in on
buying into
Twitter.
it. I am. They're a great team in the West. They can come out the West. They can. The West is wide
What
open.
you was just about to say though?
About what?
You was about to say I'm not bought, and then I cut you off.
What do you mean?
You was just about to say I'm not bought in, but then I cut you off, and I said you said that you was bought in.
About like
The Clippers,
them?
yeah, like them winning.
Like I'm not a fan, but they're a great team though.
I thought you jumped on. What happened? What's going on? Harden's been hooping.
Harden and the
Yeah,
Clippers
what's
jersey is not the
up?
same.
Oh
though.
my god!
It don't hit the same in the Clippers jersey.
Said
I'll
you was
be
joining
honest.
the way.
I'll be honest. He's been amazing.
He's
No,
been hooping.
He's been amazing, but I'm just saying like just the
Him
aesthetic.
and PG the
I think it's
dynamic.
because he's not like the dude. Like there's so many other
It
dudes
has-
there.
Is there a loyal bone in his body?
Only with, Jordan Love.
Of course, I would love to see Harden win a
Zach,
championship,
he's been there. He didn't give up on Zach.
but I don't. The
did,
Clippers
right?
are a great team, but there's something about them that just doesn't really
doesn't
move
sit
me.
right.
I'll be honest. It just
Tripping.
it's
Clippers are
something
OD.
about
I'm a Lakers fan. I hate the Clippers probably more than
the Lakers.
say
Of
that.
course, I mean LeBron and Anthony Davis. I mean LeBron's won
Yuck!
enough. I'm done with him
Yuck!
winning.
I'm screaming. LeBron's won
I'm
enough.
done.
He's
I'm
30
done.
years old. This BS can't stay long enough.
I'm just.
Wish it was
I
true.
want to see
Can't
somebody
keep it
else
up.
win.
No way.
Jokic just won. He got that off his resume. You know, let the young bucks come.
I would
in.
like him to
honest.
win one more.
That opinion.
I would want him to
stinks.
win one more too.
I want to see LeBron win one more.
You've had
Well,
enough.
obviously you do.
You've had enough.
Have we?
You have.
No, never
Yeah,
enough.
You have.
Go to the greatest showman.
You have another one? I have a few more.
I have a few more. Yeah, for the Magic, don't overreact to this bad stretch they're going through. Right, they went on that crazy win streak and then they lost 5 in a row, 7 of 5 or 5 of 7. Don't overreact
they
to
whipped
this
your ass. You a fan now.
loss. Huh?
They whipped your ass. You a fan now that night? Yeah.
Oh, no. You got his. You got his. You got
We
yours.
won back-to-back
Yeah,
nights.
for sure. But
Yeah,
that
one with the
one
hospital Celtics,
game
too.
they whipped your ass. You was
Nah,
like,
in the in-season tournament game, they did. But don't overreact to this stretch. Don't go and like some silly trade. I do think a couple of shooters could definitely help out, but don't overreact. Like, this is still a young team. When they were second in the East or where they half game out of second place, like that was overachieving, right? Where you're at now, around the 5-6 seed, I think this is a great spot for where you're at. So just because you're going through a rough stretch, don't go fire up the trade finder, start putting guys in trades. You're right where you should be.
For the Lakers and Sixers, for both of them,
I have a Lakers
I said
one,
the
too.
year of health and happiness. Prioritize health
what
because
about
we
Cleveland?
know we can also categorize them into this as well. But at the same time, we know what's holding back the 76ers. Joel Embiid getting injured at playoff time every single year. It's just been a constant at this point. Let's hope that he's healthy for the playoffs because I'd love to see what a healthy 76ers team can do. And with the Lakers, of course, we know that that's been their Achilles heel these last couple of seasons, being healthy. Last year, we were able to make the Western Conference with LeBron rushing back from injury. Let's just hope that we're all healthy. We're seeing our guys play some solid basketball. Last couple, we haven't been that great since the in-season tournament has ended. But at the same time, we know what we can do. We know what our ceiling is. Just hoping health and happiness to
Can I
both.
ask you a
Second round
question?
exit?
What did
Shot City?
what Austin
You
Reeves
said
do
it'd
to
be a
Dar-
first round next. You said we were losing the play-in. Got it.
Question.
And
What
y'all
Austin
lost
Reeves do to
regardless.
Darvingham?
Shit don't matter.
What?
Yeah, they're beefing allegedly.
I'm not surprised.
Because my New Year's resolution for the Lakers is respect
him?
Austin Reeves.
Okay.
Put this man back. He's your third best player.
I mean, he might win 6 man though. So.
I'm fine with his role
Better coach
because
than
he
Steve
comes
Kerr.
off the bench and there's really not a second unit that really
He
can
said that?
handle him. Say it again.
Better coach than Steve Kerr.
I didn't say that.
That's why I asked him. Did he say that? I did just
No.
ask him that. He said you did.
I have a question, Joel. My New Year's resolution for you, to me, would be to stop fucking lying on my name. I'm begging.
my New Year's
I'm on
resolution.
my fucking hands and knees.
My New Year's resolution for me to you
Ooh, I like
is
that. Let's do that.
stop hyping up mid-tier ass players like
Like
you
who?
did with the quarterback.
Like
Dehls,
Daniel
why
Jones
is
was
Van
I know.
Dijk starting over Austin Reeves?
Now, can I ask you a question? Wait, who am I passing up? Austin
Daniel
Reeves?
Jones.
You
was
were in
mid.
on Austin
He
Reeves.
does.
Wait, no,
He's
I'm
right.
not saying.
was
I'm
gonna
not
say
saying
about
Austin
Cam
Reeves.
Reddish, too.
I didn't bring up Austin
No,
Reeves.
Cam.
I'm just saying my New Year's
they can both
resolution is
defend.
for
You
you to
can't
stop
both in
hyping
that.
up
One
mid.
of them.
No.
Daniel
Cam.
Jones was mid. You hyped him
Won a
up.
playoff game.
Cam
Russell
yo-yo,
Wilson
too.
was
He-
mid. You hyped him
Hall of
up.
Fame player.
Bag word. Hey, you don't be watching.
Is he though?
That's
I
why.
like to watch Lakers.
That's my new. You know what? I got a New Year's resolution for you.
Sam
West
Howell,
Coast
mid.
games. I watch
He's
West
mid.
Coast games. Those East
He's
Coast
mid.
games, Celtics play 7. Sometimes it gets hard.
Okay, then that's all. I just need you.
I
to
said I
tap-
feel like Rocks games I've been watching.
Tap in a
Lakers
little
I've
bit
been
more to the
watching
East
in,
Coast. Just tap in a little bit more. Just tap in a little bit
Magic
more.
games I've been watching. But Celtics play at 7. It's hard to watch. You know, I don't really like having like 4 screens for basketball. It's too tough.
I get
Football,
that.
I could
Just
do
do
it.
the 2 screens.
Basketball,
I don't even do the
Just
two.
do
I just have
screens.
like 3. Like I have my iPad, my TV, and my phone.
You want to know what's weird though? Actually, for the 4, it's more visually pleasing than the 2 because you get the 2 games and the big ass black bar at the top and the bottom.
they gotta-
You get the 4; it's perfectly fit onto your
I
screen.
know, but there's so much action constantly. It's hard to keep
It's
up like with
facts,
actually
it's
what's
facts.
going on in the game.
How many more New Year's resolutions?
I'm
do
gonna
you
do
have?
two
I have
more.
a
got
few.
3 or 4.
I couldn't have more actually. For
It's my turn, bro.
Oh wait, no, I did the Rocket. I only got
Apologize.
2 more.
I got 2 more. It's my turn. Thank you. My New Year's resolution for my team, my number 1 team, the Chicago Bulls. You know,
I don't know.
let go of
I
the
really
2021 first half Chicago Bulls. I saw Alonzo Ball being able to feel his knee. That sounds cool and all. I saw they might bring back Zach.
coming back.
Yeah, listen, I'll be honest. It's time. You
got
know,
no
White's
pain.
been playing
Kobe
well.
White's been hooping. He's on a little nice 3 year.
Pretty good vibes.
Yeah,
Respect.
we
You
could
called it.
Zach LaVine is not good vibes.
Listen, I'm not gonna go that far. You have Julius Randle, but what I am gonna say is, you know,
Still
trade
two-time All-NBA player. What's Zach LaVine?
Trade Zach.
There's none.
You know, those are arguably the worst All NBAs I've ever seen.
And Zach
in my
got
life.
none of them. So
Yeah,
what does that say?
That's fine.
Yeah, Zach got none.
They're probably
Zach got none.
Anyways,
It don't
What's worse,
matter.
DeAndre Jordan or Julius Randle?
probably DeAndre.
DeAndre Jordan easily. He was made by Chris
I would
Paul.
say Julius is
I mean,
actually putting
Julius
up
Randle
numbers.
needs to be made by somebody. 'cause
Julius
that playoff
Randle
drop-off
actually
is
made
legendary.
himself. The playoff drop was legendary, no doubt.
for
Zach
sure.
LaVine dropped on the playoff. too, by the way.
Lonzo,
He was hurt.
It doesn't matter.
we found our
Thank you.
point guard of the future.
You saw the Lonzo
Kobe
report.
White. Yeah, I don't care for it. I'll be honest.
Come on.
Respect. I hope he's good, but I don't want to bring back old vibes.
don't want the hope
The new
stuff?
vibes. Patrick Williams playing better. Kobe White's playing better. You know what I'm saying? DeMar's being that leader for us. I don't mind re-signing him, but I would like for him to get traded for sure. Trade Zach. Let's start over, man. Rebuild. We got some nice young players. Let's have
So
fun.
is that not a coincidence though? That all those players are starting to play well after like the best player goes down?
No, it's not a coincidence. Zach was bringing bad vibes for sure. I bet you if he goes somewhere else, it'd be fine though.
Where?
Send him to Miami or send him to Lakers. I don't care.
Oh,
Send him somewhere. The Knicks wanted him. We dubbed it. I don't know why we did, but you
I don't
guys
think
did.
the Knicks
No, you
wanted
did.
him.
No, you did.
No.
In the offseason, you did.
Oh, no, offseason.
Yeah, you did.
I would say
Who
I feel
reported
like the
it?
reports-
You know what happened? No. He the Knicks or the Bulls didn't dub it. Levine dubbed it.
Oh.
He said, "I don't want to go to the Knicks."
He's got no trade code?
Yeah, he didn't want to
No,
go
no,
to
no,
a
no,
place
no.
that we didn't even fucking want him.
No, you did want him,
No, we
though. Why are you lying?
Bring up the report.
Okay.
And tell me who it's about.
All right. Anyone else have New Year's resolutions?
I have one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My New Year's resolution is for the Pacers to play defense.
That's what I had. As well.
They are on the right track right now, 28th in defensive rating.
What, 30th?
They're getting better. But I mean, this team, the offense is electric, but they might be in danger of missing the playoffs if they don't get that defense together.
Just be bad.
Isn't
Don't
that-
be god awful.
that kinda-
just kind of bad.
Kind of pairs into one of the ones I have with the Milwaukee Bucks. Remember when they were a bottom 2 defense in the league?
We're there now.
20th.
Okay.
Down
Rising.
to 20th.
The schedule's-
Number 2 offense in the
schedule's been
league.
a little Mickey Mouse.
Shit.
Number 2 in the Eastern Conference.
All right, so this is
this
one
is a team that
report
had to lock in. I'm just saying, slowly but
on
surely,
November 16th. It said
getting back to where we thought they would be.
Zach LaVine's camp doesn't want to go to the Knicks. It's November 16th. Let me try to find the Knicks one.
I know Zach LaVine came out with that report, but the Knicks never came out with a report that they wanted Zach LaVine. So that report was useless from him.
Maybe there was a little bit of rumblings.
I have one for the Warriors. Rev, you want to hear it?
Sure. Talk to me.
Draymond Green, be a normal human being.
Oh, I thought you was gonna have a better one. I have a better one.
Okay, what's yours?
Save Steph's good years.
That's what I have. The year of not wasting
if
Curry's
Draymond
prime.
Green's a normal human being, that would help.
Well, one thing about him
Y'all
is
need more than just that.
yeah, he's still been playing well when he's there. He's just not really there.
I have one for the Dallas Mavericks. The year of helping Luka reach the playoffs.
Crying.
Is that good?
Has he not made the playoffs?
They've dubbed y'all the Luka haters.
I'm not a Luka
fans,
hater.
yeah.
I'm cool with it.
I'm not a Luka
Yeah,
hater.
y'all are Luka
I'm a
haters.
Dallas Mavericks truther.
They've dubbed y'all the Luka haters for sure.
I acknowledge his
Make the
greatness.
playoffs.
And I'm
I've
the
said,
NBA
hey,
hater.
you're a top 5 player. You're awesome. You're amazing.
You said
However,
Tatum was better than him.
I still feel that way.
Oh, they're dumb. He's not better than him.
That being said,
You're dumb.
at the same
Who's
time,
gonna
And
be
Luke
playing
is
in
way
May?
b-
Who's gonna be playing in May and June this year?
Who?
Who's gonna be playing in May and June this year?
Might not be the Celtics. It's not.
that
What are
also
we
goes
talking
hand in
about?
hand to
That's
one of my
fucked
New Year's
up.
resolutions. My New Year's resolution for the Celtics
Don't
is
jinx yourself,
the year of
Dehls.
overcoming. Get over that hump. This is the year. Get over that hump and
KP's
get to
healthy,
that
man. I'm
mountaintop.
KP's
First ring
healthy,
since
I'm confident.
2008.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
I mean, now the Celtics got how many All-Stars? They have Jason Tatum,
Allegedly, they
Jaylen
have
Brown.
5.
They have Kristaps. They have Drew. They have Derek White now.
Yeah,
That's a
allegedly-
super team.
allegedly
That's a super
have-
I mean,
team.
when you have JJ
That's
Redick,
fucking fire.
when you have JJ Redick making a case for Derek White, I mean, y'all are stacked.
Derek
I mean,
White.
you
No,
know
to be
me-
fair,
y'all
were
still
we
probably not gonna make it.
anticipating
Hold on.
Derek White to be this?
What did you tell
Never.
me about Derek White last
No,
year?
I know.
What I say about Derek White?
Christian Wood.
That
was
wasn't
me.
me.
That was
Oh,
me.
my sincere
What are you talking
apologies.
about?
My sincere
I'll take the
apologies.
blame.
That's
for
why he was quiet.
Yeah,
he was quiet.
He was quiet.
that. Shit, I didn't say a fucking word just now.
Bro, I looked at Derek White. I said, "Who saw Derek White being this?" And I saw Riv in his eyes. Just,
Yeah, no, once you brought it out, just looking like, please, just take the blame. Take the blame. that was definitely All-Star a little crazy, but that was definitely.
imagine you and I getting Riv. How crazy.
I mean, this shit was ridiculous.
Who
He
would've
doesn't watch
thought?
Celtics games.
That's hilarious coming from you. I'll be honest.
I mean, all he watches is Celtics.
Yeah,
games.
that's
If
why
there's
I-
one thing he knows.
you
it's
got me.
those fucking
you
Boston
watch more
Celtics.
Celtics games than me. Nah, yeah, the All-Star shit is a little whack, but
He shouldn't be. Nah, he shouldn't be an All-Star.
I'm
He won't
glad
be an
you're a
All-Star.
sane guy. Usually,
He-
you.
he's
He
playing
shouldn't
out of
be,
his mind,
but he's been
but
insanely
It's his
good.
bro. There's
Yeah,
so
I
many
just
good
think-
players in this league.
JJ's smarter than that. I think you can.
He made a good case for Derek
did?
White being
I don't
All-Star.
think he did.
He didn't say. He said
There's
that.
probably like 6 guards in the East.
But
That's
Drew
like,
Holiday made it last year, and I'm sure that there was players who would have taken over Drew
Derek White's better
Yeah.
than Drew this year.
by far.
No, Drew is an All-Star this year.
He's not.
Nah, he's not.
I don't think.
I think Derek's been
but
better
I
this
think-
year than Drew
I
was
think
last
all
year.
of
is
us.
the point.
I don't think all of us thought Drew was an All-Star last year.
No,
He
I
wasn't.
thought
He
James
made it over
Harden was.
Harden.
I thought James Harden was.
Yeah. So I think
an All-Star.
that shit happens.
I think
for
it's
sure.
different when you're the second best player on a team expected to go to the championship compared to.
need some water, bro?
What's
You're
their
right.
No, I'm
fourth
good.
probably? Well, this year, I mean, he's probably been damn
So
near
wait, hold
second.
up. You think the Mavericks are missing the playoffs?
No, I don't think so. It's happened in the past.
Well, one time.
All I'm just gonna say is,
In the past 4
hey,
years.
let's just help.
Last year, right?
Let's help Luka get here. Luka's trying everything that he can. Triple double. I mean, just 60 point, almost
He's gonna be
60 points.
gassed out by April, man. That's a
It's
lot.
like
he's doing.
we have.
And he carried a
Unfortunately,
huge load, and then he was dominant against the Clippers.
but Riv,
Except in the fourth quarters where he was gassed.
but
the
Riv,
fuck
that's exactly what I was gonna
out.
say. It's
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but he needs help.
But I'm saying, like,
Let's
He
help
just
him.
gassed
Can
out,
we
bro.
just help
How-
Luka
how
get
much-
there?
You got to
How
see
much is that
Kawhi, PG, then Pat, then Kawhi, then PG, then Pat.
how much is that conditioning in the moment though? Because like if he was able to go strong for 3 quarters in that game, I don't think the conditioning from the regular season was like affecting that.
That
you know?
shit definitely puts a toll on your body.
I think it does, but for a player as young as him, I think it's more so just
He was heavier last year too.
Yeah, I think maybe more so it's just him getting into better condition.
I mean, but why does he have to do that? He doesn't. I'm not saying
Just
what
get
he's
better.
saying.
Well, he has to care right now. Kyrie's
Well,
out.
what did I
Yeah,
say?
Kyrie's out.
What did I say?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying they do need to give him some more help.
They
They
do.
did. Kyrie got hurt for sure, but at the same
And
time,
you told
he
me,
looking
didn't you
gassed
tell
out.
me either before the show started or during the show that the players that they got regressed?
Grant, that's it.
Aren't you concerned about the Mavericks?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought it sounded that way.
Joel, you don't think because when they first played the Clippers in the bubble,
Grant regressed, but Dante's been awesome, and then
He's playing with Luka.
Derek Lively has been awesome.
but he wasn't gassed out in the bubble, Luka.
Oh.
He wasn't gassed out in the
wasn't.
bubble. He
He
wasn't
wasn't.
gassed out against Phoenix.
It was that
But
second go-round
that
against the Clippers.
He was gassed because that year
Kawhi
he
got
had to
him.
put on
Kawhi
like
got
you
him.
have to go. You have to play these elite defenders, and then like that's a lot of work on your legs.
But the last time he was in the playoffs, though, he made the conference finals. The Warriors overmatched the Mavericks.
For sure, but I'm saying before that, that year he had a good. They were a great defense. You know, they was a good team.
They
you
were
know?
a top 5 defense
Yeah.
that year.
But then even then against the Warriors, he got gassed out.
Last year's defense
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
This year's defense, not good.
I just don't want Luka
It's
to end up like
whatever.
a LeBron where he got to leave. Like I want him to. I want these players to stay. You know
I mean,
what
I
I'm
agree with you. I mean,
At least LeBron went back home.
I don't give a fuck.
I do. It meant a lot
think,
to me.
I think the faith with the Mavericks is that they built a team around a player once with
Yeah.
Dirk. So I think they can do it with Luka.
Because he's European.
Where the
they think he'll
Cavaliers
stay.
never built around.
Europeans are loyal.
It took him a long 7 years after Dirk probably reached his peak.
No, he choked.
No.
He went to the
But that's
finals.
what I'm saying. That's true.
No,
True.
the
true.
Mavericks had great teams. They had Steve Nash at one point.
I only say 2007 because wasn't 2007 the year he won MVP?
They lost in the first round, but I think 06 is the year he went to the finals. They
Correct.
played
They
D-Wade.
did. They played Wade. They lost in 6.
They was
They
up
lost.
2-0.
They lost in 06, 07. They were the first seed and they lost to the Warriors, the We Believe Warriors. So
That was
I mean,
crazy
they were
series.
choking before that 2011 run. I mean, he was labeled as a choker.
Even 2011, they didn't even have good odds.
they were
they
underdogs
were
to
supposed
lose every series.
6 seed, man, legendary.
My last New Year's resolution is for the Suns to stay healthy.
Yep.
Don't. I mean, Bradley Beal, unfortunate ankle injury, but I mean, you talk about the depth of this team. The depth is going to look much worse when they are asked to step up more. If you have Katie Booker and Bradley Beal all playing and they're healthy, I think the depth will look better. But because somebody has to step up, they have looked worse. Not saying that they're world beaters, but I'm just saying they would look a little bit better if everybody was healthy and playing.
I'm laughing because of Riv. I
I'm
swear.
I'm laughing. No, don't put that on me, bro. Don't put that on me. I was laughing because of Drew.
Keita Bates, Diop will look
All right,
better.
see, there it is.
Come on.
Jordan
Come on.
Goodwin will look better. You know what? Drew Eubanks happily take the L. You know who's better than him though? Udoka Azubuike.
Congrats. You didn't have it. He wasn't on the roster at the beginning of the offseason.
He wasn't, but they picked him up.
That's not who you raved about. So I don't want to hear that.
No, I know, but Azubuike's good though. I
Yes.
thought he was a good player out of Kansas.
He was a good player.
He never got an
He had
opportunity.
bad footwork. That's what it was.
Hopefully, he's been their best backup big. He's given them
Fucking
better
hilarious
minutes.
that you're going to go in the series and Udoka's your best backup big.
Azubuike. I mean, he was a beast in Kansas.
Good luck.
He was a beast.
I got one more.
Nurkic has been awesome though.
Nurkic is great.
Nurkic has been
Nurkic
awesome.
is great. I got one more. Y'all know my famous slogan. You know what I'm saying? And I think for Atlanta Hawks, the jig is up. It's time. You know they're actually one of the best offenses against top 12 defenses in the league. In
They're
the
top
half-court.
5 offensive.
Yeah, they're one of the best. And when you have Trae Young, it's funny because they have a better offense than Phoenix. And you would think, I forgot, me and Drew were
Yes,
talking about it. He
yes.
asked me, how does a team with 2 elite scorers don't have a better offense? I'm like, when you have an elite playmaker, you know, shit just works in magical ways. And Trae Young is for sure that. But I think it's time for a retool, maybe even a rebuild. But I'm not going to go that far. I think a retool is imminent. DeAndre Hunter, when they drafted this team, when they had Lloyd Pierce, they drafted Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter. The goal was put 2 wing defenders that can space the floor around Trae Young. This can work. And in theory, it made sense. But both guys haven't panned out. DeAndre Hunter, they extended him, but unfortunately, he's just not that good of a basketball player. Bogdanovich has been good. Jalen Johnson, when he's healthy, he's been really good for them. That's probably their most improved player. Capella's kind of redundant. Like, he's a good player, but I think he just doesn't fit them, and he's kind of clogging it up for Onyeka, who should be better than what he is now, and if he can ever get that starting spot, he can maybe improve. DeJounte Murray has tricked him, unfortunately, and that's my dog. Love him to death. Happy birthday, my boy. But he's for sure. He has tricked him. He's not been what he is offensively and defensively for them.
Out of the league, man.
In the beginning, all right, I'm not going to say that, but in the beginning of the year, he was playing well, and I think in a different situation, he can be better, but I think for this team, you know, he's just not it. So I think they're in a bit of a spot where they need to either retool fast or think about a full rebuild because you can get a lot back for a couple of these players.
Are you trading Trae Young?
I would think about it.
Mm.
I would think about it.
Let me ask
It
you.
would take me a lot to say yes.
Take me a ton.
Yeah.
I had a similar
Become irrelevant without Trae
conversation
Young.
for a different team, a team that's nowhere near the Hawks. The Charlotte Hornets. Is it time to trade LaMelo Ball before his injury history
just
ruins
want
his
me to
trade?
Lakers.
Before his injury history ruins his trade value.
You're high on LaMelo Ball though.
I
No,
know.
the highest.
I know when
Top five.
LaMelo is
Top
on the
five.
court,
Top
he's
three.
amazing.
What's
He was
ceiling?
unbelievable.
What's the ceiling? Talk to me.
Ceiling top
Ty-
5
Tyrese
point guard in the
Maxey.
league.
It's a top 10 in the league.
Top 5 point guard in the league.
It's a top 15 in the league. These top
Ceiling?
5 point guards.
They're amazing.
stay on it.
But Jalen Brunson's arguably top 5. He's not top 15.
I don't think he's a solidified top 5 though.
Darren Fox is top 5. He's not top 15.
I don't think he's solidified top 5.
Darren Fox this year solidified.
He's
top
amazing.
I don't think so.
No,
you
Darren-
got Steph.
Trae Young's top.
I'm not. This is not in order, by the way. You just got Steph. You got Dame. You still respect those two at the top 5. You got Luka. You got SGA, and then Ja and Fox. You can literally. It's not a. And Trae
This
Young.
year, Fox has been better than
No. Stop. We're not doing that this year stuff. You can literally, quite literally,
Who'd you
debate
say?
Ja or
Who'd you
Fox.
This
say?
year, Fox is playing better than Dame.
I agree.
okay.
I mean, but I'm saying you still
yeah.
respect Dame as a top 5 point guard. I don't think you kicking him out of there. If you want to,
Dame's been really good this year too in
No,
his own
he
right.
has.
if you want to, that's up to you.
'Cause he's still
I
averaging
think Dame is still a
25
top
as a
5
number
point
But
guard.
I mean,
You
from
want
what
to.
I've seen De'Aaron Fox do in the playoffs, he was awesome.
And is Maxey a 2 or a 1? What would you classify him as?
He would be
It's
top
a-
10 regardless.
I'm asking. 2 or 1?
One.
I would say, yeah,
I'll say
I'd
one.
say
What
Okay.
I'm saying is that I think this year Fox has been solidified top 5.
Bro, his pull-up threes are stupid.
I like Ja more,
I
but
think
I'm
I
with you.
think it's Luka, SGA, Tyrese, Trey,
Oh
Fox.
shit! I forgot.
Got
Wait,
Steph.
what are you talking
Got
about?
Steph.
I don't think Steph's been in top 5 point guard this year.
Wait, okay, we're doing our list completely wrong. Back to what we're saying. So do you think LaMelo Ball could be top 5? Because I'm not talking just this season. I'm just talking. Yeah,
No, I'm
that's
saying
why-
this season, just
yeah,
this
that's
season,
why.
their level of play.
That's why we were on the same page here.
He's lost me. I don't.
He lost me. That's why. Do you think LaMelo could be a top 5 point guard
One day, yeah.
one day? Like
a lot of good- there's a
solidified.
lot
Wait, hold
top
up.
point
You
guards.
think Steph's been better than Luka this year?
No.
You think Steph's
you
been better than SGA this year?
No.
No. You didn't have him in your top 5. Like I don't think at any like.
You think Steph's been better than Halliburton this year?
argue yes or no? You can say no. I don't care.
He's still been efficient.
Yeah.
But this year, you think the way Trae Young's playing?
Yeah, I'm still going to take Steph
I'm
Curry,
taking
bro.
Steph Curry.
I think Steph Curry, yeah, like he's better than
That's
those
what.
guys.
That's what.
but-
That was where
That's the
we were
kind
no,
going.
Yeah.
but this year right now, like the level they're playing at,
No,
I don't
that-
think Steph's been playing at
That's
top
why.
level.
That's why I think the disconnect was there because that's what we were
So
talking.
you're just
about.
going off of your list. You're just going off of like general list.
Well, yeah, I don't use 30 games to change my list.
Okay, so you're right. De'Aaron Fox is not top 5.
Yeah,
He's
that's what I'm
top
saying.
10.
That's why, yeah, the disconnect was there. That's what I'm saying. But Fox could be argued for top 5. He probably hovers around that 5 spot. LaMelo
That's
top 5. Interesting.
I think Jalen Brunson is far off from that top 5 spot.
It's far off.
He's
There's
far off
there's
from that
definitely a
top
little
five
gap
spot.
there.
There's a lot of great point guards.
There's a little
I
gap
mean, if you're
between
talking
him and
about just
Fox
point guards in
and
general, you're talking
Tyrese.
about Steph, Luka, SGA, Tyrese, Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox,
Please say John Morant.
John Morant.
Jesus Christ.
And
Yeah,
then,
like
and then
Brun-
there's Brunson.
Then there's Brunson. Like, yeah, Brunson is pretty far from that.
Okay,
top 5
fair
Is
enough.
he like 9?
Still great.
Why-
It's just
I don't-
point guards are so
I don't know
crazy.
why the Hornets would trade LaMelo.
I only say that because injuries have been stacking up every single year of his career. He's experienced an injury. You know what you can get back for him, but do you want to take that gamble, wait a couple of years,
I'm not
him
trading
continue
LaMelo.
to get injured, as opposed to
wait.
I'm waiting. I'm
Yeah,
seeing
I'll
what I
wait.
got.
I got to see it to the
So
end.
you're saying that 2 years ago, if you were the Pelicans, you would have traded Zion.
no.
That's essentially the same thing.
I
though.
said that.
No, the thing is that 2 years ago, Zion reached 27 on 60 on Shaq efficiency.
And that was his highest peak, but he still had injury concerns.
I think even then, LaMelo's played more games than Zion.
he has.
I think you're also just more worried about Zion's injury concerns.
That's what I'm
than
saying. Like at
LaMelo's.
this point, I don't think given LaMelo's injury history,
But also
he
at
is
the
at
same time,
a value level that
with
you're comfortable
Zion
with.
missing 2 years in a row playing. Now without LaMelo, worst team in the league, arguably worst team in the league, right next to the Pistons, Spurs. So my point being is we have this player that we can get an insane amount of assets for. Even with him, our ceiling has been the 10th seed.
I don't want to bank on the Hornets to hit on
Draft him.
picks.
Fair point.
I'm not giving up on
I know
LaMelo.
LaMelo what
that's
he
a
can
long
be.
shot.
It
I'm
is a
not.
long
I'm not
shot.
giving up on LaMelo and the way Brandon Miller's playing right now.
So you trade
I'm
LaMelo,
not-
Because
you're
also
hoping
at
you
the
could
same
draft
time
someone
with
as good as
LaMelo,
him.
right? He did sign his rookie extension. After his rookie extension, are we banking on him being there? Are we banking on LaMelo being in Charlotte? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, well, got some years.
I mean, you ain't gonna have shit
Cross
else.
that
You
That's
might
why
as well
I
see it
say
through.
if you maximize it now,
Mhm.
you still get more than
Where would you send them?
one, him getting injured.
Let's say you
I
the
don't
GM
know.
and you said yeah. Who would you
hmm.
call? Orlando?
Orlando Spurs would be another one. He's an interesting
Him
situation.
and San Antonio would be crazy.
Would be
I lie,
OD.
him and Orlando's the move.
I like him with the
That's- that would
Spurs.
be
That puts him.
I
Like,
love him with Orlando because
Shit,
he
bro,
gets the
fits on-
defense.
he fits on so many teams,
squads
yeah.
because he's
But I think
he spaces
Orlando,
the floor.
Orlando's the one that they just need a move, either a move or a development, and LaMelo put them in there.
Yeah, I mean, I
Boom.
said Orlando be
They go-
patient. You go get LaMelo.
What,
Go get fucking
and
LaMelo.
what's the difference? I know Magic obviously more solidified right now, but with Wemby and
I still
LaMelo,
think you need one more guy or one more year. You know what I'm saying? I think LaMelo would help Victor for sure, and I think they'll make them more competitive. But I think they're the bottom of the West right now. Like we thought Victor would make them better. Like we thought they'll be competing, but they're not a good team at all.
I just
think
don't
Orlando's
think
closer.
picks are that valuable when you're that in the gutter.
okay.
Because like the Hornets are gonna get a top 5-6 pick anyway.
Even with LaMelo.
So it's like, what's the point of having even more picks if you already have a lot of young players? It just feels kind of like what OKC did, but
LaMelo
not to that
Orlando
extent.
is fire.
And even when OKC
I would love
got
that.
those picks, they got SGA in return. I just feel like you have to have a direction, and LaMelo is a direction. He's at least a player that can uplift. So I wouldn't even think about trading LaMelo. I think there's a
It's just the concern would be real of him leaving and you getting nothing.
But how many? I mean, he's got.
He
how
just
many
got
years
extended,
left?
right?
Yeah.
He did just get extended. He just signed the rookie extension.
yeah.
But understanding that he's been hurt.
Yeah.
Every
I understand what
single-
you're saying.
Yeah. Listen, you know
Zion
my
was just a
feelings
little
on-
different
on
because
LaMelo.
Zion really didn't play.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you got LaMelo signed through like
Like LaMelo, he went to the
What is it,
play
2027, right?
Yeah.
Smoked out historically.
yeah 2028, 2029,
Yeah.
Damn, how old would he be? About 26?
29, 27.
Yeah, you got to his prime. Starts, essentially.
Yo, Spot's tweaking upstairs.
Yes.
I know, yeah, he barks a lot.
I don't know his name.
Oh wait, it
Sparrow.
looks like
Where'd he
has
come
them.
from? Spots.
Spots.
That's a good guess. You were close.
Apparently.
Spots. This week in the NBA,
Did the contract not come out? Because it says it's an estimate of what his contract is.
So it probably didn't kick in yet, I guess?
no,
Maybe
like
on the wrong
even,
website.
No, on Spotrac it says
Let's
estimate.
go to Basketball Reference, brother, man. Jesus Christ.
Signed a 4-year, $35 million
That's his
contract.
rookie deal.
You're 100% right.
Drill.
Dude, I'm sorry. Just read it.
Drill.
First thing popped up. Current contract. That's what he's under.
Yeah, because he's still in his rookie
Oh, wait.
deal.
Finalized 5-year contract
Yeah.
extension. I thought so. $260 million.
Yeah, there it is. He's still in his rookie deal, though, I think.
he's tied to them until
2028.
2028, 2029.
I would hate that.
If you're him.
If I'm, Charlotte.
I mean, bro,
I'm tired of what?
everyone gets.
It's
that.
a 5-year deal, and he's going to get paid
I mean, I get it.
$47 million.
You take that bread,
That
of
last
course.
year.
Take that bread.
He's awesome, man.
Yeah, but then, like, that year, too, I'm like, it's not looking too bright. Send me somewhere
How
else,
can you not
man.
fuck with LaMelo, man?
I fuck with him, man. He's
He's
cool.
box office.
He's cool for sure. I just
Get him
wish
on the court, man.
I wish Charlotte would be a better team. I really do.
This week in the NBA, I got to give a shout out to my Central American brother, Jaime Jaquez Jr.,
Jaime.
the only guy that can make me like the Heat. I mean, I'm feeling myself starting to become a fan.
I still
I
don't
mean,
like them.
in December, he's averaging 16.7 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. On Christmas Day, dropped a 30-piece. The way I see this guy play, I mean, for one, I didn't expect this. I thought the athleticism would kind of catch up to him in the NBA, but I know he, won dunk contests. He's actually very athletic.
He's built like that?
Jaime Jaquez, he's amazing, man. Like the way
Brandon Miller or Jaime Jaquez?
I go Brandon Miller still,
Upside.
but I mean,
Because who was
Jaime's
the
a
one who
better-
made the post?
Jaime's
It was you.
Jaime's a better basketball player.
Jaime Jaquez is making it a conversation, and I think the Heat, if they were to choose Jaime or Brandon Miller, I think they'd go Jaime. He just fits this culture so well.
Hate to see
His
it.
ability to score, his footwork. He looks like a young Jimmy Butler, and I don't think that's crazy.
What?
He looks like a young Jimmy Butler. The way he can
What?
score, his repertoire offensively looks that way.
What? Who?
A young Jimmy Butler.
I'm not laughing at the statement.
What the fuck?
He could score from the post. He could get to his shot in the mid range.
What are you talking about? Like
No, like how his offensive play style right now.
Yeah, like Chicago, Jimmy. 20 points per game, Jimmy.
I'm talking about his play style.
I'm asking which
His
Jimmy?
current play style.
Like
Current
the
play
defensive
style.
Dynamic. Oh,
Yeah,
like
but
right now,
bro,
Jimmy.
just say poor man's Jimmy.
I'm
It
talking
makes you
about the
everything
play
okay.
style.
Yes, and he played different in Chicago, different in Miami, and even in his first stint. I'm asking you.
So his current play
So
style.
this Jimmy right
yes. Jaime Jaquez offensively plays a lot like that. He
now. That
does.
she was saying some other shit.
What was I saying?
That she was saying something else, man. That's all.
What's your this week in the NBA, Riff?
Scoot Henderson.
We're here.
We are fucking back.
Because someone was talking ill on his name.
Who talked ill on his name?
Was he?
Last 3 games. He's
I didn't
No,
talk
not the
ill on
last
his name.
3.
What
He's
you got?
been solid over his last 8 or 9,
Okay,
but his
last
last
three
3 have been
I never-
double doubles.
I never talked ill on his name. I just pushed back on the notion that everybody was so critical on Brandon Miller,
No, I
including
agree.
you, before you saw him
What are
play
you
a game.
talking
Scoot
about?
wasn't gonna be a star
All I
or
said is
something
I would rather Scoot.
Did he have a TikTok saying he's
you
trying to be a
said-
star?
Did you? I don't watch the
Your
TikToks.
exact
Yes,
words,
yes.
right?
Go ahead, quote
your
me.
exact words were he will be a bust compared to Scoot Henderson.
Yes, I think Scoot will be better.
What does that mean, though?
That Scoot will be better.
That is kind of wordy.
It's not. It's very easy.
A bust compared
That
to Scoot.
if I'm the Hornets, I would have taken Scoot.
That means
Henderson.
like
That-
Scoot,
that basically
All-NBA,
means he's
Brandon
gonna be
Miller,
a
like,
bust.
Scoot's gonna be better.
Basically,
third best player.
Scoot's
on
going to
the
be
team.
John Morant. Brandon's going to be RJ Barrett. That's what I got from
Bad.
that.
That's
That's
pretty
literally
accurate.
all I got
That's
from
well
that.
said.
So you think Brandon Miller's gonna be RJ Barrett?
I mean, that's just a good
Yeah,
comparison.
that was just
That's a great
like
comparison,
what
bro.
we were talking about. But basically, he's going to be a good player. Scoot's going to be a star.
If you say he's gonna be a bust compared to Scoot Henderson, Scoot Henderson's a top 2 pick, then that means he's gonna be a bust for a top 3 pick. He's gonna be a bust for a top 3.
If
pick.
RJ's a good player,
RJ's a bust for a top 3
If
pick.
Brandon Miller's a good player, he's a bust.
RJ Barrett is a bust for a top 3 pick. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think
So I
Brandon
think-
Miller's gonna be an
That's
all-star.
what, me too. I think that's what he's saying. Is what I'm saying.
So Brandon Miller's an all-star. He's not a bust
Yeah, I
compared to
agree.
Scoot Henderson.
I agree.
Okay.
Unless
Just
Scoot's like
making sure.
fucking top 5 or some shit.
Yeah, if he's like if Brandon's like top 30 and Scoot's like top 5, he's
All I
cooked.
ever pushed back on was, I mean, after the summer league games, they were crucifying
They were.
Brandon Miller. Nobody ever gave him a shot.
I agree.
I was the one at the table saying, I mean, if they draft Brandon Miller, it's not the worst thing in the world for the Hornets.
I was with
And
you. I was with
to
you.
a degree, I'm gonna give you that, Rib.
I
I feel like you kind of went the Scoot route. You were very high on Brandon Miller early, and then you went away from Brandon Miller.
We had a draft, and I picked Brandon.
He did.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
I
All
love Scoot. I love Scoot, but I said Brandon's fine. here.
All I remember
Don't
is
do
that
to me, bro. I was there
I
with
felt
you.
like there was a lot of backlash for Brandon Miller because I felt like later on, early in the draft process, 100%,
Yeah,
you and I
100%.
saw eye to eye. Then later in the draft process, you were like, I don't know,
I think
man.
I thought Scoot was better, but I was fine if Charlotte took Brandon Miller. And I agree with you. I think people started to violate Brandon Miller a lot in the it's Summer League,
League, yeah.
and because Scoot didn't play much.
and because he was injured in the March Madness
yeah,
tournament.
because
he got
Scoot
hurt.
didn't Scoot didn't play much.
Dog shit.
And Scoot,
Yeah, but he was hurt.
Scoot to start the year, he wasn't good, and people
He
were
was
on
bad.
him.
He was
People were
bad.
on him. People were on him. And I think now he's starting to let the game come to him. He's starting to figure it out. He's now been quicker in his decision making. He's been a better basketball player now than he was pre-injury. So I think, like, to give Scoot some credit, he's been really good. He had a double-double twice in his last 3 games. Over his last 8 or 9, he just looked like a better basketball player. Before, he looked like he didn't know how to play ball. And I think that goes to credit to just Scoot, his mental process, because when he was coming in, people thought like he was so mature for his age. He was just mature in terms of just wanting to be a better basketball player, just wanted to have a great work ethic. And that just goes to show, like, he's been a better basketball player now, and people were kind of like writing them off for just over exaggerating. And we do that a little bit with rookies sometimes. We all have done it before.
For sure.
And I think, as a collective, we need to do a little bit better, and it takes time. But for Scoot and both Brandon Miller, they've both been playing great. Brandon Miller's been playing better this year, but Scoot's starting to figure it out, and I just love that for him.
I'm with you. Mine this week in the NBA, our glorious king turns 39 years old today. And in his 21st season, 215 assists.
What did you just say?
There's nothing else that happened this week in the
Yeah,
NBA.
you couldn't find anything else, like NBA
Bro said
related?
39 birthdays.
His birthday. That could have been an
He's
intro
He's
shout
not going to
out.
fuck you, bro.
He's
okay.
really not.
Like, not even close.
LeBron is my favorite athlete of all time. I'm going to give him his flowers while we still can. 39 years
Give him
old.
his flowers,
39 years young, let's be honest.
on, bro.
21st
Do you
season.
have anything else?
You know why it's great to say and acknowledge that he's 39 years old? Because 21 seasons into the NBA and still no fall off. Has a better 3-point percentage than his king, Stephen Curry.
He's
the
like
much
top
better
five.
Imagine that. LeBron's a much better shooter.
But this year,
Yeah.
100%. He's a much better
What
shooter.
the fuck are we doing here?
Bro is gonna rock with that too.
Is Steph Curry top 5? He's not a top 5 point guard
where's
this year.
LeBron in
He's
ranks
not
this
even a
year?
better shooter than LeBron. I mean, Steph Curry to fall off is crazy.
I hate Steph.
In year 21, 215 assists. Every other player combined, 207 assists that have played in year 21.
That's what's up.
He's one of one. That's why we have to celebrate this man on his 39th birthday, because there's been no
Did you get him
fall
a
off.
cake?
No, I didn't. I sent him an edible arrangement, though.
What did that tweet on Twitter say about the comparison between LeBron and Steph Curry's percentage?
I got
Oh,
you. I
it
got
was,
you. It said, we're going to start a dialogue. That's all it
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
No. It was something else. It was
games
something that you
played-
quoted.
What, I quoted it?
Yeah, somebody was mad as hell that they brought up.
Oh,
the
my God, I'm looking at him,
No,
I got it.
the difficulty of shots are completely different.
Nah, I know. It was just funny
I
the
know
way
what
he
he's talking
said
about. I know
it.
what he's talking about. This shit is hilarious. Hold on. He was so angry. I had to follow him. It was
That
too
was so
funny.
funny, bro.
Let me
You guys thought I was gonna find it different this week in the NBA. You guys are fucking, and you guys don't know me.
48%.
Honest question. If Joe Burrow was healthy right now, are the Bengals like a legitimate contender?
Obviously.
Probably.
Such a fucking shame,
Wow.
man.
This is a news break.
Found it.
Breaking news.
So they posted the flick, and he was like, "Show volume plus how they guard on the perimeter, you bitch ass." He was so mad, and I was literally sitting there for 10 minutes in tears because the bitch ass nigga was just like, I could feel he was angry about
Sounds
it.
like some shit you would
Yeah,
tweet.
like, and I was just like, bro, they're clearly trolling you. Why are you so upset?
Guys, should we go over LeBron James's career
No,
resume?
please, no.
No?
By the way, you fucker, if you round it, they're still at the same percentage.
We don't round here.
It's 41.3 and 41.0. You're done.
God.
You're so done. Okay, I see what you did.
Sorry.
41%.
I don't make the rules.
No,
I think
LeBron's-
about it
He's the
often.
GOAT. Stop fucking playing with his fucking name.
Oh, not the other guy, right?
Come on, he followed
Jason
up. He's a
Tatum?
little regression, right?
Regression.
Little regression.
Maybe he's just tired of carrying fucking
Oh my
bums.
God, it's true.
You know,
That's LeBron's life.
well, LeBron's 6'8", 250. You know,
Oh my God.
steroids.
Who's
LeBron
glazing?
has
Who's
carried-
glazing now?
LeBron has carried
Zing.
bums longer than Steph Curry's
For
carried
sure.
everything, yeah.
Steph has carried bums longer than James Harden.
No, that's not true.
Thought I cooked.
Early Houston years,
You didn't.
no, that's
you didn't.
not true.
You didn't.
Well, James Harden can win a ring with my boy.
Okay, I'm buying it.
Can't celebrate that.
Now he's
sadly.
rooting for James Harden.
He
For
is.
sure.
Yeah,
That's my
he
favorite
is.
player in
It's
the league.
crazy.
He's been
It's
amazing.
amazing.
He's
Yeah,
been a
I've
dog.
been
Actually, every time he
basketball,
shoots,
stuff and
I
stuff.
hope it goes in.
So this is the time to get back in on Harden, bro.
I mean,
The fact that he's falling off and
say
when
that
this is
at
this
every
is his
time.
chance.
have y'all ever trusted him to stand on business?
No, no.
Come on.
I'm not gonna disrespect you like
The
that.
Nets was the best chance.
That's
they
my
had.
New Year's resolution for you. Stand on some fucking business this year.
What's the business I'm standing on? The business I'm standing on is the Timberwolves are making the conference finals. That's the business I'm standing on.
That's what I like to hear.
That's what I've been on all year. The Timberwolves are the first seed in the Western
Championship.
Conference.
Championship.
Anthony
Go
Edwards
further.
is
They're
a
gonna win
top 10 MVP candidate.
They can make the conference finals. Why can't they make the chip?
You might as well go further. Don't stop
They
there.
can. I think they can make the
can
finals.
They can win it all.
100%.
If they can get to the finals, they can win it all. If we're
Anthony
gonna be-
Edwards, top 20 all time.
Honestly, no time
Could
like
be
the
this
present.
year. This could be a goddamn year. And then I don't got to hear that Dwayne Wade bullshit.
Oh my gosh, show some fucking respect.
Dwayne Wade's actually a great point because
We're gonna
Derek,
lose- we're losing-
Derek
we're
White,
losing fans.
Derek White just broke Dwayne Wade's record.
What is it?
NBA record, 7 consecutive games with 2 or more blocks for a guard.
That's
Next
fire.
highest was D Wade at 5 games.
Who's
during the
in front?
2011-12.
D Wade had the record?
He did 5 consecutive games in 2011, 2012. D White,
D. Wade-
7 consecutive.
D Wade did that in 2012.
All-star him. Yeah.
He did that in
Yeah.
2012
Five
off the
straight.
knees.
Legend.
Shut the fucking.
No,
D.
2012 was before the knees.
Wade. No, that was around when the knees
That was
started.
right when it started.
No,
That's 2011,
what year did you
2012.
say?
2011, 2012.
Yeah,
That's when the knees started dying. Yes, it
the
was.
knees started dying in 2013.
No, that's when the knees died.
That's
Knees,
when-
no, they died. I'm
no.
saying the knees
The thing
started.
was against OKC. Dwayne Wade was elite.
Yeah, he had times, but that's when the knees started.
Nah, he was good.
Shout out my brother D Wade.
He was good that year versus the Spurs.
Really
All right,
pleased.
To be
fucking
honest,
P.
shout out to D Wade. You said
Y'all
Yeah.
want me to? Y'all want me to?
you think Ant could be better than D Wade.
So D
all
Wade,
time?
no,
That's crazy.
top 3 shooting guard all time.
That's crazy. Right now, that's crazy, bro.
You said he was top 20.
Top
like 2 weeks
20.
ago.
D Wade's not top 20.
We
D
give
Wade is not
Harden,
top
man.
20, unfortunately.
He's not.
You don't think he's close?
He's close. He's like top 25.
What's
Well,
that
it's the-
Derek,
it's the-
what's
it's
that
the
Derek White
longevity.
extension look like?
25.
25.
You got to pay him.
155 million.
That's easy.
Doesn't he get paid more
Jeremy
than
Grant
Quickly?
money. He's gonna get Jeremy Grant money.
Pay him
27?
more than fucking anybody.
So why he can't be top 3 shooting guard all the time?
It's possible.
Better than
man.
Kobe?
Hell, come on. Respect Kobe. My
I'm trying to see how
goodness.
far you can go. I'm
My
trying to see
goodness.
how far you.
Anthony Edwards could be one of the best players that ever played this game.
I mean, at that point, it's better than you could argue.
Anthony Edwards is special, bro. He's special.
Like better than AI.
Oh, he could be better than AI.
All right, that's how
Better
far
than
we've
AI.
gotten.
And in terms of like the culture, I feel like
Stop.
Anthony Edwards is becoming the most liked player in the league. His interviews, like I said, I watch 30 minutes of Anthony Edwards interviews every day.
You got 30 minutes of your time to watch this.
30 minutes.
But
every
me
day
mentioning
interviews.
or saying happy birthday to LeBron's glazing.
He's
Right.
old, man. What was my New Year's resolution? In with the new, out
Understand,
with the
if we
old.
get to see 39, we should be thanking the good Lord.
You're right. So hold up, y'all want me to say every team's making it out the West?
You do say that every
No,
year.
I just asked you.
No,
to
I
say
don't.
Timberwolves.
You want me?
you say
got
it
your
every
ass.
year,
You
bro.
got your ass. You said last
last
year
year
there was
it's
like
like
7 teams could
teams.
make it out the West.
Yeah, and the West was wide open last
Okay,
year.
so that's all. So we expect that
It's
from you every
possible.
year at this
If
point
you-
now.
But last year,
you
my
think my
two-
OKC can make it out?
But last year, hold up. Last year, post, I say the start of December, I said I got the Nuggets making it out the West.
Yes. It was
I
around there.
stood on the Nuggets making it out the West until the Suns got KD.
Yes.
When the Suns got KD, I picked the Suns to make it out the West. And yes, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But those are my 2 teams for 80% of the season that I had making it out the
It
West.
would have been a first round exit. It's
The
crazy.
year before, I had the Warriors only. That was the only
You're
team I
missing
had making.
context, but I'm gonna let you slide.
Context for
Last year, you had 7 teams, and then December got there, and
Wait, no.
then you cut it down.
7 teams in what? In the
That
off
can come out the West. Yes.
No,
In the
not
off-
the offseason.
No, it wasn't the
it was
offseason.
the
it
off-
wasn't the
not.
offseason.
It was
In the off-
during
in the off-
some
it was
part of the
during the
season.
season.
It was the off.
It was during the season.
We had an episode about East versus West. What's a stronger conference? And I was like, I think the West is a strong conference because there's
No,
more teams
was
that can
like
make it out
December.
the West.
It was like December, and
No,
this
it
is when
wasn't,
the
'cause-
Pelicans were around the top seed. Because you said the Pelicans
That was
were a
very
contender.
early. Post December,
That's why-
the only team I said was gonna make it out the
So
West
maybe
was
like
the
in
Nuggets.
I'm going to
January,
trust
you
my
had Denver.
memory, personally.
The only team I said was making out the West after December was the Nuggets, and then I switched to the Suns once they got KD. But my whole point was that the West is wide open, and there's a lot of teams that can make it.
The West wide open again, right?
The West is wide open again. It is,
Like you like them boys over there, you know.
but I like Minnesota the most.
I know you. I know. Listen, and
Lake Show.
that's the one team I can give you credit for. You stood on your business, and shout out to Ant. He doing his thing out there. That averaging that measly ass 25
Just
points.
because Harden's
But
on the Clippers, listen, I hope Harden does win. If he wins, I'm not gonna be mad at it. But
are you gonna say
I
we
like-
won?
I just don't know if you can celebrate it.
I'm not gonna say we won.
Yeah, you can't celebrate it.
Why would I celebrate his championship? I'll be
What's
happy
your
for his
favorite
championship.
player ever?
I'll be honest. If Steph goes to the Lakers and he wins a ring, I'm geeked the fuck up. I don't care what
I'm
happens.
going to treat Steph Curry like he's the
I'ma
greatest
be-
point guard of
I'ma-
all time.
I'm gonna be happy for James
how is
Harden
this possible?
because it's a difference. James Harden winning the championship at this stage is a difference versus Houston.
It's called the grind.
So if Ant
No,
leaves,
I had a different appreciation for Harden in Houston because he was the best player on that team and he was the best player, arguably one of the best players in the league at that point. Him winning the championship with the Rockets is different than him winning with the Nets,
Of course.
and him winning with the I would say the Clippers. If he won with Philly, it would be different because he was a top 2 player on that team. Him riding the coattails of the Nets and the Clippers and
He's
winning
not
either
riding
or,
the coattails.
now he's been
With the
on
Clippers?
par
He's
with
the
Paul
number
George.
two, he's arguably their best player.
but still he's on a very.
You could argue he's been their best
But
player.
he's on a
One quiet
very.
place. He's
no,
the best
he's
player.
not. With
No, you're
Kawhi.
wild. You're wild. You're wild. Trust me.
What?
I'm up in that. You're wild. You're wild.
I'm
You're wild.
watching
You're wild.
Clippers games, so I've been locked in.
So then you should.
No, Kawhi is definitely.
Kawhi's their best player.
Harden's
And
been
then especially when
so
Kawhi
insane.
started to kick it in and get.
You're
he's
right.
been
No,
their best player.
the efficiency's been
Yeah, he's their
stupid.
best player.
But the facilitation, the three.
No, he's
Kawhi's better, bro.
shooting.
Kawhi's better.
No, he is a better player, but on
He's
a,
the best player in the Clippers. The Clippers don't. You don't think
no,
about
I
the
know,
Clippers if
I
Kawhi's
know.
injured.
I agree with that.
How many games in a row did the Clippers lose when Kawhi went out? It just happened.
Only 2.
They lost 2 games.
But they won like 2 in a row.
James Harden's still been insane on.
I mean, no doubt.
insane
All I'm saying
efficiency.
is that I'm gonna be happy for James Harden, but it's not gonna feel the same as Houston. I always gonna wish that he won in Houston. That's a fact.
So let's get back to this point. You don't think Ant could be top 3 ever? Because this is another. Like, come on, bro.
It could be top 3.
Let me just tell you that Anthony. Let's just live in the present. In the present, Anthony
God.
Edwards can after this season he could be one of the 10 best players in the league.
I like
after
that.
this
He
year.
win- Can we win?
When Ant gonna average 30 points a game?
Can he win a playoff series before we put him top 3 ever?
Harden's shooting 43% from three.
When Ant gonna average 30
Oh my
points a game?
God.
Tatum did it.
Probably like in 2 years.
You know who's doing it right now? Again, Skim God. You know what I'm saying?
SGA. He's awesome too.
Skim fucking God, man. That's the real Michael Jordan right there.
But you know my team's the Timberwolves, man.
That is your team.
Because the Suns are the Jets.
We think of them as your team more than the Knicks. Minnesota, honestly.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, for real.
If you want to think that, that's fine.
No, that's-
Anthony Edwards is my favorite player right now.
I really? I thought it was Luka.
No, Anthony Edwards is my favorite player.
And he's your number.
Yeah, he's my number 1. Luka's 2, and then Harden is 3. I mean, he's
Harden's
not
still up there.
He's not.
Shocker.
Yeah, Harden's not the same Houston Harden.
Oh, you,
I like watching
you only-
Luka and
you-
Anthony Edwards more.
You only there when the highs are the highs.
It's not me.
I'm
man.
not there when the highs are highs. It's just that you guys have the luxury of your favorite players are still top players.
I got spoiled. God gave me a gift, and I don't take it for
LeBron
granted.
hasn't fallen off, and
It's
Steph
insane.
Curry hasn't fallen off. So
Anthony Davis is pretty good too.
I'm pretty sure when Steph starts to fall off, your favorite player is going to be like SGA.
Brother, man, I watched Jordan Poole stink it the fuck up, and I'm still a fan.
He's cooking.
I watched Cam Reddish not play on teams, and I'm still a fan.
He's cooking.
I'm not going anywhere.
He's cooked. He's
That
going
doesn't
great.
mean that doesn't mean you're going
No,
anywhere.
no. I say Steph is still and will forever be number 1 until he retires.
Can't win.
That's fine, but still, like, where was Jordan Poole? Did you like Jordan Poole more than SGA like a year or 2 ago, or 2 years ago, I should say?
SGA was always ahead
You
of
fell off
Jordan
on
Poole.
Wiggins, by the way.
Yeah, he sucks.
Doesn't deny that.
That was a 1-year thing. Loved him to death that year. Will forever have him in my heart for that year.
Mouse.
Can't get him. I wish we can get him back. Next topic.
Anthony Edwards is just one of the most fun watches in the league.
Is.
Who you like watching more, John Moran or SGA?
Ooh,
John
Morant.
Morant. John Morant by far.
I like watching John
By
Morant.
far?
By far.
John Morant is definitely more appealing to me.
Jumping out the gym always
Actually
will
is-
move me.
Who's more your favorite player?
John Moran. John Moran's been my favorite since Murray
John
State.
Moran is so tough to watch.
No, he is. But SGA is too.
No, SJ is he's
No,
a
but
different type of.
John Moran is
different.
just
Yeah.
like a superhero playing basketball, flying through the
he's
air
like
type
Superman.
deal.
SJ is like technical with it. Like it's
Well
just
said.
different.
SGA is if you like fundamentals and like you said,
Yeah.
if you like
You
watching
like the
him
little
more.
spin around, the little herky jerky. Like
I get my juice or boost of adrenaline from watching Anthony Edwards. That's the high flyer.
he injects something in you? 'Cause why'd you do this?
Luka's a technician. Luka's the one that he'll break you
Anthony
down.
gets you going. Anthony gets you up.
Nah, he does.
Get you up.
Luka kind of simmers you down, right?
Luka's it's a cool watch. It's like a glass of wine.
Okay,
Anthony Edwards
I
is
like
like some
that.
Henny.
Oh,
I'm getting turned up.
the hen dog. Okay. I like that. I like that. Juan. I like that for sure. Next topic.
Here we go.
East versus West All-Star starters. I want to go first, and I want to name my East ones.
Okay.
My starters, I think the two obvious ones are Joel Embiid and Giannis.
Absolutely.
And then I have three guards. I have Donovan Mitchell, Trey
you kidding
Young,
me?
and Tyrese Halliburton.
Throw it away.
I have three guards.
It can't happen.
The 10th best point guard in the league is starting in the All-Star game. We got him, y'all.
I have
Trae
Brunson
Young.
starting.
Trae
Oh, you have Trae
fucking-
Young starting.
Yes, he does.
Oh, shit.
28 and
We
11.
got him, y'all.
He's playing awesome.
We know.
I'm sorry. I just know you didn't say Tatum, so that's why I was kind of.
We know
Oh, no,
why
I
he
did-
didn't
I
say
didn't
that.
say
Can you read?
Why
the-
don't you think Tatum should be a starter?
He will be a starter, and I think he's deserving of being a starter. And on my list, I don't have him a starter because I think what these guys are doing is a bit more impressive right now.
Would it kill you to like one of the guys that one of us like?
Tyrese Halliburton is average. I like Tatum, but Tyrese is averaging 25 and 12, 50, 40, 90, essentially.
Gotta look at Dehls.
Top 10 in PER this year. Trey Young's averaging 28 and 11, leading one of the league's best offenses, and he's been very efficient this year. He's really picked it up. The Hawks are losing, but I don't think that's really on him. And then Donovan Mitchell. I mean, 28, 5 and 5. Garland is out for a couple weeks. Evan Mobley's out
They
for a
win
couple weeks.
without him too.
Does
And-
34%
and
from
they-
three alter your?
No, not really, but it's Donovan Mitchell. I think he's really stepped up as a playmaker this year.
Yes.
Fair.
And the Cavaliers, even with two of the best players being out, he's leading them to wins.
Their most valuable player
So-
has been Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen's been awesome. So with me, I'm looking at these guys and
Especially
I'm
while
saying
Mobley's out. That's huge.
the degree of difficulty for these guys to still keep their team afloat
Keep convincing
is
yourself.
much more of a
keep convincing yourself. 'Cause
much
you're trying
more
really
of a
hard.
no. It's a much more of a hard task.
You know, three guards can't start. But
No, they can't. That's why Tatum's going to be. But it's like for me,
I like that.
For me,
the All-Star voting is two guards and two forwards and center. No,
yeah, I
this
think
is
he's
my
just doing
starters.
his
This is my
shit. He's
starters.
changing it up.
but that's not how this works.
so if I'm going with another forward, I am going with Tatum. If it's two forwards, I'm
that's-
going
So
with
what
Tatum.
guard are you
That's
taking
how
out?
that works.
Yeah,
I would take out Donovan Mitchell.
That's like
That's
trying to
what I'm
vote the vice president for president. It doesn't work like that. You vote for the president of the United States and the vice
I
president.
just was giving my
There's two
five-
guards, two forwards.
my
He's trying to get
five-
some flowers.
I'm
He's
just
like,
giving. I'm just giving
What
my.
are we doing here? Bro,
I'm
it's
just
like, I'm
giving
just
my,
making my rules, even though it's not
five,
the
my
NBA does
five
it.
most impressive players in the Eastern
Is
Conference.
it the most impressive players in the Eastern
So
Conference? or
Tatum
it
has not
All-Star
been your
voting?
five most impressive.
No,
Okay.
I would say Tatum has been disappointing for Tatum standards. He
he's
hasn't
like
been as
42nd in
efficient.
PER this year.
Was that your favorite stat?
That's not one of them, but it's a
Who's-
very.
If a bum is higher than him, I'm not taking it serious.
There's a lot of players higher
If
than him
there's
that are
40
playing better
people
than
above
him.
him, you know it's stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, of course, 40 people above him, but the players that are above him that are actually like superstar players, I think are
What's
deserving
that
to
PER,
be
man?
above
'Cause
him.
I'm dying over here, man.
So the top 10 in PER is Embiid, SGA, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, all more impressive than Tatum this year. Anthony Davis, LeBron, KD, Fox, all more impressive than Tatum this year. Tyrese. Now, Andre Drummond at 11 is nuts, right? It's not a perfect stat, but then you have Kawhi. I think between Kawhi and Tatum this year, who's played better? You can
got
say
Kawhi
Kawhi's played
Smith
better.
up here.
Kawhi.
Smith is at 13.
Jalen Smith is crazy.
All right,
Şengün is
just-
crazy.
Just close out.
Sabonis is
Steph,
crazy.
I'm dying over here.
Devin Booker,
Just close
then
out.
Donovan Mitchell. Trey Young's 21st.
You could just close out.
Steph
Capella.
is 35th.
Oh, Tatum's 34.
Oh, yeah,
This
Tatum
stat-
is
this stat
34th.
is
So he's not
flawed as
46.
shit, bro. Come on. I'll be
All right,
honest.
do you
I
want me to
got
give him-
5 centers as my All-Stars.
All these guards
Yeah.
passing my goal is killing me. Who want to go next?
I'll give mine.
I don't want to do this shit.
Is it hurting you that he doesn't have Tatum now?
It's just
Has Tatum been one of the 5 best players in the East this year?
he, like I said, he's been disappointing for his standards, but like he's
Answer the
clearly an
question.
All-Star starter.
Answer the question.
Has he been one of the
Right,
5
no,
best players in
I
the
don't think
East?
so.
Okay, I think that's how he's basing.
That's all
it
I'm
on.
doing.
But it's like it's not how it works. No, I mean like
We here at Pick a Side like to change the rules up.
That's
a
what
little
I'm, because I know all of y'all are going to have Tatum. So I was like, I just want to give.
it's like
I just
doing-
want to give my top 5 most
It's like
impressive
doing
guys.
all pro and putting like Mark Andrews at wide receiver because Kelsey's at tight end.
I feel more bad about leaving out one of these guards than I do about leaving out Tatum.
They're
Like
not gonna
for-
fuck you, bro. Like,
Like
it's okay.
one of my top
Just do it the right way.
That was at the perfect time.
Dehls is mad at me not having Tatum.
No, honestly, I
Dehls
don't even care about Tatum.
Listen.
I'm mad that you're just not doing it how. Like, it's
Listen.
so clear. You
No,
go
you're
on the
definitely
NBA
mad about
voting.
Tatum.
and
Listen,
it's
no, you're just mad about Tatum. You're just mad about
Tatum.
Tatum. You're just mad about Tatum. Because
I swear to God, I'm not.
if it was between
not how the
Jimmy
rules
Butler and
work.
somebody else, you would not be mad about it.
It's just not how the
It's
rules
not,
work.
You're not. You're
You're
just
making
mad
up
about
rules.
Tatum.
You're making up
and
rules.
listen,
Yeah,
you could say, oh, you don't got Tatum. I'm mad at it. I could be mad at you for having Tatum and everything. Tatum is your DPOY MVP, first team on. You have Tatum in everything. You can't go an episode. You can't go 10 minutes without mentioning
Have
Tatum.
I? Did I even mention
So
Tatum?
the one time, the one time, the one
I'm entertaining this episode.
The one
Cool.
time, the one time Tatum not feasting his son. I mean, it happens
It's a
all
shame.
the time.
It's a shame he
It
brought
happens
up the
all
one episode I
time.
haven't mentioned
It
Tatum.
happens all the time, but the one time Tatum not mentioned, oh, you throw a fit. I mean, it's no different than last year. You
bro,
thought
the
Tatum was a
rules
better
aren't-
player than Joel Embiid.
the
I mean,
rule-
Joel Embiid is a better player than
He
Tatum.
got bounced in the second round.
Joel Embiid is a better player than Tatum.
What Tatum do? What Tatum do in Game 7 against Embiid?
What Tatum do in the finals?
Embiid ever make it to the ECF?
Tatum got an MVP.
Tatum did more by the age of 22 than fucking Embiid did by the age of 28. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Wait,
Come
Tatum
on.
got an MVP?
No.
Question. He got an MVP?
No.
Is he top 3 in the MVP race right now?
I can't
I
slander
don't
Embiid.
care.
I'm
We
a-
own
Wait, hold up. Is Tatum even top 10
Joel
in the MVP race
Embiid
right now?
came out in his own words and said they own us. Why do I care about Joel
Because
Embiid?
it's a better team. It's
We
a better
own
team.
them.
That's what it is. It's
We
a better
own
team.
them.
Who's
They
a better
can't-
individual
they
player?
go to sleep
Embiid
at
or
night
Tatum?
and they
Still
think
good.
Boston Celtic nightmare, Boston Celtic nightmare.
Hold up. Question. Who's
Al
a,
Horford, 38 years old, locks his ass up every year.
Who's
What
a-
am I worried about Joel Embiid? I hope he wins another MVP.
And
He's a
Wiggins-
great dude. He
and
deserves
Wiggins-
another MVP. He's going to get locked up by 38-year-old Al Horford yet again. I know
and
it's
Wiggins
coming.
locked up Tatum, and then he dropped off a cliff. Wiggins not even the same no more.
Please don't bring that up.
Jason Tatum, what?
We all have flashes in the pan, you know?
Mickey Mouse.
Jason Tatum, what he do Game 7 of ECF?
He rolled his ankle.
He still played, and he didn't play well. And Embiid was injured the entire playoffs last year. You do know that, right? So now Tatum get a pass for one game, but Embiid's injured for the top playoff run.
What do you mean?
That
he,
shit don't
he
matter.
just didn't play.
So you got your All-Star team?
I do have my all-star team.
Let's do
It's
it.
a little bit different. I have Jalen Brunson as my one guard.
How many guards do you have?
I have 2 guards.
Riv, how many guards do you have?
I have 2 guards.
Oh, word. Okay. Me too. I have 2 guards.
We should just hear yours instead.
I got Maxine Halley as my backcourt, or Tyrese, I should
Fair
say,
enough.
because he doesn't like Halley. And my 2 forwards, Giannis Tatum, center, Embiid. Just like the
Let
entire
me
NBA world.
Let me start saying this. I truly believe this in my heart. As much as I'm a hater, I believe Hallie, Young, Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Brunson, they all deserve to be
deserve it.
starters
They all
in the
deserve
East
it.
All-Star
They've
game
been
this year.
unbelievable.
They've all been, like, you can nitpick who's been better, they've all been elite,
He's got some of
respectfully.
the best guard play in a
If you
while.
was taking the 5 players most deserving to be in the All-Star game, it's Tatum in that 5 in the East.
I think all 5 of those I would probably take over Tatum.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I do think
But
that.
it's not the most
Yeah,
impressive.
it-
It's the All-Star
No, but I'm asking
game.
you. So I'm asking. That's
But-
what I
but-
did my
but-
thing
but
on.
It's so,
why?
like, the East
Why
side-
would you do
I
that?
just did it in the East. I didn't do it for the West because in the but the reason why
I'm good, yo. I'm
You
good.
should have never
I'm
said
good.
that.
there's a
man.
reason why
I'm
though.
good.
There's a
Y'all-
reason
y'all
why.
finish the show,
There's a
man.
reason why.
I'm
Because
straight.
in the West, you got the 2 clear-cut guards at the top.
No.
In the
I
West,
can't even look at him.
in the West, you got the 2 clear-cut guards at the top in Luka and SGA, and then the forward spot, Anthony Davis at the forward spot. He's deserving. Kevin Durant is
Where's
deserving.
LeBron?
LeBron is in it. I was debated between him
See,
and KD.
this is why you lost me. You
But that's,
lost.
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
LeBron's
saying.
been betting
In the forward spots in the West, in the forward
He's been
spots in the
betting
West,
AD.
there are actually players more deserving of that spot. That's why I didn't have
AD
just 3
defense.
guards.
But you could have did the 5 best, I feel like.
We know
I
why he
could've-
did the 5 best.
I know.
But the 5 best in
You're
the
a
West.
generational hater, by the way.
Wait, the 5 best in the West would still be 2 guards, 2 forwards in the center. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
It would still be. That's why I did the 5 best in the East, because I was like, am I really putting Tatum over these guys that I feel like have done a little bit more? No.
No, AD is a center.
Even if it's Anthony Davis or LeBron, I mean, those are the 5
The
in
thing
the
is,
West.
I feel like AD is not going to be a starter, sadly, because he is a center. Jokic
Okay.
is going to be the center.
So then the 5 best in the West are a center, Nikola Jokic, easy. The forwards, can be KD, LeBron, Kawhi, LeBron,
And
whatever.
are you categorizing him as
Anthony
a three?
Edwards?
Guard.
Nah, Anthony Edwards is not a starter. No,
Okay, I'm wondering.
no, he's not a starter.
Top 10 in MVP voting.
I know,
Nah,
but
SGA and
no.
Luka are the clear
yeah,
starters.
yeah, he's
I
not a
understand
starter.
that.
Steph gonna get voted in. Now.
SGA, the top 5 best players in the West this year has been Luka, SGA, KD, LeBron, Jokic, and then AD can have one of them spots, but he's right there. So the top 5 West, even if you're going by positions, that's the order. Where the East, if the top 5 in the East, I feel like there's a lot of
Who's
guards.
been better,
in the East that
De'Aaron
deserve
Fox
it.
or KD?
That's tough. It's really
Might
even.
lean Fox.
It might be Fox, but I go KD. I mean, KD's shooting 45% from 3.
4 attempts a game.
Yeah, but he's
No, it's like
averaging
48%. It's almost 50.
48%.
Yeah, his problem is volume. He doesn't take a lot.
You know, KD's averaging-
4 threes. I mean, still 40, almost
Cool.
50%. Stupid.
No, yeah, but it's not a lot
KD's
of
averaging
volume.
36 and 6, and he's been the healthiest player on the Suns. I don't think he's missed a game this year.
And the Kings-
if he has, he's missed one
Are you
game.
valuing winning into any of this or no? You don't really care about the winning.
It's really, it's just no, not winning. Because if it was winning,
What is we doing? Number 1 seed.
I was just asking the
Most
West.
wins over 500 teams. Doesn't matter.
if Tatum wasn't on the Celtics, y'all would still be a top 3 seed in the East.
Okay, would be the best team in the NBA now.
Fried. You might have cooked
I
it.
mean, first of all, no, we wouldn't. I don't
So
think
my
Yeah, yeah,
East,
would be.
my East starters.
Jalen Brown, Porzingis,
Oh,
Derek
Jalen
White,
Brown,
Drew
who
Holiday.
can't go with his left
You-
hand. Right,
you'll be
Porzingis, who
top
can't
6.
stay
You'll be
healthy.
top
Drew
6,
Holiday, who
yeah,
can't do shit on offense. Derek White, who
So my
isn't
East
that good.
all starters.
All these guys that always get shit on, and then when it's time to degrade Tatum, it's
So
like, look how everyone else good.
I put I put the Reeses as my backcourt. I have Halliburton starting with Maxey starting, and then I have Giannis, Tatum, Embiid. You know, and I do think Embiid has been the best player in the East this year. So
All right, I love that one. Mine's going to be Jalen Brunson at the point guard. King of New York. I mean, shooting 45% from 3. Knicks are playing winning basketball. I think he needs to be a starter. I'm going with Halliburton. He's put the league on notice early in the season. 25 and what did you mention? 12 assists with the fewest assists to turnover
had a
ratio in the
20-20
league.
game.
20 and 0 0 turnovers with 20 assists. He's been phenomenal. You got to go Tatum, Joel. I'm sorry you have to.
Not been top 5 most impressive in the East.
Giannis Antetokounmpo and Joel Embiid. That's the obvious
it's
ones
not
to put.
how voting works.
Yeah,
That's
Guards,
how I-
the
that's how
guards
I-
is
that's
going to
how
be
I'm
the
doing it.
most fun thing to watch. When he gets released, there's going to be conversations. Oh my God, how the hell is Donovan Mitchell not a starter? Trae Young's been better than Reese.
they should all make the team though.
Maxey was the one that I left out. It was hard for me, but 26.
off the All-Star
No,
team?
no.
Oh.
Just the one that not in the starters. He would have been next up for me. Number 3 in the Eastern Conference, exceeding
I'm not mad at that.
expectations.
I think the one locked in starter in the East is Tyrese. As a
Which
point
one?
guard.
Hallie?
Halliburton.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, I think Brunson could be a lock.
I think Brunson, King of New
That's
York,
close.
45%
He
from
has New
3.
York behind him.
That's why I say that.
I mean, if we're going to account winning into it, and that's like the separator
Oh,
between
then
the guards,
Maxey's gonna get
locked
it.
by Anthony Black.
then I think it's Brunson and
Maxey.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Maxey's winning more.
No, I'm saying if that's the separator between these guards at the very top,
Oh, then Maxey's gonna get in.
I don't think Maxey's having the numbers that Tyrese Halliburton's having.
He's
Or
had
Trae
the
Young,
same
though.
numbers as Brunson though.
You're right, but Trae Young, I think.
Well, they hate Trey. Trey ain't going.
Trey's
start.
going to make the All-Star.
He's gonna make it, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think they're in the playoffs right now or the play.
No, they're not. They're 11 seed right now.
He's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna start.
Jalen Brunson, 26 points per game, 48% from the field, 44% from 3 on 6 attempts a game.
Yeah, they're
Well,
all
for a
cooking.
second-round exit,
To
damn.
the West, unfortunately, one of these guards ain't gonna make it because Steph's gonna get voted in. But Luka, SGA, that's my backcourt for sure. They definitely deserve to be starters this
Yep.
year. And then who did I? Oh, okay.
KD, Braun, Jokic.
No, I did not. I had. Oh no, I had KD, Braun, Joker. Yeah, Joker.
I
Yep.
got that same 5.
That's the 5 I got. Those are my 5 guys.
Curry will start.
He probably
most
gets voted
definitely
in, but he
will
doesn't.
start.
He as
You
a
think
Curry
so?
fan,
He
he
will
might get
start.
voted in.
Votes.
But as a Curry fan, he does not
In
deserve to
terms
start
of
this year.
how fans look at the NBA, it's LeBron James, it's Steph Curry, it's everyone else.
Yeah. He might get voted.
That's
in.
the reason why I look at it and think, hey, Steph Curry's going to get his votes.
He should
Honestly,
come off
you
the
know
bench
who's
this
also
year.
up there? Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis is a big fan. He should come off the bench this year though.
I don't think it'll happen. Also, it's going to be awesome to see East versus West again. I know I've been a huge proponent of the draft. That's always a cool part of it. But seeing how much better the West is than the East is
He's
crazy.
got a nice little guard squad though.
They do, but so do the West. I mean, Fox off the
Ja
bench.
won't be in it,
Ja
though.
won't be in it, but Fox off the bench,
Edwards.
Curry off the bench, Anthony Edwards off the bench, AD off the bench, Kawhi Leonard off the bench.
Check doing.
Maybe.
He's tough though. They got Trey, they got Maxey, they got Hallie. You know, they got Embiid, they got.
Hallie's gonna start. I'm just going off bench.
I was just naming names. They got some dudes.
I feel like
they got Tatum, they got Brown, they got some guys.
I feel like the voters can't mess this up. Like Luka and SGA have to be the two starters at the guard spots. They have just been overwhelmingly the best two guards.
Brother, man, Kobe got in and he didn't play a single game.
Well, I would say Luka and SGA have been overwhelmingly the two best guards. In the
we
league,
didn't even say Devin Booker for the West also.
Facts,
Has he played enough?
He has.
No, he has played enough.
22 games.
Okay.
And he's playing awesome too. He
Damian
just hasn't
Lillard
been
for the
Luka
East
or
also.
SGA.
Can't forget that. He's been
Off the
playing
bench,
some
that's
really good
dangerous.
basketball.
That's dangerous off the bench.
If you're going with Dame or
Desmond
Tyrese Maxey,
Bane?
who are you going with?
Is
I
Desmond
would go
Bane an
Maxey.
I'm
all-star?
going Maxey.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I'll go
Damian Lillard or Tyrese Maxey this year?
Maxey.
Maxey's efficiency's been really great.
He's just been better in this first part of the season.
Lillard's still shooting 37% from three.
Lillard's been really great, but I think Maxey's
They're
just
like
been
19 and
tick-
3 or
a
something.
tick
Also,
better.
and this is the first time we've had to see
17 and 3 the last
Damian
one, something
Lillard
like that.
adjust his role on a team, and he's done a great job of it so far.
Yeah.
Struggled a little bit early on in the season,
Yeah.
but they've really
They
come
figured
on.
it out,
for sure. Yeah.
That offense is amazing. You're really done looking at him?
No, rest episode. I can't.
And they're 20th in defensive rating, so they've improved a lot.
Julius Randle's going to make the All-Star team
Maybe.
Should.
because of forward. He
How
has
much
to.
help does Jalen Brunson?
Who was
need, man?
forwards in this? Boncaro might make one.
Yo, Boncaro has a strong chance to make it.
Forwards is not that strong in the East.
No. If it's Boncaro and Randall, I think it's Boncaro.
Is Scotty an All-Star?
Maybe he's a guard.
He's close.
Is he a guard?
True,
If he's a guard, he's not.
He
getting
is
it.
a guard. Sabonis in the West.
Facts.
Gobert in the West.
Gobert has to make it.
Yeah.
He's anchoring that defense.
Damn.
And they're the
That's a
first
lot of dudes.
How many centers make it?
Two.
Two.
All right, well, Gobert's not making it.
AD's taking
Oh,
a
yeah,
spot.
because of AD. It depends if there's any
Jokic-
forwards that have
Jokic
played
AD.
better.
They can have two off the bench.
Off the benches too?
They can have two off the bench.
Okay.
I think it's just whoever the what's the name's pick, the GMs and stuff, or the coaches.
Is Chet an All-Star?
He can be.
That would
He's
be
not,
fun.
though. He's not.
He
He
won't, but
probably,
he
he
can
probably
be.
won't be, but that would be fun.
Because Shaq hasn't been better than Şengün this year.
Is Porzingis an All-Star?
Could be.
And I think Şengün's a borderline all-star. He
be.
might not even make it.
Porzingis in the East will probably be an All-Star.
God damn.
Karl Anthony Towns an All-Star.
Celtics got so many all-stars.
Shout out Brad
Forwards?
Stevens. Fucking
Maybe.
best GM in sports.
And they still haven't won shit.
Maybe.
It's crazy.
Karl
Won
Anthony Towns
way
been
more
pretty
than you've
great.
ever seen in your life.
It's a lot of guys. It's a lot of guys in the West, man.
Holy
I'll be
fuck.
honest. I don't give a fuck who they make. That team gonna be stacked.
What are you gonna do when we win the chip this year?
Are you?
Bro's
You lost
talking
the
to you with his
in-season
back
tournament.
turned.
it's killing me.
What are you like? How sick are you gonna be?
Didn't you lose to the Pacers in the in-season tournament?
I don't give a fuck.
So when the shit matters, y'all
In-season tournament
forward.
matters, bro.
I really couldn't be less.
LeBron-
we didn't have,
if,
we didn't have
LeBron,
KP.
if LeBron won it, it matters.
Didn't have
Thank
KP.
you.
Hell yeah,
Didn't have
Appreciate
KP.
it.
Didn't have
talking
KP. If we have a healthy KP, I'm straight.
Well, how much are you banking on that? You know.
He's
Is
been
Cade an
rather
All-Star?
healthy throughout the year.
Okay.
He's missed
listen,
like
man.
So you're telling me that
teams?
Tatum needs a fourth all-star on his
Numbers.
team to be able
Since
to.
they-
No, I think KP
Okay.
just fits his team
You know
really
what's
well.
Okay,
funny?
that sounds good.
Ever since we had the redraft and I took him one, and people were,
You're right.
since that moment,
Cade.
Cade has been in his
He has
fucking
been.
bag.
Scotty's still better.
No,
Scotty's better.
no, better team, sure.
Cade is in a terrible situation.
He is so
no,
bad.
Cade is he's putting up full. What
No,
kid,
he's
like,
a goat. He's a
bro,
goat.
they ran a play
He's
for Alec
awesome.
Burks.
Free Cade. Shout
So
out to Tiff.
I got this scenario
Is
for
that
you,
Cade or
Dehls.
Orlando? Let's start it up.
Hey, the game after they ran one for Cade,
What about
but
LA?
he missed a three.
Yeah, he did. That was a terrible. He shot.
That was a
shit.
tough shot. It's a
Yeah.
tough shot.
Round table. What if the Celtics don't win the championship this
We'll
year?
laugh at Dehls.
They still
No,
have
no,
time.
no. Just
Oh, no.
outside
We
of
wake up and Tatum's 26, Brown's 27. Oh, fuck.
outside,
Running back next
outside of
season's
laughing
over.
at Dell's, like what if
We'll
they're
say the
not,
same shit we say every
what if
year.
they're not able to get it done with 4 all-stars on their team?
We'll say the same shit we say every day. They should have won, and they didn't.
Well, and then we'll move to the offseason and say, what star are the Knicks going to get? And they'll get nobody.
Drew, what was that thing that you said earlier this year? Or I think at the start of the season, you were like, "Man, the Celtics really got a super team, don't they?"
They do have a super team.
Wow,
Team's nasty.
Okay.
It's a super
Disgusting.
team. How can you say it's
Their
not?
bench is. Oh,
You think it's the? You think
Who's?
it's?
Boston's bench.
It's not great.
I don't like their bench.
You think it's one of the
I think we
best
see one
rosters
more
in the
piece,
league?
though.
Yeah, buyout Marcus.
It's a what?
It's one of the best rosters
Because
in the
I
league.
trust
you would say?
Al. I
It's
trust Hauser.
Probably the best
Yeah.
starting five.
Hauser's cool.
Hauser, yeah. And he defends. I've been trying to tell y'all for years. He defends.
I hope y'all do something,
Steph
bro.
Clears.
Okay.
You know, I think the Heat can. Man, that's gonna be tough. I mean, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Hawkins, Harrow,
What the hell are you saying?
They almost
bro?
blew a 3-0 lead if Tatum rolled ankle away.
and y'all still lost. Why were you
Tatum
down
rolled
through
ankle, bro.
0-3 to
When I
begin
said
with?
Miami,
Win some, lose some, you know?
You only said that to to be opposition.
Riv, why did
Nah, I
Caleb?
said in the offseason Miami can still have
Yo,
a
Luke
record.
Cornett, 20.
Why you
Oh
lying?
yeah, he tweaked. He
Ray,
started
Why
last
lying
night.
on my name.
I'm sorry, bro.
Riv, why did Caleb Moran outplay Jalen Brown in the playoffs?
Jalen Brown, they have a great coach in Spo. Martin came to play. Spo game plan
I
perfectly.
know y'all seen what JB's been doing lately. He's
JB's been
tweaking.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know why we sleep on Jalen
they're
Brown.
morons.
It just blows my mind.
They haven't said a word.
No, you have been like the leader of the Jalen Brown.
Well,
hate
because
club.
you're the leader of delusion.
How?
You are delusional for years.
I said he's an All-NBA player, and look what he became.
You laughed, by the way.
I did laugh.
So
And I said he wasn't defending like he was, and the numbers proved it, and you still were
What's
delusional.
he doing this year?
Yeah, he's going crazy.
This year he's been great. He
Respect
has a lot of help.
This show happened when the Timberwolves met the Celtics.
Beat us in overtime.
Okay, all right. That could be a finals matchup. You never know.
I'm excited for
It
that.
could be.
Can't wait.
Are you stamping that? Don't be
It
scared
could,
now.
it could be. I mean, I don't know if the Timberwolves. I got more faith in them making it out. I don't know if the Celtics are gonna make it out. They got to make it out first, even though they got a super team.
You have more
They gotta make it
confidence
out.
in.
But I mean, Anthony Edwards, Garn, Tatum, or JB. I mean, just off of pure confidence, who I trust, Anthony Edwards or Tatum. I'm trusting Ant-Man. You know he gonna lead the
Even
way.
though Anthony Edwards getting the play in against the Lakers,
Even though in the playoffs he's averaging 30 points per
he
game.
cooked.
Yeah.
Even
made
though
it- he's
his
made it- he's done
Grizzlies
anything in the playoffs
versus, his Wolves versus the Grizzlies first year in the playoffs.
If you compare Anthony Edwards' first playoff appearance to Jason Tatum's, I'm thinking Anthony
Wait,
Edwards
what-
pretty much clears.
clears, I mean, his team went to the ECF.
And he averaged 18 points in that run.
It's like they had like 8 good players.
And he was
I
a
mean,
rook, and he was
that-
a rookie.
That was an awesome team, though. Anthony Edwards
Yeah,
averaged,
that was an awesome team.
Anthony Edwards averaged 31 his first time he was in the playoffs, or I think 28.
Wasn't it like the first round?
It was in the first round.
Wait, against Memphis, he didn't average 31.
No, I said 28 or 20.
Oh.
oh, I
They're
thought you
around
said
there.
30.
Yeah, I don't. Did he average?
He averaged
38?
30. He averaged 30 against the Nuggets. I think.
Double
he
check
averaged
that,
30.
brother.
I
Man.
am.
'Cause I don't recall that.
I'm just going playoff.
I know that he's top 5 in playoff points per game.
Donovan Mitchell used to be top 5, man.
Wish that brother can make it
All
out the
right,
first
he
round. I'm
had
praying for him.
he had 30 points in 2 games, went 36, 20, 19, 24, 22, 30 in the game that they lost.
So how much did he average? 26?
Is that average? I was the 20. Drew
Don't
could
average
have
out
easily
the
just
fucking
found it.
20.
He's terrible.
I am.
I'll look it up.
I'm generationally bad when it comes to stuff
I
like
think
this.
that's around 26,
I found
27
it.
a
I found
game.
it. It was so fast. Guy's an idiot.
I am.
All right, so he averaged 25. He capped.
What did he average in the Denver series?
32.
Okay.
5 games.
So playoff average is like what, 28,
Dude, how the hell
29?
did you find that so fast?
Basketball reference, click
to playoffs.
playoffs, right when it says per game. It's really not
It's
hard.
right next to it.
Want to apologize.
It's like if you should be
Career
way
than
smarter.
playoffs.
Yeah, like come on, buddy.
Or maybe regular season
we'll see.
playoffs. I don't know.
It's all right, bro. Oh yeah, 25 and then 32, so probably like 27. 27, 28.
25 still good.
Only 11 games though, man. You know, Ja could never.
That 36 carried.
30 in the series?
That 36 carried his average. With respect, and you know I like Edwards a lot, it carried.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Let's
going
look at Ja
to
Morant,
do
man.
that.
Let's look at Ja Morant.
John Morant's nuts. He is nuts. But I believe in Anthony.
30, 27, 25.
His first playoff appearance, John Morant had 30 and 10.
He averaged
30 and 10.
27 and 10 the second year.
Against Utah, he was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was 30 and 10. That was more impressive than Tatum's first time in the playoffs, too.
Again, he went to the ECF.
He averaged 18.
It's actually not even worth arguing.
His
It's
first
so
in the first round, he wasn't even the best player in the first round. I think it was Rozier and Jalen Brown.
They were hooping. They were hooping. Like
Jason
shit.
Tatum.
Nah, it wasn't Jalen
With
Brown.
what?
It wasn't
Kyrie?
Jalen Brown.
Why are you shitting on rookie Jason Tatum?
No, I'm not shitting on him. I'm
Kyrie
just
and
saying.
As a
the first
rookie-
playoff appearance is not as good.
As a
That's
rookie,
what
he
I'm
was the
saying.
best player on his team.
Arguably.
No,
Not-
he was
he
the best
wasn't-
player on his team.
It wasn't stamped up. He was the best player on the team.
in
Jalen
that
Brown.
playoff run.
Jalen Brown and him were neck and neck, like with stats. They were neck and neck, and Jalen Brown had a lot of big games throughout that playoffs that put them over the top against some teams. Terry Rozier did too.
Let's see.
They were very close.
As a rookie, though, that's pretty crazy.
No, of course, it's impressive for a rookie, but we're not about to act like he carried.
No one said he carried. That team was good.
We're not gonna like he was even close to carrying. He
19-year-old
was more
just
so
didn't
he was
carry.
holding hands and ringing around to Rosie. He wasn't the leader.
The standard's so high for him because he's such a great player. So
Oh my God.
I mean, you think he's better than Luka? The standard should be high.
Against Philadelphia, his rookie season, he was unbelievably great. Every game. 28, 21, 24, 20, 25.
19 years old. Damn.
So you couldn't just get the average stats for the playoffs.
Again, I don't know how. I just was taught. I'm just looking at game log. 28, 21, 24, 20, and
Against
25.
what team?
Against Philadelphia.
who
They
does
won in
that
5
team-
games.
Who does that team have? What's that big dude on Philly on the Sixers?
I think
Embiid.
that's Joel Embiid.
Oh, he lost to how old was Tatum? 19. Oh shit, fuck.
Okay, so in the playoffs,
We are just
Average.
laughing at this.
average per game, Tatum 18.5 points. Jalen Brown was at 18. Field goal percentage, Tatum was at 47%. Brown was at 46%. From 3, Tatum was 32%. Brown was 39%. He attempted 6, and Tatum attempted 4 per game in the playoffs. Tatum averaged 18, 4, and 2. Brown averaged 18, 5, and 1, and he was more efficient. And then Rozier averaged 16.5 points. Al Horford averaged 16. Marcus Morris averaged 12.
So 19-year-old.
So I'm talking about 18, 18, 16, 16, 12. There were series where Tatum was the best. There were series where other ones where he wasn't the best.
What is this trying to prove?
No, I'm just saying that's what it was.
Going back 7 years.
Versus the Bucks in the first round, Al Horford averaged the most points in that series. Tatum actually,
Well,
Tatum was number 4. Horford
out-
was at 18 and 8. Jaylen Brown was at 18 and 4. Rozier was at 17 and 4 and 7, and Tatum was at 15.
Jaylen Brown against the Cavaliers was marginally better than Jason Tatum too.
So I'm saying, so you're saying I think one series only, Tatum was actually the best player in that in the series. For the most part, it was just a team effort. It was really nobody individually.
But he also was a rookie.
No, I'm not saying. And Jaylen Brown was in his second year, I think.
What's the goal here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shit on Jason Tatum. Day,
that really
apparently.
is all it is.
Shit on Jason. I mean, that's every day for this guy. Lives rent free in that head.
Jaylen Brown was in his second
You gotta
season.
start paying up, my brother.
I mean, hold up. So
Been living in that head of yours for like
Are we comparing
3
Tatum
years.
to Ant-Man?
That's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Tatum was a rookie. Jaylen Brown was in his second year. We're not going to act like Jaylen Brown was in his 5th year. And Rozier was very young, too. Rozier was like 23 and fighting for a contract. I mean, the team.
Rozier played pretty well.
Did. I love Rozier, man. Celtic legend.
Even though you said he's not better than Quickley.
Huh?
Was it one of y'all?
No, we said that. We said that he can do what Terry's doing right now.
Yeah, comfortably.
No, but then I said Rozier's better than Quickley. And I was like, I don't know about that.
I think Quickley.
I said Terry was playing really
You
well.
think
this
Quickley's
year.
better than Rozier, Celtics legend?
I think he definitely can be. Yeah.
Oh, can be. I'm talking about right now. I'm just asking right now.
I got to see what he does in Toronto.
Okay, so I'm just asking right now. So
I respect Terry Rozier. You don't respect.
So I mean, I obviously respect Terry Rozier. He's averaging 24 and 7.
You weren't
so
there in Boston, man.
I wasn't there in Boston. I was not. But right now, who's better, Rozier or Quickley?
Quickly.
Okay, nice. I'm glad you gave an answer finally.
Anytime.
And that's going to do it for this episode of the Pick Us Hot Pockets, episode 338. You guys can follow us on Twitter at Pick Us Hot Pod, on Instagram at Pick Us Hot Podcast. We'll see you guys next time.
Happy New Year. Love y'all.